Hello guys. Phone आ रहा है मेरा. Hello guys. Hello. Game on कर दिया हमने.
Hero of today's game number 1 in today's best of 5.
सुने guys.
Exactly, and with that, the bans and picks already taking place here. We can see that
हाँ.
Martis. Oh my God, what
Game sound ठीक
Martis?
है ना.
Godlike. What are you thinking? Is it?
Instantly.
Oh my God, are they in trauma? Is it PTSD?
Martis
It
bans
is a
है.
possibility. I mean, is it a special bait just to let Apex pick up that Tigreal?
Hello
The
guys.
buff
Welcome to
onto his
stream सबैलाई.
impulsion for
Welcome
1,000
welcome
extra
guys.
damage is huge.
हाँ
And
एकछिन
anything
हल्का
that
गायब
is
बात
going
है
to
आजकल.
amplify the damage of your
2-3
damage
दिन गायब
dealers,
बात है.
it is going to matter a lot. And maybe taking out the Martis actually favors the Tigreal pick for either of these teams.
Man, that does seem right when you say it that
Draft
way.
start
When you put
भइरहेछ
it that
guys
way, it does
एकछिन है.
seem like this Martis ban is not actually the PTSD ban. It's more like you're trying to set up for that Tigreal pick right now. And talking about Art, you know his flexibility. He can play all of those heroes, right? But man, what is happening tonight? Godlike definitely seem to be having so many target bans in their mind. They have even banned
Honor
out the
ठिकै छैन
Amen.
man.
What is happening, Sarah?
Targeted on the pinpoint. This is an Amon and Martis, specially just for Anti as well as J. Meanwhile, IQ S8UL, they are still sticking to the standard draft though. It's
Martis
very
Amon
important
ban.
there.
यो के हो
Heath,
सोल कोइन त
Hapu,
झेनी ब्यान हानिरहेछ
possibly
त.
the Jushin up next. She isn't that much of a utility mage anymore, but she is definitely going to be used up
यो
as
त
a
पुरै
pick
लेदर
of
ज्याकेट
hero,
लाएर
which
बसिरहेछ
works
त यो
so
बिचको त.
well with the tanks, which Apex loves to play.
Exactly, man. Pairing up all those
सर
picks
वेलकम
together
टु
is just
स्ट्रिम.
going to
कस्तो
give a
छ
huge
साउन्डहरू सबै
edge.
ठिक छ होइन?
But
गेम
right now,
साउन्ड ठिक
this
छ कि
IQ
छैन केटा?
S8UL
क्यामेराहरू यस्तो
actually
भनिदिउँ
happy with
कमेन्ट
the fact
सेक्सनमा.
that Godlike are banning
सबैलाई
out the
वेलकम है
heroes
गाइज.
that
वेलकम
they
टु
were
स्ट्रिम.
never going to pick in a serious match or something. But man, it could also be a chill, I would say, a chill
के
draft
बिहान हो
as well
यो
because man,
मार्टी
this was the
सामानहरू
first game of
खेल्छ
the
यो
BO5. They
सोलहरूले
do
धेरै.
want to test the waters without stepping in way too
विचको
much.
टिमलाई
So
जितेको
they
यार यो
want to know, and
गडलाइको
that's why
टिमले. अनि
exactly I
त्यही भएर
feel like
अप्पर
the
ब्याकेट
decision
फाइनलमा
that
छ
is coming
यिनीहरू.
up right now. We know Bait is not going
फर्स्ट
to
पिक
pick that up,
स्मेरल्डा.
but man,
ओके ठिकै
man,
छ
what's happening
स्मेरल्डा
right now?
गुड
Sarah, this draft
पिक
is going to
भनौँ
be
न.
so, man, I don't want to say the word, but it's funny.
We don't want to talk about it right now because we will still see what their picks are because right
एपेक्सको
now
हेर नि त्यहाँ
Fate
बसेको.
has locked
आमामामा.
in onto the Esmeralda. This
यो
one
रेडियम है
might be
गाइज. यो
even a
फर्स्टको चाहिँ
singular
रेडियम. यो
hero who
असुना.
has a shield for the
यो
side of
चाहिँ
IQ S8UL.
एपेक्स भ्याली
With the
बिचको.
new patch changes, I mean, come
युरानस
on,
लियो
you
यिनीहरूले.
don't want to give away the
युरानस
Esmeralda.
र किमी.
But oh my goodness, Anti is going to lock in
खै यसले
onto
त
the Uranus.
एमएससीको
That is a
ज्याकेट
very
लगाइरहेछ
good
त
front line
एपेक्सले.
for them immediately.
एमएससीको
But
ज्याकेट हो त.
Hasuna onto that Kimi. And is that
के भयो अस्तिको ल्यान्ड
because of the
टुर्नामेन्ट?
patch
त्यही
change
टप
or
टप
is
8
it
पुग्यो
because of
भने
the
टप 8
fact that
पुगेर
they
आउट
just
भयो.
want to prioritize
इन्डोनेसियासँग फेस
Kimi?
गरेर.
You know what?
इन्डोनेसिया पर्थ्यो
Disable
प्लेअफमा अनि
Godlike
हार्ने
and pick
बित्तिकै
up other
इलिमिनेसन थियो.
frontliners.
Yeah, that's highly
टप 8 सम्म
possible.
चाहिँ
You
पुग्यो
always
गाइस
want to
अस्ति
use your Kimi to
आइएसएफमा.
keep the distance and poke them down if they ever try to
के
come
हो
in. So I
क्यामेरा
feel
अड्कै
like
थिएन.
it could be an option, the reason behind this pick. But at the same time, Kimi is actually kind of a late game insurance that you always want to have in
केटा
your
यो
pockets
हेर्ने कि गेम्स
because,
अफ फ्युचर
everything
हेर्ने
could go
भन है
wrong. But
गाइस.
oh my
गेम अफ फ्युचर
goodness,
चाहिँ
take a
त्यही
look at that pick right
ओनी
now.
घरको गेम
Godlike
भइरहेछ.
is not looking at all. They're not hesitating at all because they're going with this Fanny in the first phase. Counters could definitely come up, and it's not like IQ SADUL are one of those teams that do not
यो
know how
चाहिँ
to
अप्पर
counter.
ब्याकेट फाइनल हो.
And guess what?
टोटल
The
प्राइस
Kufra
कति?
has been buffed.
4 लाख आइएनआर त छ होला.
That is a very valid choice at the moment, but even though it is just above
घोडा
cost
कति राउन्ड
passive,
क्वालिफाई
we will
डाइरेक्ट
not be
ओटाको?
seeing
टप
it for
टप
now.
10 हो
It is
सिधै.
going to be the
टप 10
Hilda's
क्वालिफाई ओटाको
annoying
जात्रामा.
van to the end of his wits into his own jungle, and
यसको
that is
कसले ओटाको जात्रा
exactly
खेल्नु
what
भएको छ?
Apex is going
मैले
to be
चाहिँ रजिस्टर
trying out
गरिसकेको
here
छ है हाम्रो
tonight.
टिमले.
Hasna, he
ओभर
has to play it
स्पोर्टबाट.
out safe because those steel cables in
ओटाको
the backdrop
जात्रामा
will
भेट्नुपर्छ केटा.
singularly target him for the
क्लासिक
entire
खेलेको जस्तो छ हो
duration of
आमनबाट
the
डराउनु
game,
जस्तो.
unless, of
यिनीहरूले
course,
आमन धेरै
Jay,
नै
he
खेल्छ
decides to pick up
सोलहरूले.
onto the Hayabusa
हिजो
just
पनि
for a
आमन
buff
खेलेर
to pick
जितेको थियो
off
त्यही
onto
भएर
Fanny because
प्रोबाब्ली
the
ब्यान गर्यो
shadows,
होला.
once
मोस्ट
it
प्रोबाब्ली.
lands, when Fanny is trying to use up the steel cables, it doesn't get expired so easily.
स्ट्रिम यस्तो हल्का सेयर
Exactly,
पनि
that
हान्दिउँ
could
केटा
be
हो.
the approach
लाइक
that
पनि
IQ
हान्दिउँ सेयर
SATUL
हान्दिउँ.
could take here. At the same time, the Kator has been
हल्का
picked
गायब
here
भएको
like
थियो
Godlike.
केही
We know
दिन.
it was very, very good in the last patch, but is it still viable? Because I do
गेम अफ
feel
फ्युचर
like,
हेरौँ न ब्रो. गेम अफ फ्युचर हेर्ने
the
गाइस.
side of Godlike, they have been very comfortable with the Kator. Art has
रोकै त.
always went for it whenever it's open. But right now, with this new patch, Sarah, do you think it's a good option?
The taunt duration will
मिर्कोको
be
वाच
kind
पारे
of
त
less onto that
रोकै
hero
त.
for now, and a tough boots onto the enemy lineup will make it
रोकै त गाइस. कुनको टिम हो
desperately need.
यो
Would have been success.
अररा भयो चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ कसको गेम हो त
Yeah, I mean, even if we keep thinking about
What?
like, okay, maybe the Hilda could have been
Owning versus
different, but then
Homeboys.
Reza had an amazing game. He was the guy locking down Kyrie. Then you look at the
Yeah,
Benedetta.
7-1.
Yes, he went 7-1. That
Game
is
start
an
भएको छ नि केटा
impressive stat line, and majority of the deaths that Kyrie
सिधै
got actually
इन्डियन
came
वाले
from
हेरौँ
the
न
hands
त्यो
of the
मलाई
Hilda. If
इन्डियन
it wasn't the
वालाको
Hilda, it was
गेमहरू
the
हेर्नु मन
Benedetta.
लागिरहेछ 1.2K वाचिङ त राम्रै हो यार वाचिङ त
As well.
1300
So
वाचिङ छ
maybe
त
going for the
अलरेडी
Hayabusa right away will
इन्डियन
not be a
टुर्नामेन्टमा
bad choice at all
गेम
for
स्टार्ट पनि भएको
IQS
छैन
anyway.
अझै
But man, they've banned the Harriet right now, and I'm not really sure why. Is it because of the new patch?
गेम छ
Yes,
अगेन्स्ट
in a
सेप्टेम्बर
way,
9
Daniel.
टुडे रे
I mean,
लाइभ हुन्छ कि
Dot
हुँदैन
has the Esmeralda, so
सेप्टेम्बर
there's a
9
high
कुन टिममा हो र
chance
तिमी
use of the
अरुरा
Esmeralda
ग्लेजर
towards the EXP to counter that Uranus and pick up the Harriet for themselves. Fate has always been good onto his goal laners, and that is a very good possibility that IQ S8UL has banned out here. And
केटा गेम अफ
Godlike
फ्युचरको
will be
गेम
banning
स्टार्ट भएको छैन
on the Fovius
पजमा छ
Constant, so
भनौँ न
that's like
त्यही भएर
3
एकछिन यो हेरौँ न
split bans
केटाहरूको
just for
हाम्रो
anti.
एपेक्सलाई सपोर्ट
We'll
हारौँ
have to see what Jay decides to go in for.
गड लाइक
For
भर्सेस
now,
सोल
the Hayabusa looks like a very
ठुलै
valid
अर्गनाइजेसन हो
option,
इन्डियाको दुइटा
but one or two picks from the side of Godlike might just be able to change that. And IQSHUL, they would want to save up
यो
that
एक्सपी
jungle
त
pick
कतिवटा
of
चारवटा
the
ब्यान्ड छ
last
त यार
season.
मार्टिस
Exactly.
मार्टिस त जङ्गली
This
हुनसक्छ
jungle pick is definitely the ones that are going to keep the
मार्टिस
game
सिसी
around, I feel like.
एक्सपर्क फोभियस चारवटा
And
एक्सपी
with
ब्यान्ड
that, IQS8UL have picked up the Yuzong.
युरानस लिँदा नि
They're
एक्सपी
going
ब्यान
to
हान्दैछ
reveal their
भनेपछि
card
युरानस
share as to
गोल्ड
if they're going to pick up Hayabusa or not. But man, there could be that lane swap as well.
युरानस गोल्ड कि
Between
जङ
this
गोल्ड
Yuzong and the
फ्यान
Uranus,
लिएको
because
छ
you know
भ्यान
that the
सातुरोले
Esmeralda is always
एपेक्सले
someone
हिल्दा
that can bully the Uranus. So
देखो
yeah,
त सोल
the fact
मोडल
that it's
जस्तो
a
देख्छ
double
त
fighter meta kind of, you know, creates the flexibility for these side laners to switch it up whenever it feels like you're getting pressured. So I feel like
यो
this
चाहिँ
pick here,
टिडिपीमा नि
the Yuzong
टिडिपी
pick is
गइदिएको
actually
तिमी
a very good pick.
हान्नु पर्यो त्यसै आज सेप्टेम्बर 9
Honestly
बेस्ट
enough,
अफ
right
कति हो
now,
1 हो कि
Romcom
3
has
हो
so much opportunity to lock in onto the Alot here. It can counter the Yuzhong into the EXP.
आज हाम्रो
It
अरुरा
can reach
ग्लेजरको
Asuna
म्याच छ रे
Soul very
गाइस
easily with
ओटाको
final
जात्रामा
smash and the
सेप्टेम्बर
flicker
9 को
every
अगेन्स्ट
time, and he did play it out yesterday, and it was fabulous with his setups on towards the late game.
यो चुको
And I think
साथीहरू
that is
सेप्टेम्बर 9
something
होइन
they would be wanting to repeat tonight as well.
भ्यालेन्टिना र
But
थामुस
look
लिएको
at
छ
that, we have
यताबाट
a Thamus pick incoming from Romcom. And mid
रोमकोमको
will be
थामुस
going in for the
I'm not
Valentina. He's
sure about
very
थामुस है
comfort pick
थामुस
right
किन
there.
लिन्छ एकछिन
Man, this is looking crazy right now. This draft just making sure that the audience is not at all.
They are banning
left
anti-NG.
bored,
Yes,
you know.
guys, they are
It's less,
targeting
it's less than, you know,
their
more, it's
jungler
so
and
much more
XP.
entertaining to see these guys just trying to go for
अरू केही
drafts
ब्यान
that
हानेको छैन जङ्गल
do
र
not
एक्सी मात्र ब्यान
seem
हानेछ
at all logical. But if you try to connect the dots, I feel like, you know, I
यो
mean, you can
भनेपछि
connect the dots looking
एपेक्सको पनि
backwards,
हेरो
not
ब्यान छैन
forward. So
ग्रक
we're
स्लो भन्छ
gonna
तर
see at
ग्रक
the end of
लिएको
the
छैन
game who
कसैले नि
comes out victor here. But looking at that
हेडफोन कस्तो रहेछ यिनीहरूको
Valentina pick right now, we've already seen bit
इको आउँछ कि आउँदैन
yesterday. The same
नोइज
thing could happen
क्यान्सलेसन छ कि
today.
छैन
But which ultimates other than that?
लियो मोड
Oh, this is
What
something
the
that
fuck
needs to be said.
लियो मोड जङ्गल हो
I mean, Leomord?
I do not think that is an open pick.
लियो मोड इन
That's the
जङ्गल
question
गाइस
right here. But we'll have to fix this one out. And if it is allowed, it's a very good pick.
त्यो
If it
ऱ्याङ्क गेम
isn't,
जस्तै भयो त यार ड्राफ्ट त
it isn't.
And that means we might have to
सुपर
just
ब्याकेट फाइनल
change
हो यार
that
यसभन्दा
last
ठुलो
hero
टुर्नामेन्ट
right
हो
now,
इन्डियाको
because it was a last pick, so it was picked after all the heroes were picked. So you can
Yes.
actually
Pause
change
हो
that
क्या
pick
यिनीहरूको
right
फेरि
now. And there should not be the mention of that word, because things
गेम
can
अफ
go
फ्युचर आएको
crazy when you
छैन
mention that word, especially when IQS8UL is playing.
Yep, we would not be mentioning it, but judging from the fact that it was just the last pick, though, I think they can change it up quite easily.
Yes.
And
अँ
that is
तर
something
गाइस
they
गेम
would
अफ फ्युचर
be
हेर्नु पर्दा
discussing
यिनीहरू
amongst
कस्तो अड्केको
themselves, and it will
कस्तो
work
टाइम
out
लाग्छ
eventually. So a bit of
Sure, ML baby यो होला
I can get behind this. I can
Anyway.
get behind this, Redmore. Or maybe I'm just a little biased with that one, but yeah, it's a late word.
I get you, bro. It's fine. You know how I get
Onyx
every time
versus
a guy
Homeboys,
gets
right,
picked in the
guys?
game.
Onyx versus
But
Homeboys.
the Leomord, don't you think it's a little bit too greedy though? Leomord, Freya,
यहाँ पनि
Angela,
Leomord लिइरहेछ।
first phase, they're showing way too much.
लियोमोड र फ्रेया
I'm
कति
gonna
early
just go ahead and say 100% super greedy, bro. But again, I don't
कति
think
छिट्टै यार गाइस लियोमोड र
homeboys
फ्रेया
would practice this or run this without practice.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how much trust I have the homeboys You know, even if they lost that last game, I have a lot of trust they can pull off stuff like
फ्रान्सको
this. So,
किमी
but again, might be too spicy. Might
एटा
be a little
यही
bit-
हेर्ने कि
Yeah,
एपेक्सहरुको हेर्ने भन है गाइस कमेन्ट सेक्सनमा
Yi-Sun Shin and Kimmy are not the easiest to catch in the game, and if ever Amal is going to be looking at
तिनीहरुको गेम
Sans
स्टार्ट
and
भयो भने चाहिँ
T-Boy,
तिनीहरुको
who's
हेरौँ न
gonna
है
be on duty to really be the one to chase them down, it might not be
गेम
as
स्टार्ट भयो
easy
भने
as we
लगाउँछ है
want it
गाइस
to be. Kimmy is the perfect
ओनिकले
pick,
जित्ने होला
for
वान
the first
साइडेड
three picks
obviously
that
यो
Homeboy
यो
showed up
गेम त
here. Although there is a chance Sans might get run over, there's also the equally and maybe even slightly higher chance
एन्जिला
that
लिइरहेको
the
छ
Kimmy
यति
is just
अरूले
gonna be
एन्जिला तर यो टिम र यो इन्डोको टिमले नि खेलाउँथ्यो नि पहिला
Homeboy
कुन
starts
टिमले
to
थियो
realize,
टिएल
wait,
आइडी
why can't we get this Kimmy? Why does it seem like it's so difficult to take down and chase?
Yeah, this Kimmy obviously, it feels like if
यस
it's crucial to have someone like what do you call this, a Kalea there, because yes, it will definitely get dove by the Freya and the Leomord. So both of them, in the case of Leomord, you will literally get run over. So
Yep.
it's crucial for them to get that. But yes, you're absolutely
नहेर
right. I
कसले
feel like
खेलेको र नहेर
the
प्राय
Kimmy is
हान्छ
gonna
छैन
be so powerful if
बिहानै छ
it
के
can
त यार
pull
यो
off the
त
kite properly.
Let's see if it can. I think they're gonna need another piece for really good kiting if they
Uh-huh.
want to. And since they do have Kimmy and YSS already in the center, Onyx can most definitely still go double fighter, and Homeboys are thinking the same way. They can honestly just close it up with the same pick. They can just go Lapu Lapu Ruby again. Would be really good.
यहाँको ड्राफ्ट
Maybe they,
कस्तो
if
टाइम
they
आने हो
want, maybe they can
ड्राफ्टमै
pick up the Ruby first, although that already does show the gold lane. And then they just play around the EXP, or they'll pick their gold laner last. I'm really heavily leaning towards this being a fighter.
फिलिपिन
because if they
भर्सेस
go
मलेसिया
Marksman,
हेर्नुभयो
then
सी
this
गेम
time
फाइनल
Onyx is gonna
अभियसली
be
मैले हेर्न त
greedy,
हेरेको
because
थिएँ
that's
तर
gonna be a
कस्तो थ्रो हानेको
traditional
मलेसियाले
carry
जितिरहेको
gold
गेम पनि
laner.
अर्ली
You'll have triple
थर्ड
carries
थर्ड
that
गेम त
are
कस्तो मजाले जितिसकेको थियो
exactly. Triple
त्यो पनि
Marksman,
थ्रो
that's 2 to
हानिदिरहेको
1.
टिएल
Yeah,
पिएचले
it
कसरी
might be
कमब्याक
way
हान्छ
too
कि
much.
एभ्री गेम
I
ब्रो
think it won recently in like a different
Last is
tournament
RTL
in the
PS.
SEA Games, just one game. But then again, it
सिजनको
was
फर्स्ट गेम
very
हार्यो
on
म पनि
Homeboy's
हार
fighting
सिजनको
off
फर्स्ट
again.
गेम
You saw
हारिदिरहेको
how crazy, you saw
त्यसपछि
how
सबै गेम
chaotic the
जितेको छु
Homeboy's lineup can be,
3-4
and
गेम जित्यो
you saw how willing
फर्स्ट
they
गेमै
are
हार्यो तर
to
म नि
actually give the fight to your face. So yeah,
किन
Triple
ट्रोल
Marksman is
हान्दैछ
definitely
एज
too
होम
greedy
बोइज
here.
Yeah.
I think
पकेट पिक
Marksman
होला
might
होम बोइजको
want to go to the side of Homeboys too, because I think
गाइज
you might want
इन्डियन
to throw the
टुर्नामेन्ट
spray
लेट्स
on
गो लेट्स
XP.
गो यही हेरौँ है एकछिन वान साइड हुन्छ होला
Both the teams have a kind of draft where they
प्लिज
can
यार यो
go
कति
in
अड्किन्छ
for
कि
a
मलाई
very
त
standard rotation onto the goal lane. However,
चलक चाहिँ अड्क्यो
we
भने
will be seeing a
ल ल
Uranus
बल्ल भयो
versus a Tammuz
यो क्यामेरा
matchup.
मिलाएर
While
बोल्छु
onto the EXP, it will be Esmeralda versus the Yuzhong. And honestly enough, that is going to be a fantastic
Perfect,
thing
perfect,
for these
perfect.
two
Let's go.
teams. And the mid lane already seeing quite a lot
So
of
guys,
hope
let's go
of
game
the
हेर्थ्यौँ
win.
है
He will
सोल
be forced to
भर्सेस
retreat a bit, and that's going to make him lose a
सोल
minion
भर्सेस
or
गडलाइक है
two,
गाइज
which means he will struggle to get that level 4 before the turtle.
And you know, we do not want to be behind in terms of level, especially when the turtle is up, because advantage is everything
Yeah, the
that
sound
these
got
guys
so
are
fun,
looking
huh?
for. And right now the Fanny can get a kill, but that is a very cheeky little play from Apex to get away with that.
गेम साउन्ड कम
And honestly, you know what? We can see that Art and Bid, they are suffering quite a lot on the mid lane. But the poke is coming in from both of them equally enough. It's just
लियोमोड
that
जङ्गल छ
Hilda
जेले त
has a
यस्तै यस्तै
higher
हिरो
damage
खेल्छ
potential
Obviously.
as compared to a Garotkaja into the early game. And there we go. There's the early space creation coming in.
गोल्ड लेन हो त्यो
from
युजोङ
and
ओके
will be there for a little bit of a follow-up to scout down Van as he attempts to get his level 4.
And with that, Ivan here trying to get the level 4. Jeho already level 4
जे
right now.
4 पुगिसक्यो
But
फ्यान
Ivan is
स्टिल लेभल 3
definitely
छ
going to be a big threat for both these junglers at the moment. Radium playing that Yuzong is not really a new thing for him. The brother has dominated every single lane with every single hero that he's ever had. So it's not
यो
really
aura
going to
farming
be an
हान्दैछ
issue
त
for him, but
कास्टरले
Kane
पनि
as well
प्लेयरको
has always proved himself with every hero
मर्यो होला गाटो
right now.
There we go. There's
Jay
the
Moreno.
ultimate coming in by Jay
More
Ho,
yaar,
but
Jay.
he will be the one getting taken down by Godlike as the
Yo,
first
yes,
blood,
what
and
the
they
corona
secure
race
2 for themselves. The engage coming
It's
in
the
from the
kind
side
of
of
the guy.
S8UL, but it is Godlike who turn it in favor of themselves.
calm down
First turtle being taken down here
Casting
by
the
Van, the
अति छ त यार
jungler of Godlike. S8UL already behind in the Second minute,
Good
and it
trade
is
for
not looking
Godlike.
strong
Obviously
at all.
total पायो 2 kill पनि पायो.
S8UL, they have to compose themselves because the control is everything that they're looking for in the
यो
early
मोडलाई
game.
पिक अफ
With
हाने नि गाटोको लास्ट बवाल टर्न हाने त्यहाँ
That
चाहिँ.
is exactly what the space is there for the side of IQ S8UL. All they need to do is look for a close engage, but Apex needs to run.
कस्तो बेला रिप्ले देखाएको के रिप्ले के हो यो के हो
for that little bit
एपेक्स
of
मोर्यो फेरि
Alice, I would say, we were just looking at Alice for a moment because right now this
नहीं यार
showdown that's
गाह्रो
going
पर्दै
on
केटा होला
is definitely something that has been inspired by the design of the Alice. But with
अर्ली
that, we're back once again in
अर्ली
the
गाह्रै
action,
छ
ladies
यार
and
गाह्रै
gentlemen.
पर्छ तर
The skirmish happening into the mid lane. Oh
ओए
my
के हो यो
God!
भ्यान छ तर
One! The cutthroat almost takes
खेल्दैछ
Asura
है गाइस
down,
फ्यानले
but he's
खेल्दैछ
able to
देखाउँदैछ
survive
102
with a
छ
silver
फ्यानी
HP. That was so close, man.
That is so close indeed, and you know what? The fact
Valen
is
ले कच्चा
that
मीट में
little
ओके
moment on camera where Apex was trying to go in for Van's buff, Van managed to take Apex down in that fight. So currently, Van has a 1
Total on of 40
that
second
is
bikes छ
honestly amazing for a Fanny into the
माथि
early
के
game.
भइरहेछ यो रानासले पेल्दैछ त
It's a very, very crazy moment going on right now for
एपेक्स
IQS
चाहिँ फ्यानीको
because they have not been able to secure a single kill.
जङको
Plenty of
अल्ट लिएको रहेछ
objective. The
भ्यालेन्टिनाले
aggression
ठिकै
that
हो
they
जङको
put
अल्ट नै
forward
युजफुल
while
हुन्छ
going for invade
यो
is not
लियो
really
मोड
going
भन्दा
as
त
well. But take a look, the fight coming up once again.
ओइ के हो
Another
यो
Black Dragon has been used up.
ओइ नाइस
Zeho,
नाइस नाइस
he gets the bit into there, but now he is the one who doesn't have an escape. And
जे
it's
पनि
going
मर्यो
to be
फेरि
Romcom who
एपेक्स
takes
एपेक्स
him
वान
down.
एचपी छ
Apex has to run. Asura
ओइ
will be
रोमकम के हो
pulled back by Romcom right away, and he's going to get taken out.
ल
What's
गाटोक
the
बाँच्यो क्या
target?
व्हाट द
Fate
फक अल्ट
going in
हान्दिरा
from Southwall right in the back line, but Romcom will be taken out.
रेडियम नै मर्छ होला यार
Trying to secure a kill this time, but
ओइ
Vanji
नाइस
is the one who takes
रेडियम
down
मर्यो तर
hard. Fate will take down
युरानस
Radiant
युरानस
once
युरानस
again, and Anti will be going back once
Proof of
more
log होला
as Zeho and Apex
रिट्री त
come
छैन
back for a
त्यही नि
possible
पायो
re-engage, but it is not going
1700
to
को
work
गोल्ड लिड
out.
छ गड लाइकले लिड लिइरहेछ अहिले केटा हो
But it seems like they want more. Jeho still going in with that
यो
phantom
मारे
steed. He
क्या
wants to look
यो
for
रोमको हेरेर
another
कस्तो
person,
ट्याङ्की हो
but he's
मरिरहेको
not
छैन
able to
यार
get that damage still. Anti still taking sour shots, and now
Easy,
S8UL
यार
have the control over the river
पाइ क्या
area.
टटल पाउँछ क्या केटाले
This is going to open up a lot
गाइस
of
म चाहिँ
favor
सोललाई
for
सपोर्ट
East
गरिरहेको छु है
Linger. From Port
रोमको
Light is
मर्यो
low.
होला
Romcom tries to
नाइस
engage, but
नाइस
Apex
नाइस
will get the shutdown with his ultimate. Fate goes in with the
यो
Southwall.
फेटले
Asura
यसमै
will
मात्रै
be the
खेल्छ
target,
क्या गोल्डेनमा
and
यो
Van is
फेट
marking him down, but Asura makes it out alive.
यो फेटलाई
Apex
मार्नै गाह्रो
trying
हुन्छ
to
क्या
get the
केटा
tower down,
यसमा
but
रेडलाई
he is going to run away
मर्यो होला
once
लियो
more,
मोड
but
मर्यो
Zeho is going to be the one getting marked down, but
गाटो
Fate
आउट भयो
gets the killing spree onto Leo
मर्छ होला
Moore.
गाटो गाउँ
Under the
अल्ट छैन गाटो
TSO, Art is fighting for his life out there, using up the revitalize.
ओइ
The
बाँची
blessing
नभने
from Radium doesn't
ओ बाँची यार त्यो गाटो
He
ए होइन
makes
मर्यो
it
मर्यो मर्यो
out alive.
नाइस
Art
ठिक छ ठिक छ
will
ठिक छ
not be alive anymore as Apex comes back for the kill, but this
फेट
time
मोडलाई त
around,
फेट मोर्दैन क्या केटा
Anti
फेट
is
मोर्दैन
getting
यार
chunked down again
यो
and
स्मेरेडलाई
again
मोर्न
and
गाह्रो
again,
छ
and he
क्या
will fall as Fate and Apex roll it out, but
एपेक्स उल्टै
Radium
मर्छ
Oh,
जसलाई उता
only two people on to beat this time.
रेडियम
Whoa!
ओइ
But
रिकल
it
हान्दियो
is
रोमकमले
Fate
त
who comes back
रिस्ता आइरहेछ यो
alive.
त
And with that, Romcom with a recall on the face of
यो
Radium.
रोमकम भन्छ
They're
कतिलाई
looking
थाहा
really
छैन
strong,
केटा हो
but
यो
off
गड
camera,
लाइकको एक्स
another kill
प्लेनर चाहिँ
happens.
फिलिपिन्समा नि
Asura
पहिला
got
फिलिपिन्समा
taken
बस्दो रहेछ
down out
त्यही
of
भएर गेम प्ले खतरा छ होला
nowhere.
यसको नि
Even with that
4-1-3 छ अहिले त
aggression,
राम्रो
even with
खेलेको
that
छ अभियसली यसले
position, IQ S8UL has lost this turtle. Into the jungle area though.
फ्यानीलाई रोक्ने हिँडै छैन यार
AUG coming in. He is
यो
trying to go in
यो
for it.
स्पेल
He finds
स्पेल मर्छ
one.
क्या अब स्पिन हान्यो त्यो ब्रल यार कसम ब्रल हेरे त्यो थामुस हेर न पागल थामुस ए मारे त्यसलाई डेफिनेटली ऊ त्यसलाई वोट भयो यार ऊ त्यो गड लाइकलाई गाइस त्यो कास्टिङको साउन्डै गयो त एक्कासी यो प्रोडक्सन हल्का जति बेला नि इस्यु आउने नै रहेछ है जुन ठाउँमा नि एमएलको गेमहरू त अरू गेमहरू त्यस्तो प्रोडक्सन इस्यु आउँदैन एमएलको मात्रै आउँछ क्या प्रोडक्सन इस्यु यस्तो गरी पज द म्याच रे पज हाने यार फेरि त्यो के गर्दैछ यिनीहरू गेम अफ फ्युचर लगाउन त तब कुन यो हैन ओनीको म्याच
Survives! Kyrie did not fall with just a sliver of health. The
एकछिन
killing
चाहिँ pause
spree
भइरहेको छ, त्यति बेलासम्म यो
keeps
हेरौँ।
him alive. Izanami gets to take down Skylar, but
तर
Izanami
फेरि यहाँ वान साइड हुन्छ
eventually
कि
falls.
कस्टम केटा यो वान
Onyx
साइड नै हुन्छ
with a
गेम
massive win.
Kyrie mechanics, man. I really thought he was gonna go down. He fought under the turret. He had so much experience that he knew he was gonna win,
Freya
even
त
though
त्यस्तो
his
0-2
HP was
छ।
literally like
त्यो युज त भएको
1%,
छैन Freya को।
2%. Bro, this is just very good team fighting coming in from Onyx, despite, again, Homeboys technically having the
वान
B
साइड नै
tier
हानिरहेको
lineup.
रहेछ केटा
And it all goes back to one of their biggest gripes with the draft here for Homeboys, the lack of range.
कस्तो board
Team
जस्तो
fights
खेलेको
for
रहेछ
them
उसले।
are way
Board
too
जस्तो हैन,
all
खै
in.
early dominate हाने
Yes,
भनौँ
they
न।
can deal damage, but finishing it off is a different story. Now, 5 minutes into the game, they have not yet crossed the 15,000 gold threshold. Onyx is getting closer to 20,000. It's an early
राम्रै खेलेछ
3K
Godlike
gold
नि
lead,
obviously,
and
तर
this is
त्यही हो,
one big
त्यो
team
front line लाई
fight
मार्न
loss
गाह्रो
away
हुन्छ
from
सोलले।
Onyx
थामुज र
completely
स्पेनले
taking
त गाह्रै छ
control
यार
of the
मार्न।
game. There's still one more big window Homeboys can find here in terms of a big
इन्डियन
team
गेममा
fight,
हैन,
but they
इन्डियन
have
गेमै
to
लाउँछ
set it
केटा
up with a
सोलहरुको
pick
गेम
off
प्ले यस्तो
first.
हेर्नुपर्छ सोल
Yeah,
Godlike
they
हरु
might
इन्डियन
actually
टिमको
start losing out on ground the moment that Onyx gets richer, you know,
Sansले
the
Sky
moment they
बनायो,
get an item advantage.
4 किलमा
So
बसिरहेछ
the
सान्स
window is closing faster and more.
स्काइलरको
Sky Piercer
चाउ
already built up for
Golden
Sans
Chow.
with the last 4 kills. No stacks on it just yet. Here comes the glorious pathway. Daniel might be a little bit too greedy, but because the tower falls down,
More Sans.
they decided to go for
Nice.
it. Sans takes so much
Mid
damage.
हानेछ।
Here comes the clapback of Homeboys. They are
Lutpi more
working
जरा more
together
than
as a
होला यार
hit
Lutpi।
squad. Sans is
Lutpi
not the
more
only
than
one
यार।
falling. Look at
कि मर्यो।
Lutpi. Hold on,
ओइ
Kiboy
मर्यो
trying to
nice।
keep him alive, but the Alice will eventually fall.
Lutpi को first kill
That
आएन
is
त्यत्रो
the condition
बेरसम्म
of Homeboys yet take again, and they have found their window. They've closed it.
ठिक छ
Onyx still has
कमब्याक
a little
हान्दैछ
bit of a lead, but
होमबोइजले
Homeboys are fighting back.
Yeah, they're definitely fighting back. The
यिनीहरूले
small
चाउ पनि लिएको
consolation prize
कालिया
is
पनि लिएको त्यही
Kyrie
पनि
did
ओपनिङको
get a
एउटा
lot
पनि
of
प्युरिफाई
gold
छैन
farming solo, while all of that was happening, while
Honestly.
Lutpi was buying a lot of time. So
पकड्यो,
very
कसले
good
पकड्यो?
advantage for Homeboys, but look at that.
Okay,
You wanna
कसले
go
पकड्यो?
again?
Freya बाँच्यो
with the pick off Mel QT able to flicker on out of there.
ओ
Homeboys
त्यो
needs to back off. They
लियो
don't have
मोड
the Freya
ओइ
anymore.
सान्स
Onyx
फ्लिकर हान्यो
dealing the damage. Daniel almost brought down
ला
low.
पुरो
Reza
त्यो मर्यो हाइलेस
with the
ला पनि
raging
मर्छ होला
slash is not going to be
मर्यो
able to
भने ला
deal
पनि
enough,
मर्यो
and Onyx, hold on. Reza is going to go down, and
कस्तो ग्याङ
Homeboys
हान्छ
gets
यार
spotted
ओनिकले
out.
Yeah, again, you think you have an advantage in the Onyx, then they kind of just remind you
केटा स्टार्ट
why
भएछ
they
गेम
are one of the strongest teams in the world.
गेम लगाउँ इन्डियन गेम यो वान साइड गेम नै हेरौँ
Petrified!
रोलले तर कमब्याक गर्ला र केटा हो यो गेम त कमब्याक हुँदैन जस्तो लाग्यो 90% गाइस गाह्रो छ यार यो गेम कमब्याक गर्न किनकि यताको साइडको मार्क्सन पनि छैन अनि स्मेरेल्डाको केडी 505 छ राम्रो खेलेको छ यार गडलाइकले हिजो गडलाइकले विचको टिमहरूलाई नि जितेको थियो यार साच्चै टुजेर हानेको थियो विचको टिमहरूलाई जितेर
People without the brains, I guess, or something. But anyways, with that, we're seeing Jeho here on the Phantom Seed already getting exhausted before the Lord is even up. It's a good opportunity here for Godlike to go for the Lord. And this could be an easy Lord here in the first game for Godlike.
लर्ड पायो गडलाइकले गाइस फर्स्ट लर्ड पायो
Oh.
यो रोमकमलाई रोके पागल छ यार इन्डियनहरुको एक्सप्लेनरहरु फाइटर दिने हो नि इन्डियनहरुलाई पागल खेल्छ लाइक पुरै ब्रेन्डेड गेम प्ले देखाइदिन्छ के इन्डियनहरुले अरा विनर अफ गेम अफ फ्युचर गाह्रै छ यार अरालाई जित्न त ओनिक्स छ स्टिल ओनिकले फुल ट्राई गर्यो भने त गाह्रै छ जित्न केटा को नयाँ छ लाइक दिस स्ट्रिम गाइज लाइक पनि गरौँ हैन आज हाम्रो आजको गेम लाइभ हुन्छ कि हुँदैन सेप्टेम्बर 9 को अगेन्स्टमा
Jeho is trying out a hero that has got a major reward.
एन्टी
Doesn't seem to be working at the moment. Godlike is definitely trying to look for those inhibitors. It's anti versus Romcom.
एन्टी भर्सेस रोमकम ब्याटल अफ नम्बर 1 एक्सप्लेनर इन इन्डिया
Into the bot lane though, more action going on. Asuna, it
केटा
all
गेम
failed
सक्यो ल
kill. And with that,
गेम सक्यो गेम
Bart takes
सक्यो
him down. Fanny was picked
डिफेन्ड
just
गर्ने एउटा
to
उते
kill
थियो
Asuna,
असुना थियो
and he has
असुनालाई
done
मार्दियो
just that.
गाटो मार्दै त्यो गाटकलाई गाटक मर्यो कि त डिफेन्ड हुन्छ कि यार एन्टी नि मर्यो बेस्ट अफ कति रहेछ यो जे किन फर्केर आयो फेरि
Godlike
God.
esports styling on IQS8UL at the moment.
रोमकोम ल्यापेछ नि मार्यो
Down.
Oh
Apex
my
as
god,
well.
के हो यो
The
रोमकोम
base is
पागल
open. The taunts are in. They have 2 minion waves charging in on both
केटा
lanes.
सक्यो जस्तो है
Shadow, is this the
फ्यानलाई
end?
रोक्ने पनि कोही भएन स्टनै छैन हेर न सोलको साइडमा एउटा पनि स्टन छैन फ्यानलाई त मोज भइहाल्यो नि गेम जिजिआर गाइस धन्न डिफेन्ड भयो तर सबै इनिप गइसक्यो 10 मिनेटमा गाह्रो हुन्छ गाइस कमब्याक हान्न लाइक 1% चान्स छ भन्नु न कमब्याक हान्यो भने किनकि इनिप छैन कन्सेप्टले हानेर जान मिल्दैन पिकअप हान्ने केही छैन 10,000 गोल्ड लिडर त्यसमा 11,000 hard to come back guys hard to come back रेडियमको मार्क्सम्यान भावे चाहिँ हुन्छ होला फाइटरमा त गाह्रै छ कमब्याक हान्नु रोमकोम मोर्ला र रोमकोमलाई ट्याङ्क हान्न ट्राई गरेर
And the members of S8UL, they aren't
Oh
exactly
man,
spread
this guy has
out
a
right
pure-
now, and they are going in for such a clustered gameplay, which makes it easier for our
Apex?
Apex though, he will be caught
के गर्छ नि यार Apex हो?
Black Dragon will be used up by Bait onto the back line. Apex will
अरे
get
यार
taken
सक्यो
down.
जस्तो
Van gets the godlike
असुना
energy. He's
असुनाको
gonna
फ्लिकर
come
गयो
in. Here we go, JO onto the back
जे
line.
पनि
Trying to
मर्यो
take down Van, but nobody
रेडियम
can
पनि
get
मर्यो
instead.
ल जिजी गाइस
Triple kill by
सक्यो सक्यो
Van Satoru, the fan
11 मिनेट
user.
गेम
He's
सकायो
gonna
यार
get it. And Fate will take it down.
एमबिपी अभियसली फेटले पाउँछ होला यो गेमको
Just so Uranus,
यिनीहरूले
he gets
स्मेल
stomped
ब्यान
down,
हान्दै
he
हुन्छ यार
gets shut
स्मेलले
down,
लास्ट थियो भन्छ
but
फेटको
he's gonna live, but the base is going to be taken down by
GG guys,
Godlike
के हो Godlike त?
esports, ladies and gentlemen.
फर्ममा छ त गडलाइक त हिजो 20हरूको टिमले हान्यो आज सोलकोलाई हान्दैछ यार औरा फार्मिङ हान्दैछ गडलाइक त नाइस खेल्यो यार तर
This is what Mythic Showdown is all about. We are here in game number 1 of the upper bracket
यो
semifinals.
2400 भ्युज
That
राम्रै हो यार
was pure
इन्डियामा
domination
ल्यान्डको
coming in
यति
from the
धेरै
hands
भ्युज
of
आउनु
Godlike esports.
गेम अफ फ्युचर कसको गेम लेखेर सकिसक्यो Vamos versus Aurora
would have been successful had it been that they were not facing
सच
a
याद
team
आउँथ्यो
like
पनि
Audit
थियो होइन
Esports, you
टर्कीको
know.
टिम पनि Aurora
I'm
Aurora
glad,
टर्की
like,
Be very easy for them. Only 3 deaths across the members of Aurora.
charge
यिनीहरूको
defensively
फर्स्ट टर्डल हेर्नु
to get on
Demon Guy take down the turret. As
get some extra
टर्डल फाइट हेर्नु Auroraको
Yeah.
encourage, yeah.
Yeah. The thing,
Sadly.
the
It's
thing for the
zoner,
Korean
oh,
team is you
yinaru.
just actually do quite a bit of
Vamos,
damage early on. Ooh, wow, they get the
यहाँ त
flicker out
राम्रो टिम
already
होइन र
from
मलेसियाको
Zorn.
अनि
Some early aggression here in the mid lane, and 8 seconds away from this
सिभी छैन
turtle
रहेछ
to be up.
भेन्जेन्स
So,
युरानस
you know, Zorn's just going to kind of be
क्यारिक
a
अगेन्स्टमा भेन्जेन्स
vision provider for this one. Without the flicker, you know, he's got to be a little more careful for this.
ए
Doesn't
एडवार्ड
want
छ
to get
त
set up
साँच्चै
because, again,
Auroraमा
you
त
know, he's,
बिर्सिरहेको गोटे
doesn't have
ट्याक्सले
that tech charge just yet either. So they might choose to just give this over to Aurora. I know they're going to go ahead and focus on getting the buff here too, and Era 404. Unless they fight fools, they just go for the 50-50. RWM going to drop down. He's charging
गरेको
up.
त्यो
Zorn's going to be the
बिचारा
first to
त्यो
go down, and Demon Knight will
वाइएसएस के
secure
गरिरहेको
the
थियो
turtle.
कन्फ्युज भइरहेको थियो टर्टल जम्प किन
Like
नजाउँ भन्ने
quicksand guards, heals back up. They're fine, and Aurora will win that first fight.
Yeah, Demon Kite reading.
Win
Error
bit
for-
हानेर
for
गर्ने
like a
होला
book.
Aurora मलाई तर
Real
टप
world
5 सम्म नि
manipulation,
आउँछ
the way
जस्तो
that
लाग्छ
they
M7
timed it,
किन
made it
हो
so the Team Vamos, even when they
धेरै
wanted
स्ट्रङ
to
टिमहरु
fight,
छ
they
M7
couldn't.
टप
Error
5 नि आउँछ
404
जस्तो
might be for
लागिरहेछ
King
यार
Knight,
मलाई
has the flicker, has the quicksand guard as well. Error 404,
Let's see
what
कसो
he did was
perform
to
गर्छ
pop
Auroraले
his,
टप 5
the-
आउँछ कि आउँदैन
the pop his
M7
arrow
हो
towards the turtle,
किनकि
which could have
SRG छ
actually
ओनिक आइडी
stolen. Maybe there's a chance that he can stay away.
TLPH
It's not as strong as a retribution,
अरु टिम स्प्लिट
but
छ
the way that Demon Kite read through it,
कुन टिम छ
it kind of felt like Error 404 was helping
अर्को
Demon
Aurora
Kite take
Aurora
down
आउँथ्यो
as
Get some extra
Aurora
as he
damage.
saw,
Turkey.
yeah.
किन
As
टप
soon as he
5
saw
हुन्छ
that
मलाई
Easy stop attacking the
कि
turtle,
त
wait
म्यानमारको
for that
अर्को
arrow
टिम
to fly,
त्यो याङ
gets the
भन्ने
retribution and gets the
त्यो
turtle
टिम पनि नर्मल छ
afterwards. Well done, Demon Kite, but Aurora Gaming
फिलिपिन्स
are
भर्सेस
looking like
मलेसिया गेम
1,000
चाहिँ हेरौँ
400 goal
त्यो
because
गेम
of
त
the
कमब्याक हाने
movements
यार
that they were doing
हेर्ने
in the
केटा त्यो
stages.
गेम
Yeah, this is interesting too. You know, Light's got quite a bit of a level
सी
advantage
गेम्सको
against
त
Zorn. I mean,
अड्केर
nearly
चल्ला त्यो सी गेम
a
चाहिँ
full
मैले हेर्न
level. Zorn
दिएको
just hitting that level 4, so he's got the tech charge now. So this is the opportunity for Team Vamos to go ahead and start making some
Indian
plays,
tournament
just like we
wait
saw
गरौँ
him do in Game 1, where it
कि
was
त
really
एक
heavily
र्याङ्क हान्दा
focused
नि
in that
हुन्छ
mid
म
lane. But they're gonna have to choose the fights better, I feel like, because at some point in
आज
day
कस
one,
कसो
they
गेम
just
हो
kind
गेम
of
अफ फ्युचरमा
were caught. Oh,
यतिकै मारिदिरहेको छु गुनिबर जङ्गल लास्टै स्ट्रङ लाग्छ
Arrow
मलाई
404, even without the RWM, again,
गुनिबर
the power
जङ्गल
of that Guinevere,
त्यस्तै राम्रो लाग्छ
that burst damage against a YSS really showing there. They're going to force them off again. Zorn trying to get away. He's going to have to tech charge defensively to get on
वान
out
साइड
from
हान्दिरहेछ
not dying there.
अरूले
Wow, that was great usage of this Guinevere. And you can really say right now
गाइज
that
एकछिन र्याङ्क हान्नु त है र्याङ्क भन्दा नि
Guinevere
क्लासिक हान्नु
actually
म एकखेप
answers the Yushin in many ways.
अनि त्यसपछि फेरि
Obviously,
इन्डियन गेम
Yushin
स्टार्ट
is
हुन्छ
still
अनि फेरि म
very
लगाउँछु
strong
नि
jungling hero. But the Guinevere, if you play it correctly, like what Demon Cat is doing right
Wait,
now,
other
he's
guys.
actually outplaying Arrow 404 many times this game. The fact that you have so much reach through your spatial migration, your dash, there's so much ways for you to tools for you to deal with these Yushin.
And look at this, Aurora so aggressive behind tier 2. They're going to force the tech charge. Edward pops the vengeance. He got the regen too. He's actually still alive with the turtle shield that came through with Natko. The one to get punished, and now Zorn going to be next. They're hunting him down. RWM will drop down as UA picks up a killing spree. Siska can't do anything but watch his teammates die on their side of the map. So Aurora Gaming in game 2 will take everything.
Oh man, Natko miscalculating the ultimate. He popped it way too early.
एकछिन र्याङ्क हान्यो त
Edward
केटा
survives because of that now. They're looking for an exchange though. They will take out one.
Good
But
trade. That was a good trade. I mean, they at least get Demon Kite. But still, Edward's going to find Siska, so Aurora Gaming doesn't go out empty-handed.
एकछिन गाइज एकछिन म यो मिलाउँछु सुरुमा वाच पार्टी रे गऱ्यो भने त्यही छ हो क्या स्क्रिन मिलाएर राख्नुपर्छ क्याप्चर एकछिन केटा 1 मिनट है नयाँ सिजन छ केटाहरूले खेलिसकेको छैन नयाँ सिजन यत्तिकै ठिक छ होला एक ब्रल हान्दै गरौँ न त केटा स्टार्ट गर्नु त्यो मेरो आइडिया होइन त साँच्चै गाइज एक ब्रल हान्यौँ त्यसपछि फेरि इन्डियनहरूको गेम स्टार्ट हुन्छ अनि लगाउनु अनि फेरि एक ब्रल हान्यो ब्रल हान्यो केटा लबी कोड त के होइन बल खेल्ने एकछिन स्क्रिन के हो अझै मिलेको छैन के हो Ranger लिदिनु Ranger Tung 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 tung
影のエクソシストグレンジャー参上
साँच्चै र्याङ्क पुस गर्नुपर्ने यार नयाँ हिरो नि खेल्नुपर्ने थियो नयाँ हिरो कस्तो छ केटा हो नयाँ हिरो ट्राई गर्छै छैन केटाहरूले ट्राई गर्नुपर्ने नयाँ हिरो मैले नि इन्सपायर लियो त ग्रान्जरमा oh my god के गर्दैछ 85 Granzer, let's go. एक ब्रल हानौँ के थाहा फेरि त्यसपछि इन्डियन गेम हेरौँ न हैन स्काई बनाउनु सुरुमा किल त दरो उठ्छ होला ग्रान्जरमा त सुरुमै अल्डान त्यो जेटिएम
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed.
俺様はグレンジャー
इजी हान्नु पर्छ एकता हो चलो छ यार कति स्नाइप भाइ के हान्यो चोरहरुले यार चलन आएन हो न हिरो म एकचोटि ट्राई हान्नु पर्यो केटा मैले एकचोटि ट्राई हानेको छैन एक्सपी को फाइटर रहेछ हैन हल्का हेरिहाल्नु पर्छ यार
どもがどう思おうと知らん俺は奴らを
या पेट्रीफाई हुन्छ क्या म
生きてここからは帰れないぞ
Ult is not ready.
鉛を食え
स्टिकर हान्नुपर्ने रहेछ मसँग स्टिकर रहेछ नि यार यता एकछिन वेट हान्नुमै फेरि यसपछि बात गरौँला नि त्यो गेम
An enemy has been slain. Shut down. Double kill. Triple kill. Shut down.
いつか死ぬべき時が来るが今日ではない
ओए यो त अति रहेछ त
Slain an enemy.
लाइक स्नाइपर त्यस्तै हो
Double kill.
नि मर्यो
隠れる場所はないぞ
जाई केटा हो हान्दिम ओए
Killing spree. Double kill.
के प्रो टिम छ त
Destroyed a turret.
使えそう
म क्लिन थियो यार
An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
चारजनाको स्काई छ यार हाम्रो टिममा
別れの練習をしていただ
सबलाई स्काई बनाउनु छ त्यही भएर किल नपाइरहेको रहेछु मैले त्यस्तो सबको लो पार्दिनँ है ग्रान्जर टिममा भएको यसले नि स्टाइल मैले चाहिँ लो पार्नु पर्छ यार
間違った道だろうが俺は自分の道を突き進む
ओए बिचारा त्यो क्लिन पाठशाला हानेकै अलिक क्लिन रहेछ
この銃の
Has been slain.
全てが俺
An
の意の
enemy
まま
has
だ
been slain. Launch attack.
कसरी मरिरहेको छु क्या म ओ माई गॉड ब्रो
Ally has been slain. The enemy double kill.
कसरी मर्दैछु क्या म
Enemy triple kill. Shut down. Double kill.
ちょっとお別れの練習をしていただけだ
Ally has been slain.
隠れる場所はないぞ
मानो भाइस अल्टी
鉛を食らえ
Slain an enemy.
頑張れ
Double kill.
ट्रिपल केटा हो तर हाने यार यस्तो लामो रेन्ज हुन्छ यार फार्सा मन नै पर्दैन त्यही भएर झ्याउ लाग्छ है फार्सा कस्तो ह्यान्डिङ छ केटा को नयाँ छ केटा लाइक दिस स्ट्रिम हान्नु मैले लाइक पनि हान्नु केटा लाइक सब्सक्राइब हान्नु
An enemy has
सेयर पनि हान्नु स्ट्रिम
An ally has been is not ready.
Masarapp गोटले यार अघि कस्तो कुटेको यार आर्लोटले ए टिभी पो थियो त्यो लाइक मेसेज त गरिरहेको थियो मैले देखिरहेको थिएँ राम्रो खेल्छ तिमीले पनि लेन्स स्लट लेन्स स्लट खेलिरहेको थियो होइन म आर्लोट ग्लोबल ट्राई गरिरहेको थियो तर मेन आइडीमा गर्छु होला आर्लोट ग्लोबल चाहिँ प्रोबेबली के लाग्छ त केटा ग्लोबल पुग्ला त यो हप्तामा ग्लोबल पुगाउने सोचिरहेको छ आर्लोट आर्लोट हल्का स्प्याम हान्नुपर्ने बेला छ सिटी यिनीहरू ब्रले यत्रो लामो हुन्छ यार भर्खर एउटा टरेट भत्किरहेको छ अनि मान्छे फार्छ गर्छ नि त कसरी मरिरहेको छु क्या म ओ माई गॉड यार आफ्नो एचपी हेर्नु पर्यो यार यत्रो लङ रेन्ज मेजहरू छ एक्सिलेन्ट खेल्ने हो यस गाइज एक्सपी खेल्छु अबदेखि म रोम खेल्न सक्दिनँ यार के एक्सपी नै खेल्नु पर्यो मेरो मेन रोल त्यही भएर म आर्लोटहरू स्प्याम गरेर फाइटरहरू भन्नु ओटाको जात्रामा नि म एक्सपी नै खेल्छु भाइ साला कत्रो ड्यामेज हो त्यो जेटिन हेर न आला फ्लेम त हान्दैछ खेल रहा हो कि क्या हो फार्सको अल्टी डज पागलले ल म्याचमा परेको थियो न तपाईँ रोम चाहिँ को अब रोम हाम्रो ओटाको जात्राको रोम गेस हाने केटा हो ओटाको जात्राको रोम को होला गेस हाने त बेटर त्यही केटा हो अब एक्सपी नै खेल्छु म एक्सपी नै प्र्याक्टिस हान्दैछु होइन आजकल कत्रो ड्यामेज हो क्या यार बब लक होइन यार गाइस कोही होइन बब पनि होइन लक पनि होइन ओटाको जात्रामा हाम्रो रोमर छ ओटाको जात्रामा सुमित द फाइनेस्ट बुस्टर हो हाम्रो ओटाको जात्रामा ओइ 999 छ त मेरो त केडी त सक्यो यार गेम डिफेन्ड हान्दै केटा हो come on bro come on let's go कस्तो ड्यामेज हान्छ यार केही हानेको छैन त्यही पनि ए खेल्दिनै म ब्रल कस्तो ल्याङ हानेको मिराज भन्ने यस गाइज मिराज भन्ने सुमित कपाले चिन्दैन होला धेरैजनाहरूले तर बुस्टिङ गरेर हान्छ 3-4,000 पोइन्ट भनौँ न 2-3,000 पोइन्ट ओटाको जात्राको लागि सुमित हो हाम्रो रोमर है गाइज कहिले रहेछ ओटाको जात्राको ल्यान्ड इभेन्ट गेम चाहिँ आजदेखि स्टार्ट रहेछ म्याच सुरु भयो अरे हुन्छ रोकै म गेम सकाइ यो गेम सकेर लगाइहाल्छु एफके गइदिनु नि त त्यस्तो हो
ちょっとお別れの練習をして
ए
いた
मैच
だ
से
け
स्टार्ट
だ
भइसकेको रहेछ त वेट guys म लगाइहाल्छु Godlike देख हानिसक्यो what the fuck
Ult is not ready.
छैन यो मिलाएर त्यसो भए
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
केटा एकछिन है ऱ्याङ्क खेल्नु हुँदैन रहेछ यार ब्रोले यत्रो टाइम लाग्छ एकछिन गाइस सरी है एकछिन है लेट्स गो आई थिंक ल ठिक छ ल अब गेम बनाउन हान्नुपर्छ ठिकै छैन गाइस अब guys games on another
Ult is not ready.
生きてここからは帰れないぞ
Meanwhile, the lane
Login.
change is still not happened. Radium is very, very comfortable at the moment right now. It's
Alright guys, sorry.
few zombies
Obviously game's
don't
on
really
आएला.
dominate him, but Asuna is being denied of his minions. Take a look at Bit.
Oh my god, कत्रो करा गया
That was so close.
आने
But
गया
Vicker forced out.
Godlike कसरी जितिरहेछ के केटा हो
That was a major resource he needed to save to be alive from Van before a team fight broke out. But he is
Hey, Godlike कसरी जितिरहेछ के केटा हो
80-90 seconds. So he's going to make a major impact onto the team fights because he casts CRWM. He's practically a
टिम
6
छोड्योहरु हाइब्रिड गनले
to try and go in.
फिक्स छैन गाइस अहिले केही पनि एपेक्स मर्यो फेरि भ्यान पछाडिबाट आयो रेडियम फाइटर खेल्दैछ यार गाह्रै पर्ने म त यार के हो यो गाटो पागल गाटो यहाँले थ्रो हान्यो असुना मर्यो तर गङको प्यासिभले Uranus jungle? Okay, interesting. Uranus jungle, guys. Uranus jungle.
Trying to take control of the map and
Godlike dominate हानिन्छ केटा हो अहिलेसम्म 2000 को गोल लीड छ एन्टी 4BS खेलिरहेको छु एन्टी को 4BS खतरा छ केटा हो
we know what Bit did last
The
night.
goated 4BS ever.
Bit was able to zone out 4 members by himself.
Fate मर्यो nice
But take a look at the one who's getting taken down. It's
Turtle
Fate.
छोड्यो
His fate has been
सोलले
sealed here. Right, Mr. J.
फेड गर्यो जङलाई मारेर
We have the turtle in the hands of Godlike right now. Ivan is the one who takes that away.
टरेट हान्ने त
There is
कुन्ने
going to be a
कुन्नेको
big
छैन
lane
हेर केटा हो
fight
दुईटैको
right now.
डबल
Take a
फाइटर
look
रहेछ
at Van. He goes in. Does he get that
Love
bomb?
you.
It does not seem to be the case.
Fine,
Shano
fine,
does
fine.
not miss out on that retribution. He
Van?
gets it right.
Van ले
But
पकड
now
oh
Ivan
nice
able to
try nice
escape
try
as
nice try
well. Radium arrives to the scene. Does he want to go in? He finds Bit, but the flicker is able to
flicker,
help him
oh,
escape. That was a close call right there. But the
Bro,
flicker able
bro.
to help the mid laner off.
Bro,
Mr.
the
Andy!
the
The
god XP
phobias that everyone talks about being taken down
एन्टीको
here
4BS लाई 1 UR मार्दै
with
द
that
गोटेड
Tommy's
रोम
hammer.
कम एभर द गोटेड रोम कम
That is the debate being settled.
डिबेट सेटल हान्दियो रे है रोम कमले केटा हो
Rom-com in a one
तर मारेर कस्तो
winning
flicker हाने यार
Sansi onto the
बवाल है
board.
रोम
So
कम
that goes to say a lot
Lovely
that
XP
the
laner, right?
XP
Lovely.
standard might be in this game for now. But IQ S8UL, they are at a
जे होला त असिन आउँदैन त असिन जेले हायर लेन्स स्टार्ट खेल्छ फ्यानी चाहिँ खेल्दैन अनि जोय पनि खेल्दैन
If you just take a look at the side of Godlike,
मन पर्यो है मलाई रोमकमको गेम प्ले मन पर्यो है मारेर फ्लिकर हानेर बाच्यो पनि है कस्तो चाहिँ टरेटमै मारेको यार
try and go for those setups. Romcom already having 4 assists in his name means that he has been the one
Radium?
providing the engagement.
Oi,
But
costa,
right now,
oi, nice
Romcom,
shot.
3
Oi,
people.
Bob,
I'm offended.
lovely.
What is that
Lovely,
combo
lovely
from
engage.
IQSADUL? They are wrecking havoc right now.
Nice,
and they're
nice,
taking
nice.
everyone
Didn't
down.
Moria.
Everyone could
Romcom.
fall here from the side of
Romcom,
Godlike.
nice.
The fade arrives as well. Ivan able
Anti
to
Moria
survive, but he is too
Anti
late to the
bache.
party. Can he still take someone
Agyo,
down?
agyo, fate le,
The
agyo, fate le,
25 combo
agyo.
does not seem to be
Fate le Moria.
working. Anti could answer back with that hammer.
Oi,
But Apex is the
Anti,
one
the
who gets
goat.
that kill. The mid lane is going to be getting taken down.
लास्ट
And Ivan has
थ्रो
to
हाने यार
settle
यिनीहरूले
for
लास्ट
that
थ्रो हाने
purple
नाइस
buff.
नाइस नाइस
That is something so interesting because the fight was
र त्यो जङ्गली कस्तो भयो यार केटा हो भर्खर असुनाको फ्लिकर छैन हैन असुना मोर त लायर केटा हो असुना मर्यो होला रेडियम त सँगै छ रेडियम सँगै छ असुना बाजे 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 थाहा पायो क्या असुनाले ए ओइ थाहा पायो यार असुनाले तर मर्यो असुना एन्टी 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 एन्टीले मार्यो मर्यो 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 बिहान मर्यो Nice gang.
Oh my god, that escape from Brand! Oh, but right now, Romcom could be in trouble here. He's taking 2 members hits, but man, that's just the roamer and the XP. He has nothing to worry about. But that maneuver from Brand almost got him out of that situation that he was in. But man, that kill on a
nice gameplay bhayeko cha one side bhaeko chaina agi bhaira tara soul le comeback hancha guys already item के छ हाम्रो रुबी को फुल ड्यामेज रहेछ सिएल बाट त्यो आयो रोम कोमले फ्लिकर हान्यो ओइ रेडियम 4 मैन अल्टी ओ माय गॉड रेडियम ब्रो मिठो हान्यो यार यसले एटले अल्ट हान्यो एन्टी मर्यो तर मार्यो पेट मर्यो तर Godlike ले हगिरहेछ यार लास्टै हगिरहेछ Godlike ले थ्रो हान्दैछ भनौं न हगिरा भन्दा नि गाइस जो जित्छ फाइनलमा पुग्छ अनि Godlike ले चाहिँ हिजो भर्खर RNTX लाई जितेको RNTX भन्छ चाहिँ विजको टिम हो हाम्रो पहिलाको स्क्वाड मेट MSC को टाइमको बेला
slowly shifting onto the hands of IQ S8UL right now.
Yeah, man.
यो हर्ड के छ बटमा लेन प्रेसर भइरहेछ एन्टीले क्लियर गरेर हुन्छ होला
They're trying to use those skills layer
Pro
by
wave
layer.
बटमा त
It's basically it's an art that you cannot really master if you do not have that kind of coordination that these team
तर भ्यानलाई यो गेम खेल्न गाह्रै हुन्छ यार त्यही पनि त्यसले भ्यानले राम्रो खेलेछ
coordination out of everyone else. But right now another fight breaking out in the adrenaline pit. Do you think, Sarah, this should be the game changer?
This should be it. Look at Fate and Bid. They're trying to target down Jay every single time. And Romcom though, they're a little bit of a danger.
रोमकोम त के हो पागलै हो क्या मर्यो होला रोमकोम रोमकोमले अल्ट हान्यो गाटोकले अल्ट हान्यो एन्टी मर्यो भ्यान नाइस रेडियम असुनाले फ्लिकर हान्यो फेट मर्यो होला फेट मर्यो नाइस वान सोलले जितिरहेछ है गाइस सोलले ग्याङ जितिरहेछ किनकि युरानस मरिरहेको छैन अहिले युरानसलाई चाहिँ ट्याङ्की छ यार थन्डरबेल बनायो जेले युरानसमा म चाहिँ बनाउँदैन थन्डरबेल जङ्गलमा खै के हो ट्याक्सीमा चाहिँ थन्डरबेल बनाउँछु कत्रो हानेको लर्डले ड्यामेज हान्दैछ त
because these guys the match is hanging by a thread right now both these sides a single moment
ओराको लाइनअप को अहिले गाइस केही छैन लाइनअप अहिले स्योर छैन
but
not sure guys on off announce and sure
right changing things around because the lord is up
अब टुर्नामेन्ट हरु आइन मात्र स्योर हुन्छ होला ओराको लाइनअप
right now to set up for this lord
यतिकै खेल्छ मलाई
going in for the lord dance
अब से टुर्नामेन्ट हरु आइन स्योर हुन्छ
trying to get some items
त्यो स्लट वाला MSC को लागि
Apex is the one who still is holding on to the wild charge is always a threat that Godlike wants to avoid.
That is precisely why none of these teams are actually going in.
टिम ले राम्रो खेलेछ गाइस हल्का चोक हाने तर Godlike ले लभली कमब्याक हान्दैछ सोलले रेडियम 4110 ब्रो ड्यामेज पनि हान्दैछ रुबीले
next is going to be the one to fall. And you know what? You do not want to do that when you're 10 minutes down.
This is sponsored by ओटाको जता फाइनल फ्लाइट रे सेप्टेम्बर 9 ले जित्छ जस्तो लाग्छ त आज त्यसो भए अरोरा ग्लेजर भर्सेस सेप्टेम्बर 9 चाहिँ टीडीपी को टिममा रहेछ अरोरा ग्लेजर त्यो काइहरु डर लाग्यो भएको टिममा आज टीडीपी भर्सेस सेप्टेम्बर 9 छ ओटाको जात्राको गेममा
Anti is also going to arrive to the scene, but the thing is within Uranus can you actually make a clutch steal? But I feel like Jay is someone that can't always be trusted with the retribution, and the fact that we are here on the same server, both the junglers will not really have an excuse of the
ये त गरेछन् कसैले नि अहिलेसम्म लिड त इक्वल भइसकेछ सोलको 200 को छ इक्वल भन्नाले हुन्छ यो त यो जङले खेलेको कस्तो जोतको लागिरहेछ मलाई भन्नुपर्दा
Oh.
But no. The arm offended is
जङले अल्ट हाने यार
going to be a concern being wasted as well as the penalty zone coming in from
Asuna.
the side of IQ
Fate.
S8UL.
ओए मारे क्या हो?
On the
ल
left side,
बेसी कटा हान्न पाए मार्छ यार
down
टाइस भने
AOG is gonna
फेरि
come in and this time
ल
around
रेडियो मर्यो नि त असुना नि मर्यो व्हाट द फक
again,
GG यार
Electrifying takes down
कस्तो
Asuna
मिठो टिम फाइट हाने यार गड लाइकले
with the conceal. But
बिट
Jay
पनि
Ho
बाँचिरहेछ
as
एन्टी नि
long
मर्यो
as Romcom takes
ब्लन्डर भयो यार
down
गाइस सोललाई
Anti.
ब्लन्डरै भयो
Alvan chasing down Apex once again. Jay Ho being taken down
Oh
by three
my
people. That's
God,
four.
bro. Godlike-हरु
Members
कस्तो strong हो त?
for the side of Godlike.
हिजो सोललाई
And now
हिजो
they have the
विचहरुलाई
lord
हाने
for
आज
themselves.
सोलहरुलाई हानेछ यार ब्रो बप्पाल खेल्दैछ यार
For a moment I thought
जङले मिठो हाने
IQ
अहिले चाहिँ
SADUL
मिठो
have
हाने
everything in their control. But the
असुनाको
way
फ्लिकर
he
बेट हाने
turned
त्यसपछि
around,
जोय आएर
the
असुनालाई
AOG
मारिदियो
from Art is everything that speaks for itself. And
असुनालाई
Ivan
गाह्रो
with
भइरहेछ
that,
यार यो गेम
Asuna was already there with that RWM. Ivan just waiting for the right time, goes in with that
होरा किन
electrifying
नखेलेको नि त्यो
burst Asuna
होरा
in,
हामी
and
छौँ
that is
गाइज
how
ओटाको
IQ
जात्रामा
SADUL
सिधै टप
went falling
टेन
off
मा
in that
स्लट
team
दिएको
fight.
छ हामीलाई
But now the
त्यही
Lord
भएर
being taken down as
अगाडिको
well.
क्वालिफायरहरु
What
खेलेको
is
छैनौँ
this,
हामीले
what is the approach that IQ SADUL are going to take right now?
एनसीबी आउँथ्यो होला त अब खै गाइज स्योर छैन अब भ्युवर राम्रै आयो भने त एनसीबी नै आउला टुर्नामेन्टलाई
to take down all the inhibitors.
कति भ्युज आएर चाहिँ इन्डियन टुर्नामेन्टको
That's
हेरौँ
the mistake which IQ
3000
made
एक्स चाहिँ ब्रो
last time
द्याट्स
around,
ह्युज
but
यार
this time around they should
3000
be a little more
आइरहेछ यार
confident about their gameplay because
फाइनल
currently
पनि होइन यार यो अझै
no one
फर्स्ट ल्यान्ड
is
टुर्नामेन्ट क्या
losing.
राम्रो वाला
Goal lead
फाइनल पनि होइन यो
in favor of IQ.
3K वाचिङ है गाइज 3K वाचिङ
4,500 in favor
कवाल हेर त्यो
of
भने
Godlike, but they're trying to go in, but Romcom is being alone though. He is going to be caught out if he dives into deep, but Art here
डिफेन्ड त छ गाइज यसपालि चाहिँ छ होला असुनाले डिफेन्ड त हान्छ होला मेज डिफेन्ड त राम्रै छ इभको अनि रुबी पनि छ कन्टिन्युसली हान्नु मिल्छ यिनी भत्किँदैन होला यसपालि चाहिँ ठिक छ ठिक छ फेट मऱ्यो क्या फेट मऱ्यो
Against Magic Defense, but Fade escapes
Wait, one
using that
HP.
Black Dragon form. He has baited the members of IQ SADUL inside the
Wait,
own
Apex
area.
ulti miss हान्यो।
This is the thing that they were
Oh,
looking
बिचाराको
for.
flicker
Godlike
चेन्ज
was
यार, बल्ल
going
आयो
for
flicker।
more. Fastly looking for the engage, but that will be a lot of
Anti-
XP.
anti
Just
मर्यो होला यार।
Anti, very low,
Anti-
still going in.
anti
and he
लाई
does it
रोके,
all. He
पागल भयो त्यो
survives,
Mobius।
But now Fade has taken him down. Are trying to escape
Eve
as well.
मर्यो यार।
Taking
Eve
the
कसरी
amount
त्यहाँ
of HP
पुग्यो?
that he has. Fade on the other
ना
hand,
यार,
he's
यिनी
going to
भत्कायो
push on
यार।
the other side.
the inhibitor will be taken
Art-
down by the
art-
side of Godlike Esports.
ओए बाँच्यो त्यो
and
art।
even the
पागल
other
हिरो
two
यार यो
will be
गाटक त।
left out at very low HPs. The next wave
Indiaको
should be
competition
enough
चाहिँ
for the side of IQ S8UL
32,000 यार
to try
ब्रेन्डेड
and
प्लेयरको
take
हो
down
मेन भनेर
those
क्या
mighty turrets.
जुत्दै गर्छ
Guess what?
कन्टिन्युसली
They are taking it
मर्दैन
out.
नि मर्दैन क्या यिनीहरूको हिरो कस्तो 1-1 एचपीमा बाँच्छ हेर
Targeting
न
your inhibitor, IQ S8UL, you
Blue
need
ball.
to protect your turrets.
ल ओइ साँच्ची
Fredo.
ए टरेट किन हेरेछ नि यिनीहरूले
The turret
यिनी
being
ब्लास्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ यार
treated like an excess by Sarah. Sarah thing as usual, you know.
कास्टरले कस्तो
But with
दिन्छ यार
that, we have IQ SADUL.
यिनी ब्लास्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट चाहिँ हो यार एमएनएस भन्दा इम्पोर्टेन्ट नै यिनी टरेट
kind of necessary to try and
यिनी
chase
टरेट
down the
फुट्यो भने चाहिँ
member.
लाइक
It
अपोनेन्टको
just
मिनियन
lost
चाहिँ
their
ठुलो हुन्छ
game
अनि
just
हामीलाई
like
प्रेसर
that.
हुन्छ क्या
The complaint by Sarah
अपोनेन्टको
is
ठुलो
definitely
मिनियन हुन्छ अनि
valid.
त्यही अब
Hopefully
यिनी
does
सपोज
not affect
यिनी
anyone
गएको
else.
टिमको चाहिँ लाइक
Right now,
90%
we're
त्यो
looking
टिम
at
चाहिँ
the
हारिसक्यो
demonstration
क्या
being
अलरेडी
played here by Romcom, and he's going to take that
त्यही भएर
I'm
यिनी
offended
लास्ट
any
चाहिँ
day.
इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ गाइज
Because, man,
लाइक
really,
कम्पिटेटिभ
he really
सिनतिर
wants Romcom. Oh my God, Romcom! He was
Godlike
going for
ult
the
हानेछ
engage. The
जिएमा।
bait has been used. Fade arriving.
नाइन नाइन
with
रङ
that
टिम फाइट
Black Dragon
गडलाइकको लास्ट
form.
चाहिँ रङ
But
टिम
take a look
फाइट
at Bit getting marked down
गडलाइकको
as well.
रिसर्च गयो कार्टो कल छैन युजङ
Just
कल
does
छैन
not
पर्फेक्ट
want to
चान्स
go
फर
in
सोल
because he knows if he
यति
gets
बेला
taken
प्ले
down,
हानेन भने गाह्रो पर्छ
and the
सोललाई
rest of the members are just going to
किनकि
follow up
जङको
on
र
him.
गाटो कल छैन पर्फेक्ट इन्गेजमेन्ट हान्नु पर्यो
Exactly what Godlike, they have
कि त
so
एपेक्सको
much advantage
एपेक्सको
right now,
फ्लिकर
and
अरू छ
honestly, this
हेरौँ है
should
गाइज
be
के
the
गर्छ
very
अब
last
सोलले
lord of this game if Godlike secures it for themselves. But if they make a mistake, which they should not be doing
ब्रो
at
भ्यान
all,
पछाडिबाट आउँदैछ
because
यार यो जोइ
secure is what you want for yourself. Romcom getting targeted down for the
Romcom,
look at that,
Romcom.
because he is getting marked down, and he
Romcomले
trying to
ओइ
go in,
रोमकोमको अल्ट छैन
back
अल्ट
onto the
छैन
back line. Again, the Black Dragon is going to
असुना
come in
असुनाको
this
फ्लिकर छ
time
अलरेडी
around. They are trying to
बचाइरहेछ
slow
नाइस
him
नाइस
down.
नाइस
Asuna with the pet
ओ माई गॉड कस्तो चढेको हो असुनामाथि यिनीहरू ब्रो जिजी यार कसरी बचाउने क्या मेजलाई ओ माई गॉड ब्रो मार्किङ हेर न यार लास्ट ओए रोमकोमले एन्टीको माथि रिकल हाने ब्रो ओभर फार्मिङ जिजी यार गाइस नाइस ट्राई सोल बबाल खेले guys Godlike definitely bro.
What is
Marking
happening
हेर न
right
Godlike
now?
को यार.
I
Oh
can't
my god
explain.
bro.
Neither can Sara.
Maze land
Neither
भनेपछि
can anyone else.
या हेर न
Right.
असुनालाई.
Towards it for
असुना
themselves.
कसरी
If
मर्छ
they
क्या
make
लाइक
a
कसरी मार्न
mistake,
सक्छ क्या
which
असुना.
they should not be
फ्लिकर
doing
थिएन
at
रहेछ नि त
all
असुनाको.
costs, because
मतलब
the 2-0
फ्लिकर
is what
कहाँ
you
हान्यो
want
असुनाले
for
फ्लिकर साथी.
yourself. Rom-com getting targeted down further. Look at that, because he is getting marked down, and D trying to go
रोमकमले
in
अल्ट मिस
back
हाने.
onto the
या
back line.
युजङले
And the
कस्तो
Black Dragon
पर्फेक्टमा
is going to come
भ्यानलाई
in
हेरौँ
this
है.
time around. They are
युजङले
trying to stun him down. Asuna
अल्ट
with the
हान्यो.
Rectify, he's going to get targeted down. That's a 3-man knock-up
ब्रो
coming
जे
in
गरे
from
नि
Godlike.
बाज्दैन जे
Dragon
गरे नि
trying to
बाज्दैन
go in
मेज.
for a little bit something more.
त्यस्तो
Rom-com is
पर्फेक्ट
looking
मार्किङ
good to
हान्दैछ
come in for
यिनीहरूले.
Rom-com. Apex will be the one falling. His immortality out. He tries to mark
GG यार
down
guys,
the
GG.
base, but the members
रोमकमले त अति अरा
of
फार्मिङ हान्दा.
esports farming aura in the middle of everything as they
रोमकमको एक्चुअली
take
बाबा लाग्यो
away
मलाई.
a
Definitely, bro.
2-4-none.
GG यार guys.
What is happening right
Perfect
now?
marking
I
हान्दा
can't
यार यिनीहरूले.
explain. Neither can Sara. Neither can anyone
BO3 हो
else.
BO3 हो कि BO5 हो
Man,
बिर्स
that
यार.
was a great moment that our cameraman
हेर
captured right
एपेक्सले
there,
लाग्यो
don't you
हेर
think?
सबजना चुप्छ त्यही
Rom-com
पनि
was
एपेक्स मात्रै
literally
बोल्ला
slamming down the
यस्तो
hammer on
मोटिभेसन चाहिन्छ
Anti
कि केटा
when he was
टिममा हारे पनि
personally
होइन.
calling.
जितेको गेम त
Rough
सबै
farming,
बोल्छ
that's
हारेको
what
गेम
we
बोल्नु
call
पर्यो
it.
नि
But
त्यो म्याटर गर्छ क्या
hey,
मोस्ट.
that's a 2-0.
यसले
So
ज्ञान
whose
चोदिसक्यो एपेक्सले त्यहाँ ज्ञान
prediction
चोदिसक्यो है
do you
केटा.
think is going to come true?
के भयो
I
मिस्टेक के
don't
भयो.
know. Is it going to be
यस्तो यस्तो
Apex
सोध्यो
who
होला.
made the right
नेक्स्ट गेम
prophecy
के
to
गर्ने
that, or
सोधिरहला.
is it going to be art? And we know when it comes to prophecies,
दुई
who
हानिसक्यो
always
भनेपछि
wins.
अभियसली केटा बेस्ट अफ 5 होला भनेपछि.
We do not
नभए यिनीहरू
know.
सेलिब्रेट हान्न
You know
थालिहाल्छ
what?
नि
The
होइन
crowd,
यो.
they are. We have seen Godlike pull off these amazing clean sweeps, and that is exactly what they are aiming
मस्त.
for this game around. But
त्यो यिनीहरू त कोही हाँसेकै छैन त एकजना हाँसिरहेको रहेछ. अझै एक गेम बाँकी छ होला केटा भनेपछि
And
बेस्ट अफ
talking
5 रहेछ.
about reverse sweeps, that's what
ड्राफ्ट
the
ड्राफ्ट
best
त
story
ठिकै छ
is
त
there,
केटा.
right?
अब
And
त्यही हो फाइटर मेटा छ नि त अहिले
just
फाइटर
maybe
खेलाउनु त जसले नै अनि
the
मेजलाई त गाह्रो हुन्छ.
writers of the story right now could be the one writing for
कति भयो
themselves.
स्कोर
Maybe
स्कोर
they're planning for a
2-0.
reverse sweep right
गो
now. And
टेक्स एपेक्स जसको
we
ड्यामेज ड्राफ्ट.
have the hero
I
of the
think
match
this will
right
go
now, the
like
one who was being
this will
displayed
go
at the
marksman
end
and
of
their
that,
jungler they
of that
can't
match.
play like
The one who was
good
recalling, the one who was
assassin.
slamming
That's
down
why
his
they are
hammer
playing
is
utility jungler.
Mr. Romcom from Godlike.
he is obviously the man of the match indeed.
Imagine
His
getting
setups, he
drop
did miss
E
out
but
on one
take
penalty
0
though.
skilling
But
at
that's okay
jungler.
when you
Bro,
are
shut
getting
the
to
fuck
an
up you
aura
coach.
form at
You
the
are
end
bro
of the
coach
match,
guys.
the
Gyan
camera
chodi raha
focusing
cha
all on you, the spotlight is yours.
Bro, this is the
The
India
game
draft, bro,
is
not
obviously
Singaporean draft.
yours. So he
Different
did
draft,
amazingly
different draft.
well. There was 604 goal per minute.
Rock Lunox is just naturally
Very
always
close
wins,
to the
so
gold
take
later.
something that
Yeah,
can
man. I
pass
mean, we
clear the
only saw
mid.
806, which is not that
Yes,
different
coach,
at
you are
all.
right. Yes,
Especially if you're
obviously.
carrying a Terizla, you do not really expect
No.
to, someone to have a 6
ज्ञान चाहिँ अति
GPM.
चोच्छ है फेरि यसले
The
केटा.
fact that he was able
बेस्ट
to
अफ 3
achieve
रहेछ
that
गाइस बेस्ट अफ
goes
3
to
हो
show
अनि
he has
गडलाइक
always
अलरेडी
been involved in those team fights.
गडलाइकले 2
And
गेम
again,
जित्सक्यो
getting to that
2 गेम.
last setup from Van as well as the combo coming
Combo,
in
it's
from
not about
Faye.
her
He
drafts.
was able to seal the deal
Yes,
right there.
guys,
The
hero.
Petrify combo being followed by the
हल्का भन्नु
Electrifying
assassin
Mist.
खेल्दैन
I
भनौँ.
mean,
Jay
they are
doesn't play
taking
that
that damage while
quite
getting
good
knocked
assassin.
out. Just like Violet or Queen being used
He
for
can
something.
play Lancelot as well as
Exactly.
Hayabusa,
And
but
like I
I don't
said,
think about
usually
Zoe
she's
and
not the
Fanny.
utility mage she was before. Now
So त्यही
she
भएर नि
got
होला
your
फ्यानी
points,
ब्यान छ
and you
अनि
will
जोई
be
पिक
taking
हानेको यो
CC
ब्यान
by
छ
your
त्योले.
enemies every single time, and that is beautifully what Godlike executed in today's game. But you know what? S8UL, they've got one more chance to at least get a 2-1 for now, and then they get the break to re-strategize for themselves.
ल
and
गाइस
think of
यसपछि
something
अझै एउटा
else.
गेम बाँकी छ.
Because otherwise
एउटा गेम हैन
they will
कमब्याकै
be
हान्छ होला
moving down
सोली
to the lower
अभियसली.
bracket,
अब
and the lower bracket, that's not going to
के
be
ड्राफ्ट
easy at
मिलेन
all.
भन्ने र केटा हो.
Exactly, man. Lower
रेडियमले
bracket,
गोल्ड
they
लेन
do not
खेल्नुपर्छ
want
होला
to
एक
be
गोल्ड
there on
लेन
the
हो त्यो
last
मार्क्स
day. They do not
खेल्नुपर्छ
want
जसलाई
to
मलाई
get
चाहिँ.
knocked out on the
अब
last day.
जेले युटिलिटी
None of
खेल्ने
the-
भए चाहिँ
none of these
अभियसली
guys
फाइटर
want to be there.
गोल्ड काम
But
छैन.
man,
अभियसली
right now,
जङ्गल
reality
उतै
still
खेल्नुपर्छ
chooses fair to
मार्क्सम्यान.
be there. And a
किनकि
reverse sweep
यता यो
is
ड्राफ्टमा
never
असुना
out of
मात्रै
the
ड्यामेज
question
डिलर थियो अनि
if we have a
असुनालाई
team
मात्रै
like
मार्किङ
Icon
हान्दा
SATL
हेर न.
on the
अनि
other
असुना
side.
मरेपछि
Not
गेमै
gonna lie
सक्यो.
though,
एभ्री
the
टाइम त्यही भइरहेको नि
gameplay,
त टिम
like
फाइटमा
maybe
नि.
with
अभियसली
those
असुना
coordinated
मऱ्यो कि
setups
सक्यो.
where the skills
टिम
were
फाइटै
so
हार्यो.
well, timed,
रेडियमले
focused,
ड्यामेज त
was so
दिइरहेको थियो
much
तर
more
त्यस्तो
beautiful to
ड्यामेज
see.
इनफ हुँदैन
And
नि
what
त
Godlike
अभियसली
did
अरूले नि ड्यामेज हान्नु पर्यो
beauty isn't always
रुबीले
in
अब
those
जति
things.
सक्ने ड्यामेज
Sometimes
त
it's
दिइरहेछ
in those
obviously
team fights as well. It's sometimes in
8 to 8
retaliating back
Ray.
as well, not just the setups.
Palm
And that
lead
is what
कति छ
Godlike did better in this
जेले
game.
गाइज राम्रो खेला थियो
That's
गेम नट ब्याड
exactly
भनौँ न
what.
अब
And you
पिक्ने
know
त्यस्तो
what?
छ अब
Into the
त्यही
goal
पिकमै
line
अनुसारले
holding,
चाहिँ obviously
Radium, he
राम्रो
had
खेला
better
थियो भनौँ
KDA as we saw the head-to-head.
स्टिल अब एउटा
And
अझै दुईटा ड्यामेज डिलर चाहिँ
honestly
चाहिन्छ भनौँ
speaking,
न टिममा
that
असुना मात्रै
was
थियो
a little
असुनाले
bit
त्यही पनि हान्न पनि
Ruby
पाएन जस्तो लाग्यो यो गेम त
ultimate's coming in from the side of IQ
किनकि
S8UL.
obviously
But
marking
end of
हाने
the
होइन
day,
थियो
if
गाह्रो छ
there's
यार
four
फ्री हिट हान्न
people
इभलाई त
jumping onto
त्यस्तो
your
मार्किङ
damage
छ
dealer, things would not be
जुक्सिनी
looking
चढ्छ
so
जोइ
well.
पनि चढ्छ
That is
युजङ
honestly
तेरिजला
exactly what
घाटक
happened.
सबै चढ्ने हेरेछ
And with that, man, take a look at the screen right now. It's Apex versus Art. The people
एपेक्स
who
भर्सेस
predicted what the scores
आर्ट
could be right now. Art's
रोमकमले
prediction coming
बबाल
true.
हेऱ्यो guys here.
Apex probably can turn
The
things
patch
around
key make Cloud
right
very
now.
strong. Yeah,
The
just
prediction that
trust
he did
DHS and
was
auto
already
win.
wrong, but the game result can still be altered
Sound
with,
गयो
of
अरे
course, his draft. That is
Sound
all that this
आइरहेछ त
S8UL needs. And the fact that
I haven't reached the
1v1
read the patch yet,
is
bro. I have
going
to
to be a
check the patch
story
as
for
well.
the books. Rom-com versus anti in the EXP
Romcom
game.
versus
That is a
anti
very,
the
very
XP battle
classic
kid
game that everyone wanted to see, and they did get a taste of it tonight because Rom-com won in that 1v1 duel.
1v1 my
That's
rage
what,
थियो
and
Romcom
that was game
Romcom को
number
मलाई त्यही
2.
त
And
XP
guess
भएन
what?
लाग्छ
We
मैले
will
रोमकोमलाई
have some
नम्बर 1 मा रेट
amazing
गरेको थिएँ
special
XP को नि
guests
इन्डियाको
joining us very soon. We are powered by Prog News, and they will be joining us in a few moments as we are
Look guys
currently
एकछिन
waiting
ब्रेक
up
हुन्छ
for the teams
एकछिन
to
ब्रेक
be
सम्म के
ready
गर्ने
for the
गेम्स अफ
third
फ्युचर
game where
म
the
गेम त खेल्दिनँ होला यार त्यो
streak
मिलाउनै
might
छ होला
just
यार
get
फेरि
rewritten. Because for now, guess what? IQ S8UL so far in this tournament, they had a clean streak. But guess who's breaking it? It is none other than Godlike Esports.
Godlike
Exactly, and
Sport
that is
the number
exactly
1
why
sponsor
right now
of
it's going
India
to be much,
number
much
1 or
more
number 2
interesting to
probably
see if IQ S8UL can actually
सोलो होला नम्बर
retaliate
1 चाहिँ
or are they
स्पोन्सर
just
वाइज
going
त
to let this domination keep going on?
ए
Because
लबी
IQ
दाइरा हेरे
S8UL is
पछाडि
always known to be the kind of people that come from behind and
गेम
take
स्टार्ट
things into
भइहाल्छ
their
क्या हो
own.
एकछिन
And Godlike
हुन्छ
is
जसलाई गेम
definitely
स्टार्ट
serving that story for them on the plate. It is exactly what these guys want at the moment, right?
It will definitely be a very fun story as we get to see the third game. And
गेम अफ फ्युचर
guess
नहेर्ने
what?
गेम अफ फ्युचर कसको गेम भइरहेछ गाइस
Just
म
arrived,
एकछिन
we
चेक
are having some amazing giveaways in the stream as well. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe with your friends.
टिम स्प्लिट
Because
भर्छ
these
आरआरक्यू हो
prizes,
सिरे
they are just for
गेम
you.
अफ फ्युचरमा
And all we need is for
ब्रो
you to support us
ब्रो
before
व्हाट
we
द
give them away
फक
to you.
टिम स्प्लिट भर्छ आरआरक्यू हो सी कुन बेला कता हो मैले टिम स्प्लिट भर्छ आरआरक्यू हो सी देखिरहेको थिएँ कति होला
Successful had it been that they were not facing
like how that I've always
टिम
wondered,
स्प्लिट
and
भर्छ
maybe you have
आरआरक्यू
some
हो सी
insight
केटा
on this, Wolf,
प्रेडिक्सन
because I
हाल्नु
know
त
you've
कसले जित्छ
interviewed
टिम
a whole
स्प्लिट
lot
भर्छ
of
आरआरक्यू हो सी
talent and coaches and staff, and I'm wondering how maybe if it's difficult at all.
टिम
Like, will
स्प्लिटले
you
जित्छ
have to go
सक्छ
ahead and
केटा
communicate
मान्छे
with the players?
टिम स्प्लिट टप 5 मा नि
Being
पुग्छ होला
from the
एमसेना
Philippines, and then
ढुक्क
he's
हो
working with
टिम स्प्लिट लास्ट
Indonesian
चाहिँ स्ट्रङ
talents,
छ
and of
केटा
course you're going to have like a translator there and everything else, and a
मान्छे
coach
लास्ट स्ट्रङ
staff
लाग्छ
there
टिम
to help
स्प्लिट
you out. But that's what I'm wondering, and how difficult it is. I wish we had like some documentary
start
out there
कहिले
for
हुने
some of the
केटा
coaches that
Maybe,
jump
yeah.
to like different leagues, and then it's like they kind of talk about their experiences and like because obviously not just a language barrier,
yes
but like
win yes
building
guys
the
yes
trust
जित्छ स्लाइड
with
एस
these
मलाई पनि
players
है
who have
केटा
been playing for like a long time, and then that affect that coach
किनकि
power has
आरआरक्यू
here
हो
for
सी
this
राम्रो
roster.
भयो अभियसली तिनीहरू M7 मा
So,
आउँथ्यो
my quick answer to that is very, very difficult.
Game
It's
start
a
हुन टाइम
daunting
लाग्छ क्या
task,
हो
and not everybody can actually
यो यस्तो हो
overcome
क्या
it,
गेम अफ फ्युचरको
especially
हल्का
when the
टाइमै लाग्छ
organization wants immediate results.
Yeah.
One of the main
Let's see.
criticisms
तर
about
यो
our
गेम
games
यो
is,
म्याच हेर्न मजा आउँछ
how
अभियसली
quickly they cycle
आरआरक्यू
through
भर्छ
their
टिम
imports,
स्प्लिट
be it from the coach, be it from the players, right?
Yeah.
स्प्लिट
And
नट स्प्लिट
we
नट
have
एज
learned
स्ट्रङ
along the
रे
way that
स्प्लिट
in
राम्रो
order
छ
to
यार
be
केटा हो
successful as an import, you gotta have to put in a lot
लेट्स
of
सी
time
त
and
कति
work. That's
पर्फर्म
why
गर्छ मलाई चाहिँ
Godlike
स्ट्रङ
Esports,
टिमै
for
लाग्छ
example,
अभियसली
have
टिम
built
स्प्लिट
their house
टप
around
3 मा आउँछ
Kyrie
जस्तो
and
लाग्छ
coaching.
टप 3 कि
It
टप 5
wasn't
मा
that
M7
good in the
M7 र टप 5 चाहिँ
first
ढुक्क हो
few weeks that they've
टिम
had,
स्प्लिट
but eventually they got it because it was, it was a
लेट्स
lot
होप
of
नयाँ
time that
रिजनले
they
नि
had to
जितोस्
do
कति
it.
एउटै रिजनले हैन
Same
जितेर
with Baloyski, for example, right? The first 2 seasons of Baloyski weren't that successful, and then come the third, they have already
इन्डियनहरुको
established
ड्राफ्ट स्टार्ट भयो यार यो
their
एकछिन
strength in
ड्राफ्ट हुन
that
टाइम
region.
लाग्छ
Right.
That can
Crowd control, which is actually the NCC that comes up these days, is going to be much, much more useful if you
guys
pick up
yo
those two
probably
short
this
range because
will
you
be the
are on the blue
last
side.
game
So
सोलले
if
जितेन
IQ
भने चाहिँ
S8UL do not
किनकि
really
this is
man
best
out
of
the
5
session right
already
now,
अनि
it's going to be
सोलले
a big headache for them to deal with Bane
सोलले
once
2
again,
पोइन्ट
which they already
गइसक्यो
did in the
सोलको
last
के हो
match.
यो
So
पिकहरु के
remembering
छ
that,
युज
they
सङ यो त
do
अगाडिको
justice
पिकहरु
by
के
banning
त्यस्तो
out
हेर्नु
the
पर्दैन
Sushin
होला
and respecting Bid.
Exactly so. And guess what? What
गेम
if
साउन्ड हल्का इन्क्रिज हाल्नु पर्यो
S8UL we're just testing
यो
the
फर्स्ट पिक
waters so
स्मेरिलाले
far?
यार यो फेट
Because,
त 1
but no, they've
1
given
ट्रिक
away
नै हो
the
कि क्या
Esmeralda
स्मेरिला
again. win.
And And giving away the Esmeralda
अँ,
is something that
कास्टरको
they
साउन्ड
did in the
कति
first
सानो
game
आइरहेछ
as
गाइज
well.
यति हो यार म्याक्स योभन्दा ठुलो गर्ने
And
भनेको
we know what the result was. IQ S8UL are forced
म्याक्स
to
भलुङ
adapt
गरिसक्यो
at the moment. The patch is looking really, really in favor of Godlike as the way things stand. So cannot really, I'm judging based on the things that I've seen so far. Cannot really say that is not
फुल
true.
हालिदिउँ न विल विन
So right now,
गड
Godlike are
लाइक
looking
के
really,
हो
really
अनि
strong. Seems like they've studied what works at the moment, especially with whatever that they have, with whatever time that they had. IQS8UL right now seem to be struggling, so they do need to come up with plans to try and counter whatever Godlike is asking them at the moment. So yeah, with that, let's see. Their answers is going to be that Hilda once again, but we already saw that Van was still able to outmaneuver the rotations of the Hilda.
That's honestly something so mentionable for the side of Godlike Esports. But this time around, IQS8UL will be the ones locking in onto the Thamus as well as the Hilda early on. That is going to leave Bid with his Kimi this time. And what if he picks it up? He does have the Valentina still. So what do you think, Fredo?
र पुल हानेछु भोटानौँ
Man,
क्लिन स्विप
I
प्रोभाइडली क्लिन
think
स्विप
he's
चाहिँ हुँदैन
going
होला
to just pick up
टोलले
that
कमब्याक हान्छ होला
Fanny once again. With this, Ivan has just proved that
लेट्स होप
he's not really
सोलले
scared
कमब्याक
of
हानोस्
playing
किनकि
Fanny
अभियसली
against the best
वान
roamer of
साइड
India
गेम
or
भइरहेछ
something.
अहिलेसम्म त
Because
भनौँ न
man, Apex is
अघि
someone that
कमब्याक
never
भइसकेको थियो
really
तर अनि
cares if the
स्टिल
enemy has a good
दे
assassin.
म्यानेज टु
He
विन है
knows counters
कमब्याक
are
गरिसक्यो
something that
सोलले
exist in the game. But
अनि पछि
Asura right now,
असुनाले
he's going to take that,
कति त लियो फ्यानी ओपन गरे
aggressive
यिनीहरूले
ball into
लापु
his hands.
ब्यान
He's going to be the one
स्मेरलाई देखे हो
trying to
यिनीहरूले
set the pace of the game with his
अनि
Kadita
यसपालि
pick.
एन्टीले
He
चाहिँ
was getting
थामुद लिएको छ
harassed in the last game. That is not what happens every day to Asuna. So Asuna here, trying to go for whatever he can and go for trying to prove that he is the
अब
one
के भन्छ
that wins
असुना
the game
अब त्यही
and
यो
he
गेम
does
त
not
बाँच्छ
let
होला
anyone else
कतितामा
do
त
that to him again.
फाइनलमा
That's
को छ
what
यो गेम जसले
this
चाहिँ त्यो
time
फाइनलमा
around
पुग्छ
for
अनि
the
यो
IQS8UL.
आजको गेम
They
जो हार्छ
are
त्यसले
going to
लोवर
make it
ब्राकेटको
a
टिमलाई
little
फेस
bit
गर्छ
more
प्रोभाब्ली लोवर
serious
ब्राकेटबाट
because
आरएनटिएक्स आउँछ
Kadita is
विचको
one
टिमहरू
of those pocket picks
अनि यो
for
गेम जसले
Asuna
जित्छ त्यो
which
चाहिँ फाइनलमा पुग्छ है
makes it
गाइस
work so well. And that is
सो
something
प्रोभाब्ली
we
यहाँबाट
won't
जो
just
हारे
be able
पनि
to say because this time
फाइनलमा
around
भेट्छ होला
there's a
एकअर्कालाई
Fanny, there's a Kimi, and the Fanny
ए
will be the
इयरफोन
one
लगाएको
still
यिनीहरूले
be
त्यसपछि
hesitating to go near his
इयरफोन
blue
लगाए
buff
पनि
because we
हेडफोन
have
लगाएको
seen the kind of
ओके नोइज
positionings
क्यान्सलेसन
Asuna
आउँदैन
goes
भन्नु
in
होला
for all the time.
Yes, we've already seen what Asuna is all about. It's all about the positioning. It's all about the damage. It's all about the guy
सुन्नाले
that controls
कति
the game.
ताले छ गाइस यो
But the fact that
फ्यानीको अगेन्स्ट
Van
राम्रै
was
हुन्छ
able to get behind him and
यो
take him
जे
down
हो
and
गाइस
still
यो
come
जे हो
out
यो एन्टी
unscathed
एपेक्स
means that
बिचको अनि यो
something is
असुना
wrong
अनि
right now
लास्टको
that
चाहिँ रेडियम है
IQS8 will need to fix.
सोलको चाहिँ
But the thing is, in the duration of such a short time, can you actually do that?
फेस
But the thing is, you don't
र
have time
नामहरू
as well. Right now, IQS8UL are going to be forced to do
एपेक्सको
things that
कपाल
they
पो
have never
अति
done. They have
बबाल
to do
देख्दैछ
it
त
right now
के
or
हो
it's
यस्तो
over. It is what decides, the game tonight right now. This is the third game. You cannot really,
सेक्सी
have any more
देखिरहेछ
second
है एपेक्सको
chances. You are
कपाल
going to be knocked down into the lower
यताको चाहिँ को
bracket
होला
where you have to climb your way back up if you want to have a
पुरै
fighting shot at
ज्ञान
the
दिइरहेछ
trophy.
एपेक्सले
Because
अति
man,
ज्ञान दिइरहेछ
this is a trophy that has the name of the
यहीको
tournament
कता
on
मरे
it, right?
यहीको गाइस जिम जान्छु
That's
रेगुलरली
kind of a first for all of us.
स्ट्रिम
And
मैले
guess
पनि
what?
गायब भएको
We
थिएँ स्ट्रिम
are
त गरेको
on
थिएन
to the second
यहीको नि
picking
हल्का बिजी
phase
छ
and
भनौँ न
IQS8UL need to
छिटै
decide
गर्छ होला
on
यहीकोले
one
केटा हो
possible thing.
लेट्स सी
What can they go in for here? They need a goal
और लाइक
later.
इजी
They
यो
need
गेम
a
कमब्याक हान्नै पर्छ
jungler
यार सोलले
onto the goal.
अभियसली
It is
युजङ लियो
going to be the
भनेपछि
Yuzhong
डबल
once
फाइटर
again,
अगेन
and the Thamus will be forced
यिनीहरूले मार्क्समै नै खेला
towards
छैन
the
यार
EXP lane this
सोलहरूले
time around. So Jay, he will be
कास्टरलाई
left
थाहा नै
to
छैन
deal
कास्टरलाई
the
देखाइरहेछ भनेर
majority of the damage against that much of poke, that much of sustain and frontline
कास्टर
coming
आफ्नै
in from
दुनियाँमा छ केटा
Godlike.
कास्टर
But Godlike here, what do you think they can go in for?
I think Godlike right now are sitting in a pretty comfortable spot where they can do whatever
जोसेफ
they
जङ्गल
want,
ग्याप
right?
जोसेफ त लोवर
So
ब्राकेटमा
I
छ यार
wouldn't be
हिजो
surprised
गडलाइकसँग
if they
टुजेर खाएर
try and kind of like give away a game or
जोसेफको जङ्गल
something
राम्रै
to
छ
the side
तर
of
ल्यान्डमा खै
IQS8UL,
त्यस्तो
and that
पर्फर्म
is
गरेको चाहिँ
just
देखेको छैन
because
अहिलेसम्म मैले
they want to like toy with them or
यताको चाहिँ
something.
प्लेयरहरू चाहिँ
But
यो चाहिँ
man, that
एक्सपी
is
लेनर हो गाइस रोम
way
कम यही
too
हो
much glazing,
अनि
I
यो
guess.
को होला
So
यो
yeah,
पक्कै
giving
बिड
it
होला
back to IQS8UL though. This time their
बिड भने
draft
मिड
looks
लेनर
way much stronger.
पकितो
Oh, but there we go. That's
ब्याड
a
ड्राफ्ट यार
very taunt
पकितो
pick coming in from Art, I would say. Because you know what?
ना
He's
यार
the draw
पकितो
head and
ठिक
he knows
लागेन
that
मलाई
Art
केटा
can see
ड्राफ्टमा
this. What is
I
Art
know.
doing here? He's locking in onto the
पकितो
draw head.
जहेड
So
भनेपछि
guess what?
पकितो
Maybe
गोल्ड
that's something we weren't expecting, but we will get
Poggy
to
त
see
गोल
it.
हैन
It
एक्सपी
will
होला यार
be
Poggy त
Keto this
ब्रो
time
Poggy
around.
त ठीक
So
लागेन यार
that
मलाई
is
ड्राफ्टमा
once again a very good counter for the
Lucas
jungle.
jungle
Oh, with the Lucas debut
Oh my God.
into Mythic Showdown right here.
draft
Lucas
hard to
is a
predict this
beast,
draft guys
and Jay is known to
really hard
become a beast when his team needs him to be, and that is
Romcom
exactly
को
what this
Poggy त
Lucas
रहेछ
is
नि
out
त
here to
ओके
do. Apex
एन्टीको
right now
थामुस
is
अनि
definitely
युजोङ
going
रेडियमको
to
युजोङ
try and lock down
फेटको
Fanny, but
स्मेरला
this time
फेटको
in face
स्मेरला
for
लास्ट
that,
राम्रो छ
you know that Art and
गोलमा बाबाले
you know
खेल्छ
that
स्मेरला
Art as well as Fate here are going to
गाइस
try
कसले
and see
जित्ला
if
त
the
ड्राफ्ट
Lucas
स्टार्ट
2
भइसक्यो
picks up
ड्राफ्ट
just in
सकिसक्यो
time.
भन्दा नि हुन्छ
Johan
सकिसक्यो
is completely a taunt pick right now.
प्युरिफाईमा
He's
रहेछ
gonna make
हाम्रो
everything
दुईजना
what he
यता
wants.
गडलाइकको
But
साइडबाट
man,
अर्को
do not
यताबाट
let them get
भेन्जेन्स
to
दुईटा
your head.
पेट्रिफाई
Keep
डबल
calm and
पेट्रिफाई कम्बो
composed,
रहेछ
and you
सोलबाट
can
चाहिँ
make that comeback happen.
अनि
Well,
अरू त
team
सबै
honestly
सेम
got
छ
a very
भनौँ
good
न
draft,
हिमलेम
but
अरू सबै
Godlike will
स्पेलहरू सेमै छ
definitely have the advantage in terms of range
जहेड
because they
जहेड
have
पनि
the
डेभिड
Kimmy
पिक
with them.
होला अनि
And on for
प्लस
the
यो
late
लुकास
game,
र पगिता
that
एज
Kimmy
वेल
is going to be an absolute beast with the
तीनटा
Purified
फर्स्ट टाइम खेलेर होला
investing
हिरो
on him. While, of course, IQ S8UL has the
लेट्स सी गाइस
range
लेट्स सी
going on, I mean,
सपोर्ट
no
चाहिँ
range
सोललाई
going
गरेर
on
म
for him
अभियसली
except the
एपेक्स भएर
Khadija, but even Khadija is
हान्नु
a
पर्यो
really
केटाहरूले
burst damage
कमब्याक गर्छ होला
mid laner
अभियसली
with
सोल
half
पनि लास्ट
range.
स्ट्रङ टिम हो
And with that, the draft looking strong from both sides because this time around IQS ADUL, this is their last
ड्राफ्ट
shot at
ड्राफ्ट
this
चाहिँ मलाई कुन
quarterfinal
साइडको
spot
कुरामा
with
लाग्छ
the
त
least matches
ड्राफ्ट
possible. They've already been on a win streak, but Godlike just
ड्राफ्ट
broke it down.
कुन
And
साइडको
right now,
कुरामा
it's going to be them who are the ones going to be on the clean
लाइक
sweep
सोल
after
खै
they were
ड्राफ्ट
the
त
ones getting
दुइटैको
clean
मन परेन
sweep
यार
in those
भन्नुपर्दा त
round robin
मलाई
stages. But man, this comeback is something that is
यताबाट
going to be
पकि त
one for the
जय
books
ठिक लागेन
because
मलाई
these guys
उताबाट
are going to
लुकास
fight it out in this
र
last
डबल फाइटर ठिक लागेन
BO5, which is probably going to be
लेट्स सी केटा के
the
भन्छ
championship decider.
ड्राफ्ट एज चाहिँ त्यसलाई
Might
नै
as
होला
well be.
ड्राफ्टको
Maybe we are
एडभान्टेज
seeing a predicament
के
of
भन्छ
the
सोललाई
future.
तर
Maybe we
तिनीहरूले
are
स्मेरलाई चाहिँ मार्न
foreseeing the
सक्नु
grand
पर्यो
finals
है
in a
स्मेरलाई
way,
मार्नु
but
पर्यो मेन त
we don't know for sure
ड्यामेज कि त
because as
सुरुदेखि
we
हान्नु पर्यो
go,
स्मेरलाई
this is
युजलेस
game number
भइसक्यो
3, ladies and gentlemen. This is going
guys
to be
let's go
Mythic Showdown
game
Season
3
2.
godlike
On the
versus
bracket
soul
semis,
sport
game number 3,
S8UL
Godlike Esports leading 2-0 as
र गडलाइकले दुई गेम
IQS8UL are yet
जितिसक्यो
to
अलरेडी एक
open
गेम
the
जित्यो भने तिनीहरू
scoreboard for
फाइनलमा पुग्छ
themselves.
अनि सोल चाहिँ लोवर ब्याकेट झर्छ
IQS
भनौँ
will try and take the control of the river area as much as they can
रोम
this time.
फोम
Asuna
versus
will try his best
Anti
as well. They don't
Thomas
get
versus
pressured by
Paquito
Bit because that is exactly what has prevented the side of IQS ADUL from trying to take that game into their
लुकास
hands.
र फ्यानी
Asuna,
है
when he
गाइस
loses
फ्यानीले
control,
रेड
the
बफ
rest of
स्टार्ट
the
गरेछ
team members
इन्ट्रेस्टिङ
start to
रेड
fall
बफ
apart.
युजली
That
फ्यानले
is
ब्लू बफ
a
स्टार्ट गर्छ नि त
piece
फ्यान
of
प्लेयरहरूले
domino, and that's exactly why Asuna needs to
लिथोमा
take
कन्टेस्ट गर्न
that
खोजिरहेको छ
back,
यिनीहरूले
needs to
ब्लू
take
बफ बिना
control of the match with the damage output that
लेट्स
he
सी है
does
गाइस के
with
गर्छ
his skills and everything else, because that is exactly what IQS
कसले पायो लिथो
at the moment.
जेले पायो नाइस वान मर्यो मर्यो बिट मर्यो यार तर यिनीहरूको कस्तो ब्याड इन्गेजमेन्ट है ब्लू बफ छैन फ्यानीको अभियसली सकिहाल्छ नि यिनीहरू चाहिँ नाइस 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 बिट बिट प्युरिफाईमा हो मर्यो बिट लभली लभली अब इन्भेट खायो अब इन्भेट खान्छ अब इन्भेट खान्छ
Right away.
What is
धेरै
happening
धेरै धेरै
right now,
धेरै हावा
I don't really
भयो
know,
यार
because, man,
रेड बफ खाएर
that
चाहिँ
is
को इन्भेट जान्छ हो
exactly
फ्यानी
what we did not expect. And Lucas taking a kill in the early game when he does not even have that ultimate unlocked, because
Good
most
shit, good
Lucas
shit,
players,
kid.
they do not
Soul
even
for
engage when they do not have their
lead
ultimate.
हान्छ क्या अब
Take a look at Jay.
3
Take a
गेममा
look at
फर्स्ट
Apex.
टाइम लिड हान्दैछ
They
है
know what is at
अर्ली
stake
गेममा
here. The championship could be decided with this match, and that is exactly why they try to go all in and not give away anything that could
जयड
be
जयड जयडले के गर्दा जयड पनि हल्का युजलेस नै हुन्छ जस्तो लागिरहेको
Fired by both the teams, but on
क्यारी गऱ्यो भने
top side,
साइलेनरले क्यारी गऱ्यो
SATL
है
have gathered around for a
Godlike-को
possible team fight, but Jeho doesn't have his red, you know what, red buff yet.
कोच नै
So
जोतको
he
कोच
will
छैन केटा
be
आफै
taking
प्लेयरहरूले
until
ड्राफ्ट गरेर
the
कोच
red
छैन
turtle
सोल र
resolves
गडलाइकको
that buff.
प्लेयरहरूले ड्राफ्ट
It
गर्छ
is going to be the turtle fight a bit for the side of IQS8UL.
With that, the turtle pit being set up here by both sides. S8UL having a clear advantage.
Radio?
Hey!
Oh,
But take a
Radium
look
Ball
at
bit to
Radium. He uses the Black Dragon at the right time. But where is he going into?
Beat
He
More.
wants to go in for the Fanny, but
Beat
take a look at
More.
Fitty gets taken down as well. Radium
Radium
inside
more
his own
चस्ला यार,
tower,
Fan ले
Fan
मार
is
चला
trying
यार.
to take away that blue buff as well.
Sorry,
But this
sorry.
should be an easy turtle here for IQS8UL.
बिट किन गयो मर
Again and again, they are doing the same thing, but
Nice
Jeho
one,
is
Jay.
going to
Nice,
win the
nice, nice. Fanny,
retribution
Fanny
as
more.
well as Anti will be taken down. Van this time, the beast form though it has been
Nice,
used up
nice,
in S8UL.
17 सेकेन्ड
They
गोल लिड
have the
भइसक्यो
lead,
सोलको
but they need to wait it out before taking any further engages.
Fate को
But Apex here once
elixir देख के
again
भन्दैछ यार माना छैन
doing what he does so well.
क्लास 12 को
creates
एकछिन
the
चढिरहेको
maximum
elixir
amount
छैन
of space which is being penetrated, but
Wow.
no
एपेक्स मर्यो
time.
कसरी मर्यो मिडा
With the overextension
जे?
coming in
जे?
from the side of S8UL.
मर्यो यार
They
जेनी
the one in danger.
ओइ नाइस
Flashes out. He
नाइस यार
will
नाइस
be
बजाइदियो असुनाले
alive.
Asuna!
With the
Oi.
flicker and
Asuna,
ejector.
the goat.
Art in danger.
More यार तर
Control
Asuna.
from Van.
एन्टी आयो
One by
बीट
one by one
बाच
they
यार बीट
fall.
भनेको छु
Anti comes in with the ultimate, but it will not be enough to finish off Van.
पकी त कस्टम युजफुल हुँदैन क्या केटा यो ड्राफ्टमा
Medium still diving in.
I don't know,
trying to
Pocky
put
त
that
किन लिन्छ
combo
यो मिडा
on
पकी
Rom
त
Com,
के
but
प्याच
Rom Com
आछेर
will use the dash to stay alive. Jeho looking for
आज
an
प्याच
angle.
आछेर पकी तको के
Have retribution on him.
प्लेबलै लाग्दैन यार एक्समा पकी त
Visibility is not there. The map is not really exposed, and that is exactly
Fate,
what
Fate
they're back
मर्यो
off.
होला
But take a look at 2v1. Fate taking
पेटी
in all
कसले
the
हान्यो
damage.
रेडियमले
But
पेटी
with
हान्यो
that Black Dragon forming used as well, can he survive? Is he going to outplay that? And
Pit
yes,
fan
there will
हो,
not be
Fate
anyone
pit
falling
fan
there, but
हो।
Asuna with that petrified
Nice.
combo
के हो यार
takes
यो
down
Asuna?
Fate and seals the deal
यस्तै हेरेर
for
गरे नि त असुनालाई
Mr.
हल्का मोबिलिटी वाला
We know
यी मात्र
what
बिचारा
that
क्याच खा खाइ
Mercedes
गर्यो
can do, and he is
क्याच
doing
भन्दा नि
it
पकडेछ
so
त्यत्रो
well
डाइभ
right
हान्दैछ
now,
अर्लीदेखि नि यार
taking
कसरी
down
गरोस्
an
बिचारा
entire Esmeralda all by yourself
को
without
को नयाँ छ
even
केटा
a
लाइक
main
द स्ट्रिम
item.
गर्नु लाइक पनि हान्नु
That
केटा अबदेखि
is
रेगुलर गर्न
Asuna
ट्राई
for
गर्छु
you.
हैन
But
स्ट्रिम
Godlike Art, he is going in.
Art,
Anti will be
anti,
launched
anti.
up, but he has the
Anti
ultimate.
बाचे नाइस
That's
ल
the way.
कत्रो
There
ड्यामेज
will
हो
be
अल्टीको
for that overextension
पकितले किल पाए
as
तर
Rom Com
पछाडिबाट एपेक्स आउँदैछ
finally secure the kill onto Anti. The third is in danger, though.
पेट
Fate
पेटले
will
हान्दै
be
रहेछ यिनीहरूले
down by Radiant
राम्रै हो
House.
स्मेरेललाई सटडाउन गराउनु
The
पर्छ
minions are
स्मेरेललाई हो
charging
क्यारी
in,
गर्ने
and this could very well be the
स्मेरेललाई
first
अहिले मार्यो भने पछि
defeat
स्मेरेललाई मार्ने
for
ड्यामेजै हुँदैन केटा
Johnson
ढुक्क हेर
for
न
the
तिमीहरू
rescue.
स्मेरेललाई मर्दै मर्दैन पछि लेट गेम भयो
Godlike in the bot side. Second turtle of the game is up, and both the teams are trying to look for the contest of that river.
कि रोमको फुल ड्यामेज त खेल्दा हो कि हो यसले त एक किल कसरी पायो
There first, but Art goes in with the knockout play, and a lot of damage being dealt here by Pit as well. Anti has already forced out the ultimate. That is
गोल्डेनमा त्यो
information that
फेटले
Godlike
पेलिरहेछ यार
used
म
to try and
हेर्दै
gain
छु
some
कि
advantage. And
गोल्डेनमा
Fate is
फेटले
well
हान्दैछ
on
यार
the
स्मेरेललाई
ultimate
कस्तो चाहिँ खतरा खेल्ने हो त यो त कि वान फिट नै हो
Godlike setting it up right
गोल्डेनर
away.
हो गाइस यो
Anti
फेट भन्ने
definitely
तर
struggling at the
स्मेरेललाई गोल
moment. The
खेलिरहेको
fact that he
छ
does not have his ultimate as well, not helping him
स्ट्रिममा
at
नि
all.
यो हामी खेल्दा हुन्छ नि त गड लाइक सोल आरएटीएक्स सङ
Will they do that?
ओए मार यार धन्न असुनाले अट हान्न पायो
With the rough wave.
नाइस फेट फेट
Is
फेट
the one in danger. Apex flickers in and gets the kill at J. Oh,
भ्यानले मार्छ क्या हो
down bit into the
Wait,
background.
what
And
the
the
fuck?
kill and Radium will
Wait, त्यो हेर त्यो
find
बिट
Van. Again, JO has to back off. There is going
रोमकम
to be
रोमकम
danger here, but
ओए
J
बाँच्यो
is
त्यो
looking for a
त्यो
fight.
बाँच्यो what
Sustains
the
this
heck
because of the
ब्लन्डर
fight
भयो यार
with them, and Rom
पक्क
Com
सक्यो
will be taken down as the turtle will be secured by IQSHUL.
ब्लन्डर नै भयो
Good
यार
outplay from Jeho because he was almost
जेले त
getting
पुरै आउटप्ले हान्छ यार
outplayed by the
406
rejector.
केटा हो
The
लुकास
choice
देऊ है
rejector,
जेलाई
it blocks
खतरा
out
बेटा
viewers.
निकालिदिन्छ
You
अब
cannot really escape from it. But the fact that he was
त्यस्तै
able
हिरो खेल्छ जेले
to immune that using his S1 was so cool
Nice
to
one,
watch
nice
because
one.
I've never really seen a lot of Lucas players achieve that thing in a tournament
The
game.
good
when the
long
stakes are
time
so
no
high.
see केटा
So
हो
yeah,
त्यही हो
gotta
स्ट्रिम
give it
नगरे
to
एक
Jay
हप्ता
here.
भइसक्यो म पनि हैन
That outplay is
गायब
good.
भए
And even when he was about to get taken down by the later rival of Mr. Romcom, Romcom was the one who got taken down because the spell dam that he was able to
केटा हान्दै छ सोलले कमब्याक हानिसक्यो भन्दा हुन्छ 4000 को लिड छ फेरि स्पिरिटलाई हटाइरहेछ यिनीहरूले बुझ्छ कि स्पिरिटलाई सटडाउन हान्नुपर्छ भनेर अर्लीदेखि स्पिरिटलाई धेरै मर्यो भने लाइक फार्म पाएन भने त्यसले केही आइटम बिना केही गर्नै सक्दैन स्पिरिटलाई नाइस इन्गेजमेन्ट बिट मर्यो प्युरिफाईमा छ ए हो त्यो फ्लिकर नि छैन पकी त अब युजलेस हुन्छ केटा पकी त ड्राफ्ट भएन नि पकी त हो कान्छा कहाँ ल हावामै मारिदियो यार मुलालाई यस्तो मजाले जितिरहेछ पकी त किन जित्छ क्या ड्राफ्ट अनुसार जाऊ न यार
But right now, take a look at Art. Jeho getting thrown inside the tower.
फेरि मर्यो
It is the one who will be the one. Oh my
पालै पिलो
God,
मर्न आउँछ
getting
त
taken down. Because that setup
हारे भने
was
बल
for
हुन्छ कि क्या हो
Jeho
मर्न
to go
आएकै
actually
गर्छ त
onto bid and take him down. That was, I don't know what Art was doing.
Yeah,
Was he
reverse
sending
आउँछ जस्तो है।
his mid laner to a suicide mission or something?
Do not give us nice Khadija, but did we tell you not to give Jay his Lucas and Apex?
जेलाई लुकास नदिएर एक केटा हो
This is
लुकास ब्यान गर्नुपर्छ रे यार अब के भन्ने
A bit underwhelming for us, but this time around IQ S8UL have woken up and they
लुकासको
woke
के
up
आयो
and
ब्रुट
chose
फोर्स र
violence.
वार एक्स आइसक्यो अलरेडी
They woke
लेट्स
up and
गो
chose violence.
अति कम्बो हान्ने भयो
That's what
केटोले
they delivered. Now the match is
India
completely
server हो
turned
है
in
guys
favor
voted.
of IQ S8UL. Godlike went for the draft that
घरमै छ तर इन्डियाको गेम प्लेहरू तर त्यो ड्राफ्ट चाहिँ हल्का छ तिनीहरूको आफ्नै प्ले स्टाइल छुट्टै छ भनौँ न
kind of
उसलाई लुकासहरू खेल्दा नि
kind of
अभियसली
things
इफेक्टिभ
that we have
छ
never
भने
seen
त
before on
राम्रै
the
हो त
side
पिक होइन
of Godlike.
लुकासले
So
नि
yeah,
लाइक
even
जितिरहेको छ
we were
भने
caught
त
off guard. You did say
पिक
it
नराम्रो
could
भए
be
पनि
something of a taunt pick,
राम्रै हो
but
त
that is exactly what this
आफ्नो
is, I feel
कम्फर्ट
like.
पिक होला
But now it's not working for
राम्रै
them.
हेर्दैछ
They
लुकास
are
केटा हो
probably giving away a
408 छ एमबिपी
being
त्यसले
like
पाउँछ होला
this,
408
but
हो
oh
कि
my
होइन
god, R escapes using the flicker. There's 3
Lord the
ultimates
free lord
for
of free lord
Rob
हो यो
Thompson giving the vision, but will he be able to just go out of that? And with that, Fanny is looking for the right timing.
रोमको फ्लिकर गयो युजङले अल्ट हान्यो रेडियम रेडियम मर्यो
Members of Godlike are very low right here.
और यार रेडियम
Get the killing spree as Radiant
जे
is trying
छिर्यो
to work it on Radiant and he is going to get it.
कस्तो आइटम देखाएर हो कसरी हेर्ने हो स्क्रिन
Members of Godlike are now outnumbered as Asuna is going to secure the
बिट्ने
mega
मर्यो
kill.
सबै मर्यो
Radiant is going to mega kill.
पागल भयो ए आइटम हटा न ए आइटम हटा आइटम
For the
हटा
side of IQ S8UL.
And with that,
Mid
they
को
can
turret
take the
पायो
Lord with whatever they have.
गॉड लाग्यो
Van
Free Lord,
doesn't
free Lord.
even come to try and steal it.
भ्यानले चोर्ला त केटा हो भ्यानको रिट्री एभाइलेबल छ एक लेभल धेरै छ तर जेको ओइ चोर्यो चोर्ला र केटा हो चोर्ला चोर्ला
Unless you gets it, Jeho gets the retry.
Jeho, the goated player ever.
Van not able
Retry
to
cap by
outget
retry
Jeho
cap.
with the retry, and that is what is going to happen now for S8UL. They are going to
चोरेको भए त
try and
जेलाई
take
कति
down
हेड गर्थ्यो होला यार।
inhibitors, because that is exactly what
Proof
God
हान्ने
did
चाहिँ
to them
केटोले।
in the first match.
And guess what? It
Assassin
was
नहेले पनि
completely to
हान्दैछ
down
है
the
अब चाहिँ।
inhibitors into the second game, and that was a mistake they made. But this time around, they aren't taking even a single chance. They will be sinking down the lanes. They
अहिले
are
मार्टिस नि त्यस्तै हान्छ
knocking down the tier 2
यस्तै
top
चाहिँ हेऱ्यो
lane
मार्टिस
and
आमोन
also
यसकी त ब्यान
now
गरेर हाने केटा हो
Model are fixated
कस्तो
onto
चाहिँ
that
खेल्छ होला
turret,
सुरुमै
on that
ब्यान
lane,
हान्नुपर्छ
because that is the most important one.
हेप्टासिस बनायो एपेक्सले
Amazing amount of map advantage.
कर्नर बिल नि आइसकेको छ ओराइकल नि हेप्टासिस ढिला भनेको छ
enough for him to go in and get that cannon minion out of the way.
केटा को नयाँ छ केटा लाइक दिस गाइस लाइक पनि हान्नु सब्स्क्राइब नै हान्नु है
Not really seen before, but I might ask it now. Is Romcom trying to channel his inner Filipino by taking up this Makito? Is probably which could be a clean sweep right now.
Asuna?
Petrify combo coming in right away from Asuna.
Oi,
And Jeho will
bomb
plan
हान्यो
the finishing
जेले
blow.
bomb
He
हान्दै
goes in
ultimate।
for a double. Can he go in for a
Pit,
triple
pit.
right now? Fit chunking
pit,
down
pit
very,
ले अब
very low.
sustain गर्न
But
सक्दैन
that
त्यस्तो विधि।
Esmeralda is going to tank all their damage.
किनकि
Van
Oracle
Rapp
बल
he
आएन
wants to go
फेटको।
for the mid lane. He does not want the
आइटम
mid lane
आउँदैछ
to arrive because
यिनी
S8UL
भत्किन
are
दिएछ
going
नि
to try
यिनीहरूले
their
राम्रै हो
best to take down
गडलाइकले
the
राम्रो
mid lane.
डिफेन्स
Because
गरिरहेको छ
mid
भनौँ
lane
न
is
त्यत्रो
exactly
लाइक
what
10,000 को
they are
लिड छ
looking
त्यही
for
पनि राम्रो
Cigar
डिफेन्ड
for the
गरिरहेको छ
classic.
यिनी एउटै भत्किएछन् अहिलेसम्म
Godlike is falling apart a little bit piece by piece as IQ S8UL is picking up the momentum.
बिस्तारै
and
लेट
this
गेममा
one
चाहिँ
is
अभियसली
it's
फेरि यिनीहरूले
straight
एडभान्टेज
to
हुन्छ है
four
गाइस
with a
गडलाइकले
clear 10,000 goal lead. They said that you had 6k goal lead, you had 7k, but we
त्यो
are
के
going
भन्छ
to get 10k.
यो दुईटा स्प्लिट खेल्ने भयो क्या फ्यारी पनि पकितो पनि स्प्लिट
Godlike is
खेल्ने
sitting at a match point and they right now need a miracle to come
त्यही भएर
back
पकितो राम्रो
into
भएन
this
भनेको
one, but IQ S8UL treading strong and Godel waiting for them to just
भर्खर दुईटा आइटम आउँदैछ यार
stay
किमीको 11 मिनटमा
and
दुईटा आइटम
still be turned around.
ग्लोइङ वान र जिनियस ग्लोइङ वान र डिभाइन ग्लेयर दुईटा आइटम आइरहेछ बल
Trying to find the pace. Take a look at Bill.
रोमकम
On level 10 right now. Meanwhile, Asuna
Vision खोल्यो
completely
माथिको
behind, of course, ahead at level 2. And with that, Anti is the one who's also kind of ahead.
फुल ड्यामेज होइन रहेछ
They're
पकि
so
त
ahead
डिफेन्स
right
हाल्दा
now,
रहेछ
It's just going to enable them much more. Godel right now, can they pull off a defense? We have seen a lot of games, Sarah. In all the games so far, it has always been the one who takes the lead first, who goes ahead. But right now, can Godlike prove it for once?
गाइस
that the
डिफेन्स
ones
चाहिँ ठिकै
behind
छ है
can also
ठिकै हान्दैछ केटाहरूले त्यत्रो गोल लिड खाँदा नि
Want to prove that for themselves? It is IQ S8UL who want to prove. Oh my God! Jeho actually spots Ban into that bush, so that's a very smart and sneaky positioning coming in.
Excuse me,
by
guys,
Fan,
excuse me.
but guess what? You're in front of IQ S8UL. They know your tips and tricks every single time, so that can be countered so very easily. As the Lord, the 12-minute Lord, is now up.
Exactly, and that is the changing Lord, because that is going to be going into your face, knocking down that inhibitor. And right now, as the angle, there is no vision. Take a look at Apex. He's hiding in a place where he does not even know that he can spot out the Fanny. The Fanny is having
के भाई
complete
रोम को
vision.
मरे क्या
What is going on right now?
मरे यार
The
ते रोम को
Fanny! Nobody is talking at the
Fan
Fanny. The
left.
Fanny still does not secure it, but take a look at
Fine,
it.
दुईचोटि रिट्रिक्या भन्दै फ्यान लाग्यो गाइस दुईचोटि रिट्रिक्या भन्यो जेले
Things are not looking good here.
यो
because
जॉइन्ट
Godlike
भएर
is
स्प्लिट
going
2
to
हान्दैछ
defend, but they do not have the
ब्रो
members alive.
प्लिज है के हो यो गेम
But
रोम भएर स्प्लिट पुश
is going to be
मरे यो
Jawhead trying to push
मरे
down
जॉइन्ट
on
मर्छ
the
होला
turret as one member
मरे गाइस फ्लिकर हान्छ त्यही पनि मर्छ होला कि फ्लिकर हान्दैन फ्लिकर हान्छ
ironically
हान्छ होला फ्लिकर हान्यो
173
त्यही नि मर्छ क्या
IQ
ओए रोमकम त रोमकम मर्यो नि त अब
but Romcom is the one
के हो तीनजना बाँच्यो त ओए अति टिमवर्कै तीनजना बाँच्यो माथिको यिनी भत्किन्छ मिडको भत्किन्छ माथिको डिफेन्ड होला त फ्यानले डिफेन्ड गर्दैछ
Lane push. They want to go for the next
Speed.
That is all that they're looking for here. They're going to set
ओए
up things
मा
up,
कत्रो
but take a
ड्यामेज हो
look
लुकासको
at
त्यो
it. Chunk down really low before he can try and clear the Lord. And with that,
स्पेरेटलाई मर्छ कुरा त्यो हो के
Godlike
केटा हो स्पेरेटलाई
trying to
मर्छ
fight for
स्टिल हेरे
themselves
त्यसको
by taking that Lord
अहिले
away
लेट
from
गेममा
the
अझै आइटम
Nexus.
आइरहेछ
Bot
त्यसको
lane is very, very low. They need to defend it. They need
प्युरिफाई पनि छ
big
त्योसँग
hits taken
कति
down.
ताले पेट्रिफाई हान्यो नि
Is impossible because
लेट्स
you
से
have a Paquito.
पुग्छ पुग्दैन
You have
एन्टी उति एन्टी लाइफ सिलहरु आइटम होला
clear lanes, and that's why
रोमकम
Apex is
रोमकम
still
मर्यो
alive. Apex going in for pit, and it's a
Mid
mercy
मर्यो
kill. Take a look at that. They fragged the inhibitor open.
मर्यो जङ पनि मर्छ होला मर्यो इसमा मर्यो नाइस सक्यो होला गेम यार सक्यो कति चाहिँ रिकल हान्यो होला सोलले केटा रिकल हाने गर्छ होला है अब ओए मा फायर छ यार देखाए सोलले अब देखाए केटा ड्राफ्ट भएन गाइस अति जोतको त्यो लुकास पनि हल्का त्यस्तो थिएन भन्न तर लुकासमा देखायो पिक हान्न लभली कमब्याक है लभली मिठो
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a night on our hands because this is a victory for
Game of Future
IQ
मा कसको game भइरहेछ?
S8UL. This is exactly what the boys were hoping for since the first game, and they've finally done it. It's a 2-1 right now. The score is still, the game is still not over. It's still going to go on. If it
2-1
could
भइसक्यो
be
केटा, best
going
of
to the
3
game
हो,
five,
best of 5
it's
हो।
going to be much, much more than what the crowd asked for.
You all asked and we delivered. That is exactly what IQS
एकछिन त्यो हुनुपर्छ के हो चाफो के वाचिङ स्टार्ट नै भएको छैन मुनि त मेरै लाइभ आइरहेछ त
And there are some
यो
questions,
केटा हो
but
यो
then
चाहिँ अल्रा
the thing is, there's
भर्सेस
already a
म्यानमार्क
Lunox on the
भनेपछि
other
टर्की भर्सेस
side.
म्यानमार्क
I think, yeah,
यो
Aurora's just going to be looking
कतिलाई
for more
थाहा छैन होला
damage, because to be fair, the Mythic Sea lineup is very
यो
tanky.
लाइक के अरे
Yeah,
Auroraको
I would not be
टीम चाहिँ
surprised
छ नि
if
यो
Granger makes an appearance here. 'cause
यिनीहरु
I feel
चाहिँ
like
ISF मा
you're
थर्ड भएको
absolutely
टिम है
right.
गाइस
And that would make it such
आइएसएफ मा थर्ड भएको
what do
टिम
you call
भर्सेस
it?
म्यानमारको टिम
Such a classic lineup.
रुबी डिडी
But
आज
no,
त भाइ
it's,
रुबी डिडी यो त
yeah, if
उति
it was
प्लेयर हैन
Lapu
बर्बिज
Lapu, I
गोलको
wouldn't be surprised as well.
Ruby Didi is
It-
back,
it
okay, huh?
adds that layer of tankiness that I think Aurora Gaming kinda
यो
really
गेम
needs
त
in
वान
this
साइड त
draft.
हुँदैन यार
Yeah.
किनकि अरोरा गेमिङ
Will it
लास्ट
be
स्ट्रङ
gold
छ
Lapu or
as well
gold
as म्यानमारको
CC?
टिम पनि
We'll
राम्रै
see
छ
once we enter, or maybe once the shuffles are done.
अरोराको
Seems
रोमर
like that's
चाहिँ
gonna be
उते
it.
रहेछ
It is
केटा
gonna
हो
be a
के
gold
भन्छ
CC and an EXP
त्यो
lane
इन्डोको
Lapu
इम्पोर्ट
Lapu.
रहेछ इम्पोर्ट
Boy,
यो
it was
एपेक्स
going
भन्ने चाहिँ त
roam,
एपेक्स
build up,
पट्टि छ त्यसलाई
couldn't get
तिनीहरूलाई
some
चाहिँ सबमा
EXP
राखिरहेछ
unless
एपेक्स पट्टि छ
it
होइन अनि यसलाई
a
खेलाइरहेछ
gold lane X-Borg for Ruby DD. So it seems like the patch that just dropped effectively have taken or
Apex
changed
47 लाई
the
replace हान्ने
metagame that we
के
have been
गरेर
used to
Apex
for
ले
quite
त्यस्तो
some
लास्टै
time in the
चोक हाने क्या
gold lane, and now significantly more fighters are showing up, at least in this group.
Yeah, a lot more fighters. I guess the patch didn't really, pivot these players away from just fighting, using that double fighter lineup. And in this scenario, it feels like there's just no team that had like a straight up advantage on the draft. So I like both teams' drafts so far. Let's see how well they're gonna
टिम
fare.
स्ट्रिट भर्सेस कता
This is
भइरहेछ
game number
टिम
one,
स्ट्रिट
Mythic
भर्सेस यो
Seal versus Aurora Gaming.
Guys,
See
let's
who's
go.
gonna get the
Team Street,
better
Team
start
Street, Mythic Seal
here.
versus Aurora Gaming.
Who's going to be overly aggressive?
One side
This
त
makes
हुँदैन
it for
obviously
both of
दुईटै
their
टिम राम्रो
junglers,
छ
except a slightly more
यो मिथिक सिल पनि राम्रै टिम
mid-prio
हो
here
किन
for
होम
Pagu
बोइजको
and
लोगो
Rosa.
देखाएर छ
A little bit of a start for Nico in the purple buff with the Lancelot, just to give him a little bit more.
कालिया र
up to
लुनक्स
speed.
खेल्दा रहेछ
See
ओके
the damage
यो
there
कम्बो
that
राम्रो
can
छ
be
यार
done by a
कालियाले
Hilda
अल्ट
now,
हान्छ लुनक्स
but
बस
Yox takes a
हानिहाल्छ
lot from Aurora.
Yeah, it's not easy to actually harass the mid, especially
ओ
if
यसले
it's a
एक्सपी
Luma.
पनि लिएर आयो रोमरले
You
कस्तो बाटो हेर
has so
रोमर
much
लेभल 2
sustain
छ
with the brilliance, as well as
रिट्री
the
त
light
उद्देल पायो
pulses. So yeah,
Lens
not
Godly.
gonna be ideal to stay there as much as you
रोमरले
can.
दिमाग लायो अति नै
I guess Boy is just there just to make sure that
लाइक
the Kimmy
बफको
doesn't get
नजिक
run
बस्यो भने
over.
रोमरले पनि एक्सपी पाउँछ क्या अनि त्यो लेभल 2 पुग्यो क्या
Okay.
सिधै
Seems
कालियाको
like
एक्सपी
right
हेर्नु
now,
कति
though,
धेरै छ
for
हिल्ला अन्त
Mythic Seal and Aurora, they are just holding steady at the center of the map. No overly aggressive rotations. Of course, this is what you expect now from 2025, late 2025 MLBB. Just a lot of exchanging at the center of the map.
2025 ML baby
Yeah, and whoever
Mobile Legends bang
that's why
bang.
the mid trios are just so powerful. Like you always have to note, okay,
Total
how
fight
is
here,
this
me.
team's mid
आएपछि
trio
mid आउँदैछ
looking? Right now, it feels like
हिल्लाले
Pagu is
flicker
taking
हान्यो
the short end of the stick
कालियाले पनि
here.
फ्लिकर हान्यो
Okay,
फ्लिकरमा
he's gonna be
फ्लिकर
able to
ब्लेड
figure out just in
रोम
time, though, from the
रोमको
damage
फ्लिकर
brought
पेट
out
है
by King of Flashes.
हिल्ला बुसमा आयो नि मऱ्यो हिल्ला
Damage
Donna
as
and
the
it's a tick, 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 tick,
Lancelot. Speaking of which, he is going to be
Beauty को
getting to
flicker
the
छैन
turtle
तर
first, but it
फाइदा
is
कसलाई
quite
हुन्छ
some time. So Aurora maybe
फाइदा
will have
equal
some
होला
time to get into position.
All right, so getting into position, I think, will be very crucial. Again, that mid trio just sticking together like
Guys,
glue.
fast
Here
order.
for Aurora, look at that.
युरान्सले ल्याङ हान्दैछ यार
Beautiful dive in from Kun.
Yeah.
लुनारको नि
So now
आयो
the
लापु
very
लापु
tanky
आयो
Aurora are getting just bombed
कालियामा
out
चाहिँ
of the
कमिट हान्छ
surface,
क्या हो
and here comes Lunar, probably
हिल्ला मऱ्यो होला
getting the
हिल्ला
third
मऱ्यो
down here for
नाइस
Aurora
इन्गेजमेन्ट
Gaming. They will take the dive, and
Retry.
they will take the kill. Boy, again,
आयो
down,
बुसा
losing the
रिट्री
turtle,
क्याप
goes to
TNG को
TNG,
रिट्री
and just like that,
TNG ले
Mythic Seal
एमबीबी
with
पाएको
all
केटा
the
ISF को
positioning, now get
ओइ
thrown back
रोजाले
at the moment
के हो
from
रोजा
Pagu.
फ्लिकर
Bring
थियो
back
त
member of Mythic Seal, but Aurora Gaming
मरे
are
कालिया नि
having this team fight turned around on them. Kun
लाइक
with
यो
a double
TNG ले
kill.
चाहिँ लाइक एमबीबी पाएको थियो है
Yeah, that
21
was
त्यो
huge.
हुँदा
Again,
पनि
this
21
Uranus is
त्यो
making an
पुरै
impact a
क्याम्बोडियाको
lot
जङ्गल
earlier
डिटेक्टिभ
than I thought
आएसएफमा
it
एमबीबी
would.
पाएको थियो यसले बेस्ट
This
जङ्गलरको
goes to show again the power of the Uranus, why it does get
के
banned
छ
out
आएर यो
in some
लाइभ स्ट्रिमबाट
games.
आएर क्या
So we're seeing the power here, and again the Lapu Lapu. It looks cute, right? Like, okay, go ahead, throw your bravest fighter, see what happens.
That
के छ
might be
आएर
happening a little bit more, but look at the damage from the shadow kill of TNZ. Takes down Nico just like that in the center. And an early kill there
के
on
छ
that
आएर
Kimmy is not that big of a problem. Gonna start missing the Kimmy's presence for
यो
that
लाइभ
Lancelot.
स्ट्रिमबाटै
They cannot
आएर
afford any more kills for this Kimmy, while TNZ and
Apex
Aurora
main
have
lineup
done a
होइन
good job of putting a lot of pressure in the
एपेक्स
center
चाहिँ मेन
of the
लाइनमा
map.
थियो पहिला अहिले निकालिदियो जस्तो
Yeah, that's under the
सफ्टवेयरमा
map
चाहिँ
again.
एपेक्स
If
अहिले
you have control of that,
आइएसएफमा चाहिँ
usually
खेल्दा
you
थियो
have a
किनकि
good
आइएसएफमा
control of the
इम्पोर्ट
momentum
अलाउड छैन नि
of
त
the
अनि
game.
एपेक्स
That's
त
probably
टर्कीकै हो
why they're just so focused on making sure that doesn't get away from their grasp.
Oh, Tsunami Slam, just like that. Pagu forcing out utilities and forces
Oi,
the kill of the
Rosa.
board. Another roamer kill, and that's the
Rosa
second
को-
death of the Kimmy, not the start that they wanted. A kill for Rosa.
भन्दैछु
in the
केटा,
center,
Aurora
and King of
Gaming last
Flash
strong
gets
छ क्या।
blasted, forced to go back out of
Man Mark को
rotation,
टिप्न हानिरहेछ।
but Kenzie also took a lot of damage from that exchange. Aurora and Mythic Seal will back off.
All right, so I mentioned micro is going to be the biggest factor here in this game. It feels like Mythic Seals is not really getting any major advantages on that regard. That is very interesting. All right, so we'll see later
लाग्छ
on
गाइस
if there's any
कसले जित्ला चाहिँ यो
changes.
गेम
But for now, it does feel like
पछि कालियाले जला अल्ट हान्छ
has,
त्यो मरिहाल्छ
they're just going
प्युरिफाई
toe to
हानेर
toe.
मर्छ
No advantages
किनकि लुनक्स छ तिनीहरूसँग
whatsoever. The goalie is
युरानस त
also
मर्छ
just 1K,
अहिले
less than
जति
1K
सस्टेन गरे नि
for Aurora Gaming. So let's see what's
लुनक्सले
what's
चाहिँ
changed.
स्मेल र युरानसले चाहिँ धोबी काउन्टर हान्छ है केटा
Not the spot you want to be in as a Uranus, but the good thing is you can just really
रुबिटी
heal
के हो
up
गोल्डन
through
होइन
that
गोल्डन रहेछ
with
होइन
your
यो
passive.
गोल्डन एक्सपो
Two
खेल्दैछ
kills off the
हिल्लाले
heat
पिकअप
of the
हान्यो
entry. Tsunami Slam
रोजाले
finds
उतै हान्यो
Boy at the rover
मारे यार त्यही
goes
पनि
down way too quick. Does Mythic Seal have enough bodies to hold
के
this position?
अल त टोटल TNG को रिट्री हेरमै त
Retribution for their jungler, King Flash.
ओ लेन्सले ग्याप हान्यो लेन्सले ग्याप हान्यो
But
रिट्री
King Flash in the end gets the turtle.
Siki
The
bomb
death
मर्यो
from the Lancelot. Kun finishes it off. Killing
ओए
spree for
गुड
this
इन्गेजमेन्ट है
Uranus and
म्यानमार्कबाट
Mythic
गुड
Seal.
इन्गेजमेन्ट
But we
रिट्री
were
पनि
talking
मिठो हान्यो
about what you brought up about this team earlier, Rockhart. Their willingness
Nice,
and
nice, nice.
skill to fight
Uranus
the
3 kill
micro.
मा छ।
They are showing it off.
3 किल छ
Yeah,
म्यानमार्कको
they're
3
showing
किल
it off,
युरानस
man. I literally am standing corrected right here. I
किन
mean,
स्टार्ट भएर केटा
wow. All right, Mythic Seal really caught up so much because of that. Huge advantage. Again, it's not like a wipeout or anything. It's like one
यिनीहरूको
kill
स्टार्ट त भएको छैन रहेछ
and one objective, but it will make a night and day difference, especially later
गाइज
on.
यतिबाट साउन्ड आइरहेको छ यार यो
Imagine, though, I wonder
लाइभ
if
स्ट्रिमबाट
what gets in the
के
back
मेरो
of
साउन्ड आइरहेको
their
छ
head
के
for
हेडफोन बिग्रियो
Aurora,
होला
the pressure that their opening game for GOF. What if they lose this? Okay, wait, before we talk a little bit more about
Uranus,
that. Wait,
1
takes
HP
too much
bacher.
damage, but he just gets away just in time from the yo-yo blitz. And Curtain
Uranus को purify छैन
on him by
कालिया कॉल डाइस
Aurora.
पिक अप
So
हान्न
great
होला
escape there by the Uranus. As we were getting onto earlier, again, Aurora are going to this undefeated. What happens then to the mental? Are they even thinking about it? Teams usually say they're not affected by it. They don't count their streaks. But the fact that if they drop this game, their
गिभअवे
winning
कहिले
streak, their
गिभअवे
undefeated
गर्ने भने केटा हो म त हल्का गायब भए
from MTC
डायमन्ड त
season
छ मेरो
6
अकाउन्टमा अब
suddenly is
गिभअवे
just
कुन चाहिँ
gone,
प्रोसेसबाट
and they
गरौँ
lose
भइरहेछ
it to a
मलाई चाहिँ हैन
team that didn't even qualify for the upcoming M7 World Championship.
गिभअवे गर्छ यार गाइस अब छिटै
I mean, it feels like they should be
गर्ने
ready
भनेको
for
गायब
that,
भए
right?
एक हप्ता
Because,
जति
again, MTC is a completely different
अब
battlefield, I
तीन
guess,
चार
if you think
दिनमा
about it.
गाइस
The
म्याक्स
level of
हैन
competition
कस्तो
is
प्रोसेसले गिभअवे
maybe
गर्ने
a
भनेर
little bit not what they're used to anymore after that very flawless run, like you mentioned. So, yeah, I wonder if they're mentally ready for that. But, again, it's not really quite over yet, because, again, they are ahead by even just a small amount.
Yeah.
Although, it is a lineup that I feel like shouldn't be ahead. Look at that.
Still very close, but it's the tankiness the Mythic Seal brought out here gonna be enough. Ruby DD still a nuisance, takes a lot of skill just to bring him down even close to 50%. Mythic Steel still have good control. Boya with his own Kun as well. Ruby DD just standing in
S7
front.
गिभअवे हुन्छ हुन्छ केटा गिभअवे छिटो आउँछ रिट्री हाने लेन स्लटले
And he will get that. Lunar
तर
takes
टिम
down
फाइट
Ruby
जितिरहेको छ
DD,
अरोरा
one
गेमिङले
member of Mythic
टिकर
Seal
गयो
down,
हिल्लाको
and they are out of there real quick. Yenzi tries to go
TNG
inside
को हाइवे
the
से
shadow
अति छ
kill.
केटा
He will,
फेरि
but will not be able to take Kun or anyone else down. Aurora continue the onslaught despite them losing the turtle. They have their eyes set on the tower in mid. They are happy with that, and they
तर यिनीहरूले इम्पोर्ट त ल्यायो तर टर्कीमा कुन ल्याङ्ग्वेज बोल्छ अब यिनीहरूले इङ्ग्लिस बोल्ला त सबले किनकि इन्डोनेसियाले सिक्यो कि टर्की
even harder. Although, again, for some reason, the goal is just getting equalized across the
के
map.
साउन्ड
And
आइरहेको छ यिनीहरूको
you know,
त
and I know that's actually one of the
यिनीहरूकै बाट आइरहला यार
biggest things here. The gold and the level gap between our
Live stream बाट
junglers,
spawn
which is
आइरहेको छ यार
honestly, that's Lancelot is ahead.
Alright. Mythic Seal now trying to just cover the ground that they might potentially lose if they are not careful. Aurora Gaming, though, very happy with what they've gotten. They do have the tower advantage. Go well for them. So Mythic Seal now we're good.
मलाई M7 प्लस
Maybe getting an
प्लिज रे
advantage before the next
एस
lord.
गिभअवे हान्छ नि
If
छिटो
they play
जोइन हाल्नु
out
हैन
a 50-50 for the next one,
स्ट्राइडरहरु
it
गिभअवे हान्छ
might
होला
not go well for them. Best thing that they need to do is an advantage, because when it comes to the team fighting, Aurora
सिधै डायमन्ड वाला टुर्नामेन्टहरु आकाय गर्छ केटा हो हैन डायमन्ड मेरो अकाउन्टमा नि हो गिभअवे म धेरै गर्छु होला अबदेखि किनकि obviously एउटा टुर्नामेन्ट जित्यो भने 10-12 हजार डायमन्ड जति आउँछ पर पर्सन
That's already more than enough to
तिनीहरु
make the
सबै
Mythic
गिभअवे
Seal
हानिदिन्छु
lineup
म
crumble. So Mythic Seal
मलाई
are
डायमन्ड त्यस्तो
probably going to be
चाहिदैन
looking for an advantage.
कुनै बेला
Yeah,
मात्रै हो
the
डायमन्ड युज गर्ने म
advantage
त
is the question is where are you going to get that advantage, right? I feel like the Hayabusa
TNG?
definitely is the biggest
Also
target,
at
or the
TNG
easiest
मर्छ र
target to chase, ironically.
आएको स्याड
because we
आएकै
have
हैन केटा हो
Aura. Look at that, Chadwick already used up so
आइसक्यो रहेछ त
early
स्याड
on.
त
And Chenzi with a knock-up.
TNG
Boye
मर्यो होला
actually is the one who's actually going to fall. Shut down with
राम्रै हो गुड ट्रेड फर म्यानमार्क
Perfect timing by Tianzi.
राम्रै खेलेछ यार लेन स्लट ले
Just
कस्तो मिठो
in
खेल्यो
time to make sure he wouldn't eat the brunt of the damage coming out from the hill to end the Lancelot. He survives,
Sigi
and
bomb.
just like that, they get
बाजे
punished.
बाजे बाजे
But Tianzi did eventually go down.
ओए,
Mythic
लेन
Seal
स्लट त के हो
really trying more
देखको
than
दै छ त
ever,
मा
because there's no opposing jungler to go
रुक्नै
up
मान्दैन
against. Sigi
सिगी
Boom
बुम
holding the perfect spot.
सिगी
He
बुम
avoids the
सिगी
knock-up of the Lord.
के
The
गर्दैन तर
CC is there. The other members of Aurora
कहिले पायो
at
लर्ड
the end of the day.
लुनक्सले
It is
पायो
Rosa who
रिट्री
gets the last
लेन
hit
स्लटको
on
रिट्री
the
थिएन
Lord.
यार
As
होल्ड
Kid
गर्नु पर्थ्यो त
Flash
यार
went
कस्तो
down just in time for
रिट्री चेन
Aurora.
रहेछ लेन स्लटको
That was a miraculous take on that Lord.
बल्ल आयो रिट्री यार
Using the darkening of all skills.
कस्तो ग्याम्बल लिएको
Rosa,
यार यो
man,
म्यानमार्कले
oh man, coming in clutch, especially when Aurora needs it the
साह्रो पर्छ
most.
यार अब
And I think that will net them so much gold here. Kun and Boye
Hilda,
up on
Hilda.
front. There's a lot of tankiness.
Mana
But I
sakyo
don't see a
Lunasco.
lot of firepower with the remaining members of Mythic Seal.
And again,
Aurora
firepower
Glazerको
is
म्याच
the
कहिले हो
question. If Mythic Seal just had a little bit more, they would have been able to take down that Lord
इवेको
fast
कुरा
enough
मैले गरेको पहिला
before
पनि
King
म
Flash
थिएँ मैले पाइन
eventually
भने
fell.
रेड हुन्छ
But they
त
just did not have the extra second they needed
जोइन
for
हान्नु
King
गाइस
Flash to
सकेसम्म
stay
हैन
alive and be
जो
able
चाहिँ
to
एक्टिभ छ
retrieve
त्यतिले
the
पाउँछ
Lord
मिल्छ
away. Mythic Seal is holding.
शेयर पनि हान्दिउँ केटा
Lunar
स्ट्रिम हैन
already
सपोर्ट हान्दिउँ
zoning. Aurora Gaming marching. TNZ goes in with a shadow kill. Will it be enough
TNZ
to take
मार
it
दियो यार
down?
किमीलाई
Yes, it is.
ब्रो
Nico,
3 जनाको बीचबाट
just
किमीलाई
like
मार
that,
दियो
gets slashed and blasted by the
यसको को नयाँ छ
Hayabusa
लाइक
of
पनि हाल्नु गाइस
TNZ.
100 लाइक पुगेछ
You're talking about DPS. That's like the major source of DPS of Mythic Seal being removed just like that. TNZ is such a treat to watch, honestly, on the Hayabusa right now.
Definitely. Still definitely.
ब्रो अरोराले त
Since his
केटा
star
टप 5 हुन्छ होला है अरोरा
performances in
ढुक्क
the M
अरोरा
FC
टिम
2025,
स्प्रिट नयाँ नयाँ रिजनहरूको टिमले राम्रो खेलेछ यार क्याच अप गर्दैछ भनौँ न सीको
Rosa
टिमहरूले
still staying alive here. Mythic Seal just trying to stop Aurora from continuing their march forward and towards their base. TNZ has another shadow kill up. He's gonna come in
रुबी
and
दिदी
again.
यो
Ruby Didi's
टिएनजी
armor gets popped.
कस्तो यार
Kills
कस्तो
that
प्रेसर
time
हान्दैछ
for
यार यसले
TNZ,
आएपछि
but Aurora
ड्यामेज पनि
Gaming have
कत्रो हो यसको
solidified their spot as being in the lead.
And all said and done, that's 7,000 for Aurora Gaming after just like a few minutes of
TNG को जंगल
exchanges.
कस्तो
I
राम्रो
like
लाग्छ
what
यार
I'm seeing
जंगल
for
गेम
Aurora.
प्ले
This is exactly how I kind of expected them or pictured them
आएछ
playing
पनि
in my
डर
head.
खेले आएछ
Coming into this games in the future, and they are delivering.
कस्तो आयो अब
Again, they also knew that the
हिजो हिजो म हिजो हैन अस्ति यार केटा 2 घण्टा मात्रै सुतेको यार लाइक 4 बजे सुतेको 6 बजे उठेको के
Last Insanity
अझै
just
दिनमा
got
सुतेन अनि हिजो राति चाहिँ
forced
सुते
out
थियो
there
मिलाएर
single-handedly by
त्यही
Luna
हल्का
because of
निद्रा
the
लागिरहेछ
high threat that the other members of Aurora were coming, and they were. The comeback here for Mythic Seal needs to be miraculous.
8 बजे छ
Let's pick
शेड्युलमा
off,
चाहिँ एक्ज्याक्ट चाहिँ
capitalizing
अलिक
on
थाहा
mistakes, but
भएन
again, this is an Aurora
त यो
team.
जित्नु पर्यो है
To
त
see how
आदर्श
Aurora
प्रो आज
PH play, you'll know how Aurora Gaming from Turkey would also
हेलो
want
Masarapp
to
हेलो
play.
रोशन राई ब्रदर के
And
छ
again, it's the punishment, it's the basics, the fundamentals. Way too good right now for Aurora.
That's true, isn't it? Like there's a template that we're seeing. There's literally a DNA for Aurora, and honestly, it works well. It works so well for them, and it's a template that kind of just deals with a lot of the teams that are playing all around the world.
I
They
mean,
don't
that's
need to
my,
change it
like,
too much,
खसेर फुटे दिएर
and it works for
टेप
them.
टाल्दा चाहिँ
So
के
far, Mythic Seal looking for a
नयाँ
way
चस्मा लिनु
in.
पर्यो अब
It does feel like a pick-off from TNZ, on TNZ rather, would be great, but he's the one doing the pick-off here.
मर्यो होला युरानस
Yeah, that's
वान
gonna
टु
be
आज
TNZ going to the back for Konboya. Almost got taken out there. No more armor here for the export of Ruby DD as it was
कस्तो
forced out
निन्दा लाग्यो
single-handedly by Rosa. And just like that, Mythic Seal's hopes in contesting for this Lord have been dashed. And
यो
they will
गेमहरु
have
स्ट्रिम
to
हुँदैन
try as
खै
best
स्ट्रिम
as
गर्छ
they
गर्दैन
can
थाहा नै
to
छैन
hold
सोध्नु
off
पर्छ यार
the eventual assault, but Aurora decided to reset. They
म
still want to respect the
8
chances.
बजेसम्म
that
स्ट्रिम
might
गरेर
get
भने तिम्रो
stolen
गेम पनि
away.
स्ट्रिम गरिदिनु
Or
नि
they're
मै
just dragging out a
सोधेर
little bit more past 1340, but they're not rushing it. They didn't want to go for the Lord right away. Maybe it's
बेस्ट
a
अफ
fake,
1 हो कि
maybe
बेस्ट
it
अफ
might
3 हो
work.
लर्ड 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 कसले पायो किमीले पायो लर्ड किमीले कसले पायो रुबी दिदी मरे तर टिम फाइट अभियसली जितिहाल्छ नि 10 कति 8000 को गोली
That
छ
was like a moment of hesitation from Aurora. That was heavily
Lord,
punished
Kingle,
by
Kingle
Mythic
survived.
Seal. That was beautiful. But then again, at the cost of 2 members, I wonder
Kingle
how
force
that's going to
गर्न
affect
लाग्यो
this next set of
Lord
fights.
निस्क्यो त
12 seconds for Boye.
लर्ड त यही सकन लाग्छ तिनीहरूले कस्तो हेपेर खेल्दै हो यार यिनीहरू म्यानमाको टिमलाई हेपेर खेल्दैछ यार यसो लर्ड हैन मरे क्या लेन्स शट बाचे बाचे लेन्स शट बाचे 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 प्युरिफाई हाने किमीले युरानस मर्यो लुनासले कस्तो हान्छ केटा युरानसले युरानस र स्मिलले त फुल मेल्ट हान्छ यो लुनासले
All right, so it's not like a game over.
त्यही भएर इसमेर युरानसले झाउ हान्छ नि केटाहरू
No,
युरानस
could have been an
युरानसले
opening.
लुनास
Want to
लिँदा
try
हुन्छ
to go and
मिडमा
re-engage again.
मेज
Non-stop
प्लेयरको
team
हो
fighting seems to be the template here that we're seeing for both of these teams. Seem to be just
यिनीहरूको
banking
गेम स्टार्ट
on
भएन
the kill gold to get a little bit of a lead.
Hey,
But
started
it
wasn't
is
there?
Aurora Gaming, 9,000 on the board, and 2 inhibitors getting taken out for Mythic Seal.
Not over just yet, but the question still remains and it
Huh.
still stands.
लस्ट 6 गेम
The damage,
0%
where's it
विनेट
gonna
छ यो
come from?
सुको यसले
Where's Mythic Seal gonna get
मनी यार
extra
फर्स्ट गेम
oomph
हारेको
that
यार
they need
गाह्रो
to finish
छ
things off?
नयाँ सिजन नै
It's,
हल्का ब्याड लक
definitely gonna
भइसक्यो
have to
फर्स्ट
go
गेम
for
हारेर
these items where definitely 4 on
ओ
average
यत्सुलाई
5
बुली
completed
गर्ने
items here
यत्सुको
for
गर्लफ्रेन्ड हो
Aurora
गाइस
Gaming and 4
भाउजू हो
for
भनौँ
Mythic
न
Seal.
भाउजू
They're
हैन
basically
बुहारी
an item behind on a man-to-man
यत्सु भर्खर बच्चे
scenario.
छ नि त
This is definitely a huge advantage for Aurora. Now,
Win बनायो यार
It's not
तिमीले
always about the number of items you have.
हाय
It's whether or
बुसाको लागि
not
win
you can
बनायो
actually use it. I wonder if they can kind of just offset that by making a pick-off happen on Tianzi, maybe on Rosa. Again, a bit of a high ask,
हेर्न
but
यो हाय
that's the best
बुसाले
you
हेर
can
न
do. That's the
सिल
best
फुटायो
scenario that they can find those
कस्तो
team
हो यार
fights
यो
on,
हायबुसा
and especially if Ruby Didi's Firog armor is actually popped.
Tianzi single-handedly was able to
म्यानमा
remove the
को 4
armor
किल्स
of
4
that
किल नै
X-Boy.
युरानसको
Here comes Aurora's attempt at trying to take down the turret up top. Nico trying to potentially predict where the other members of Aurora will try to escape from or come from. Will not hit with the traction pulse. The difficult thing about the build path of the Kimi right now is that a
clean
lot of the
हान्दा छ है
damage
guys
that you're banking
Aurora
on comes
मिठो
from
खेल्दैछ
Skypiercer stacks.
M7 हैन मलाई लाग्छ यिनीहरुको गेम प्ले मलाई गाइस
His third
M7
item,
कस्तो राम्रो
Blood
टिमहरु छ
Wings.
सबै
Fourth item, Wind of Nature.
टप
Which
5
makes a lot of
टिममा
sense.
जो पनि
But
फर्स्ट
it's
हुन सक्छ
still
क्या
really
लाइक जहिले
lacking the
फिलिपिनले
damage
डोमिनेट
that
हान्न
you're
नि त
looking for
अहिले
from
अरु
that
अरु
Kimi.
रिजनहरु पनि राम्रो आइसक्यो
Majority of the
सो
damage
गेम हेर्न
is
मजा
going to be
आउँछ
coming from that Lancelot. Considering that there is a Blue Nox that you can chunk down, even the CC will take a fair amount of damage from that Lancelot. Still, it's way too much pressure onto one very specific hero to be able to deal the damage. Mythic Seal at this point still do not have enough.
Yeah, considering
के
that
साउन्ड
Kimi is
आएर मेरो
actually 0
हेडफोनबाट
and 4
के
as
साउन्ड
well.
आइरहेछ यार
So, yeah, there might be a bit of a climb that we need to do if you're Mythic Seal. But you know what? Again, around
Mythic
the Lord,
Seal.
anything can happen. Sometimes the Lord just favors a specific team. I don't know why, but I think we saw that a few days ago. Oh, look at that. Tianzi again.
रोजा
Is so
बाचो
aggressive.
बाचो बाचो
Yeah,
तिमी
Rosa
गल मिस
already
भयो
opted
हल्काले
the Darkening. Might be bad. He will have Brilliance available for him.
Oracle
Now switch on
बनाएको
over to the
सिसीले
light stacks.
Kimi
Nico might just spot out, but Tianzi was
ओए
there.
अल्टी
Stunned
कार्ड
at
दे
the
यार
right
त्यसको
time, saving the Kimi. The Wind of
तिमीलाई
Nature still
बचाएन
gonna be
तर
active for
तिमीको
that
विन
hero.
थियो है
But
विन विन
Aurora,
विन
again,
बाचो
still have the advantage. Mythic Seal cannot
हाई
just
कल
close enough
स्टिल
safely.
सबैको रिसोर्स छ के गर्दो रहेछ
Yeah,
है
there's no way
यो
they can
मिथिक
kind
सिलले
of do
हारेको
that,
गेम
especially with Rosa up on front, as well as knowing that Pagu is close by.
लर्ड स्टार्ट गरेछ
So,
माथिबाट प्रेसर छ
yeah,
अरोरा
they're trying to
गेमिङले
find an
रिसेट गर्छ
opening.
जबसम्म माथिको
Moye
लेन
is
आउँदैन
trying to check these bushes.
यो
It's just
एकजना
a
जबसम्म
lot
जाँदैन
more
नि
difficult
रिसेट
than
गरे
you
गरे
thought,
गर्छ केटा
especially with Rosa up on front. Look at Chenzi, the one on the side. Might
Yeah,
make a
exactly.
pick-off
कि Lord
happen.
Ross
Again,
हान्छ
the
यिनीहरूले।
Lancelot also one of the more vulnerable.
Yeah.
तिमीले
points
तिमीको
of this
डिभाइनले
lineup.
भयो
Divine
Let's
Blade
start
now
बुखादैछ
just built up by Nico.
अरोराले लड हानेछ
Maybe
नि
that will just actually be enough.
अलि पक्ड्यो
Decides
किमीको
to
प्युरिफाई
go
गयो
in with the flicker, the slam
तर
forces out the
किमीलाई किन हानेको
Purify.
प्युरिफाई थियो नि त
Aurora
किमीको
Gaming have lost a big utility and a big combo out of them, but it did force
Lens
out
shot free हुन्छ
Purify from the Kimi. Could be or should be easy
हिल्लालाई हाने भयो
to
हिल्ला
go
मोर छ होला यार
down
बरु
now, but what if they can't? Boy with the dominant side.
रोजा हेर्नु रोजा त पागलै हो यार
Already utilized.
के हो लेन्स लड
Now up to the light
सिगी
stacks
बुम
for Brilliance. Ruby DD takes
मार
way
दे
too
यार
much
सिगी
damage.
बुमले एक्लै
Flash gets spotted out by Sigi
स्पिनमा
Boom
अति हेर
and
सिगी
taken out
बुम
single-handedly by that CC. Aurora
Lovely
have
खेल्छ
cracked
यार
the formation
अरोराले
of Mythic Seal
टर्कीको
and
सबभन्दा
potentially
गोटे
have
टिम है
already
गाइस
dashed their hopes of winning game number 1. Combo the burst. Way too
टर्कीको
much
my god
to handle.
मेरो घुमिरा हो
Aurora will take
स्टार्ट भयो नि यिनीहरुको
A team from Nepal into the international stage, the wild cards, and that is none other than Apex the Roamer for
के भन्दैछ यिनीहरुले
IQSATL.
भर्खर नेपालको नाम
That you do not want to miss out on.
के भने गाइस
And in
एपेक्सको
fact, one of these teams, they have got a player who has represented
Player?
India in a team from Nepal into the
MSC
international
को कुरा
stage,
गर्दै
the
रहेछ
wild cards, and that is none other than Apex the Roamer for
Apex the GOAT.
IQSATL. So we have the 2-0, but IQSATL
Start
broke
गरे
it down
छिटो
so well with that 22-4. That scorecard into game number 3. So that
यसले झ्याउलाई चाहिँ यार यो कास्टरलाई
IQSATLs, even they do not have
म खेलेर
any
झ्याउलाई
momentum
चाहिँ
because of the break. So it is going to be a complete fresh start with new strategies.
यो स्टार्ट हुन त अहिलेसम्म स्टार्ट भएको छैन यिनीहरुको एक गेम सकिसक्यो त
Fresh strategies is definitely what IQS said you will need, as well as the side of Godlike, because man, if the last game was something that they actually decided to let go of, that is something that they cannot afford now. Because right now,
यो
the
यस्तो
stakes
यस्तो
are
राख्नु
going
नि
to be
मिल्छ
much higher.
ओ माय
It's the
गॉड
fourth
ब्रो
game.
व्हाट
If
द
they
हेक
give
के हो
away
यो
the
टेडी
match
बियर
point to
यो
their enemies, they are going to sit in a comfortable spot as well. And the third game is going to be the final decider. Basically, it's become a BO1 all of a sudden. And if that happens, what is the need of all that advantage that you get? We have
यता
basically
बियर
lost all the
राख्दिनु पनि
advantage that
केटाले
they
चाहिँ
built upon
केटीले
it.
यो
That's
राखेर चाहिँ
exactly
केटाले
why
चाहिँ बियर राख्नु
right
भनेको
now, Godlike do not want that game point to be given away to the side of IQ S8UL.
Ephemius hostलाई
Have
पठाउनु
definitely
त
proved
यस्तो
time
यस्तो
and
काम
time
गर्दैन
again that they can
guys.
always come back from behind. But Godlike, if they want to go ahead, they have to turn it around and make the
तिमीहरू
game
पठाउ न
in their
guys, तिमीहरू
favor.
पठाउ. ल guys,
Guess
let's go
what?
drafting
It
phase.
is honestly a deja
Finally.
view of the round robin plus
ठ्याक्क
the Swiss
ठिक्क
stage.
टाइममा भयो होला.
Into the Swiss stage, Godlike
Let's go guys.
absolutely
Soul
swept
versus
IQ
Godlike.
their feet with an amazingly
Soul
one-sided
पा हाम्रो
win.
X
I think
squad
it was
mate
a
छ
win
Apex
under
है guys.
15
त्यही भएर
minutes
Apex लाई
as well.
सपोर्ट हानेर हो.
But in the round robin, the two
लिडमा चाहिँ
Godlike
गडलाइक छ
and
अहिले
S8UL
एक
faced
गेमको
each other.
लिडमा छ.
It
अब
was
एक गेम पनि
2-0
हार्यो
from
भने
the side of IQ
सोलहरू लोवर
S8UL.
ब्र्याकेट जान्छ.
And this match feels
Martis
like
ban
a
again. यताबाट
you know
गाटुक
what?
ban.
Rework of
Nice,
the
nice.
same
ठिक छ,
movie
ठिक
that
छ.
we saw before.
लापु
Because
ban. लापु
2-0
ban हाने हाने
and
गरेछ
now
त. कसले
it's a
यस्तो हाने
2-1
लापुले?
because the momentum is something like we mentioned already that is being worked up by both of these teams.
त्यही हो
And
जहिले
right now, talking
ए
about
लाइक 3
momentum,
मिनेटमा
it is
0.5 भएर
definitely
मलाई
shifted
गर्छ पेमा
in
जस्तो
favor of
एक्सपी
IQ
पर्छ जहिले.
S8UL, and Godlike will try to try and
गाह्रो
claim
छ
it back
तिम्रो
once
होइन
again.
गर्लफ्रेन्डलाई क्यारी हान्न
But
सकेन
that
जस्तो
is
योत्सुले.
going to happen only if they draft better. Martis has been a permanent ban so far, and that is
मार्टिस त ब्यान छ गाइज
definitely
100%
not
मार्टिस
in
ब्यान
their
रेट.
area of
अनि
expertise.
एज वेल एज
Some
लापु
teams
लापु.
claiming it out
आमन
as
पनि
the PTSD
सेम
ban,
आमन यिनीहरूको सेम ब्यान
and
छ यो
these
गडलाइकको.
bans are definitely kind of, I don't know, Sarah, sometimes I just wonder, why is Godlike like this?
गडलाइक सोल आरएनडिएक्स सबै
They
ठुल्ठुलो
are what they
स्पोन्सरहरू यार.
are and they make it work. I mean, 12 trophies, that's a big deal for a MOBA 5v5 roster like Godlike. And IQSHUL here, I mean, this is the first LAN they are playing as IQSHUL's MOBA 5v5 roster and they are performing very well
गाइज कसले
right
जित्दा
now.
त केटा भोटानमा.
But Godlike
मैले
is
चाहिँ क्यारी गरेर आउँछु
currently
रे. ल यार के
respecting
हो यार यस्तो
Asuna's
योत्सु क्यारी
Khadija
हान्नु पर्यो क्या
and
हाम्रो
it
योत्सुले पनि.
will be taken off the board. The
भएन है
Jushin
योत्सु
2
यस्तो.
has been taken away and the Eve will be given to Asuna once again.
And it's finally time for Bit to try and pick up the Valentina, which is
सिसिलियो
worked
स्मेरेल्डलाई
out
इज स्टिल
for him
ओपन.
in the 2 games
स्मेरेल्डलाई
that he
लिन
has played
सक्छ होला यार
in the LAN
प्रोबेबली.
event so far. So
इसमें किन
why
लिन्छ
not
नि?
try
इसमें
it
राम्रै छ
once
त
again?
फेटको.
CC getting picked up though, an insurance pick to make sure both the lanes are kind of secure
इफको
because
अगेन्स्ट
it
चाहिँ
is a
राम्रो हुन्छ
flex.
स्मेरेल्डा.
Can be thrown into the goal whenever you
लिँदा
like
हुन्छ
and
यार
can be taken into the XP
गडलाइकले.
as well. But the Valentina is definitely something that they do not want to miss out in the first phase.
एमएलएन
Because if you
एक्सपी
let
हिरो नै
that
हो
go
मेटा.
away, if you let that slip away,
एमएलएनमा त्यही
then he's
फाइटरहरू
going to
मेटा
be
छ अहिले.
definitely banned
लाइक
out in the
फाइटर
second
नहेले
phase.
भए लाइक गोल्डनमा
That
ग्रान्जर
is
कि
what.
ह्यारिस
And
खेल्दा नि
Fate,
हुन्छ.
he has been given the CC this
ओके
time
स्मेरेल्डलाई
and
लिएन
Art
यिनीहरूले.
will steal
इन्ट्रेस्टिङ.
away
किनकि अरू
the
बेला फर्स्ट पिक
Hilda.
इसमै हान्ला थियो अहिले
That
छैन नि त.
is already a very good combination coming in from the side of God L and all they need to do is back it up with a mage who can keep
यो
up
कास्टर
with
चाहिँ के हो
Eve's
गफ
poke
हान्दै
every
बस्छ जहिले.
single time.
यसको
And
ठाउँमा
Bit,
देखाएर.
he is supposedly very good at that already.
एपेक्स
IQSHUL,
अरे
though, they
एपेक्स
need to
ट्रु
figure out a
लिडर.
way to counter this Hilda. Maybe the
यो
Khalid
पुरै
could be
सोधिरहेको
a
छ त नजिक
possible
नजिक आयो
option with
अति
an
छ त यार एपेक्स.
X-Borg being locked in for the goal lane just to counter that CC.
यो
But yes,
यो ज्याकेट चाहिँ केटा
Esmeralda,
एमएससी मा
X will
दिएको
be
है यो
picked up
ज्याकेट.
by them if they
बब्बाल
want
छैन
to
त.
because hey, it counters the CC and also the Hilda at the same time.
Exactly. That is something that could be getting picked up here. And
एउटा
like I
जङ्गल
mentioned, it was a
मेन्टर खोज्नु
showdown
पर्यो दाइ
as
धेरै
well that
बुलि
getting
हानेमा.
picked up here by
जङ्गल
IQSADUL.
जङ्गल प्लेयर त
It was
यार
picked up by
चिन्दैन नि
Fate
धेरै
2
यार.
games
एउटा
already.
मात्रै चिन्छ
And
यार
you
त्यही
see
आएको.
getting picked up this time around in the hands of
नेपालमा जङ्गल
probably
प्लेयरहरू को को
maybe
छ?
a
याइको
Vitus.
छ,
Because
पान्डा,
talking
सिरो,
about the fact that Esmeralda
काए,
is actually a good tanky
सेराप.
hero, it does need
अरू को
those
छ? अरू त
items
छैन.
on it if you want to tank that damage. So putting it in the goal lane just seems like a better thing for me.
के हो यो?
With that, we're taking a look at, of course, the draft right now. And the way things
Of
stand,
course the draft
Joy
right now.
is definitely not a big threat that the side of Godlike has actually
एपेक्सको
overlooking.
राम्रो छ गाइस. ड्र कति
Will
राम्रो
do
छ.
well, the
यताबाट
Esmeralda, and there
स्मेरेल्डा.
we go. It is going to get locked in though, and
स्मेरेल्डा
finally taking
लिनुपर्ने
up
थियो
the
यार
Joy.
यिनीहरूले
So
कसम
that is
यिनीहरूले.
going to be another shield hero being
हिल्लाको सट्टा
provided
स्मेरेल्डा
to
लिनुपर्थ्यो
make
यार.
him right there onto the goal lane. But we still don't know if it's going to be the goal lane though, because who knows?
स्मेरेल्डा र
Randomly
सिसी
they might
लिनुपर्थ्यो कि
switch it
किनकि
up.
हिल्डा
And
त्यस्तो
that's the problem
ठिक
with
छ अब
this
इब्ला
meta.
ल्याङ
You
हान्छ नि
cannot
यिनीहरूको
predict
ड्राफ्ट हो.
where a fighter or a tank is going to play. It could be the gold, it could be the EXP, it could very well be in the jungle.
लुनाटिक
We
पाण्डाको
don't
वाइटी
know.
छैन.
But that
लुनाटिक
is the
पाण्डाको छैन है
entire
गाइस
problem
युट्युब
which
च्यानल.
teams face. Adjustment to this meta is something
सेराप
not everyone is good at, but IQSHUL
भट्ट
and
कोचिङ
Godlike
लिँदा हुन्छ यो
Esports
छोरी. ल
both are so
अति
very
भन्दै
good at it.
यार.
And that
साहिल
is why
मिश्राले अति
possibly
भन्दै.
they were
काईको
top
रोटेसन
4
चाहिँ राम्रो
in
लाग्थ्यो
the
काई
leaderboard after
काई त अहिले
round robin,
का
and
अरोरा
now
ग्लेजर
they are
र काई
here
सँगै
in
छ
the
केटा एउटै
upcoming
टिममा
semis.
And with that, that is
आज
definitely
सेप्टेम्बर 9
those
versus अरोरा
regions
ग्लेजरको
are
छ केटा
definitely
म्याच
going
हेर्ने
to
हो नि त
be
केटा हो
very,
सेप्टेम्बर
very
9
big
versus अरोरा
regions
ग्लेजर
once the game is over. But right now, the way
यसरी
things
डेनिसलाई
stand,
टेक्स
it's definitely looking a very, very solid draft coming in from both sides. The EXP laners are getting targeted at this point, and the Valentina has been left open. Do IQ S8UL want bid to pick up the Valentina? We already saw what they can do with the Lucas. Even if the Kimi is actually someone that can counter the Lucas, the Kimi was getting shredded down more than you think. So right now, the fact that they're letting that Valentina slip away, does it mean they've already figured out how to counter bid?
लाइक हान्दिउँ केटा
Countering bid
सय
is
लाइक हुन लागिसक्यो
something
लाइक हान्दिउँ
that IQ S8UL can't do yet because he hasn't even picked up his hero. And Godlike, they played it smart. Last time they saw the giving the Kimi early, he suffered so
रिपिक
much in the
दुईटा
backline.
रिपिक हिरो
This time around, they are like,
ए
pick
जङ
whatever
कहिले
you
थियो यिनीहरूले
want. We
जङ लिएको र
will
ए रेडियमले
save
लिएको
the
त
last pick. But S8UL, they will answer it well too. They'll finally lock in the Hayabusa and the Phobius onto the jungle and EXP.
यो गाइज
While
हायबुसा लियो
Godlike is fourth
कस्तो
with
निन्द्राले
the
हानेको
finalizing
हायबुसा
their
लियो
draft
हायबुसा
with Lunox for the mid
असेसिन
lane.
लियो जेले
And with that, Lunox being finalized as the mid lane for
हायबुसा र
Godlike.
लेन्स चाहिँ राम्रै खेल्छ
It
जेले
seems like,
यताबाट
Valentina is
युजङ र
something
लुनक्स
that's,
यसलाई
it seems
पके त
like,
खेल्न पुगे
Godlike is
अरे
just like, I don't think the Valentina is going to work out again. But the fact is, there is like,
डबल
nothing over
फाइटर
there.
छ यार
Phoebus is
एभ्री
there, there's
टाइम ब्रो मार्क्समा त
Hayabusa,
एउटै गेम देखेको छ नि
Smolder's
त
maybe not the best choice, but the Eve and Grok is also there as well. But
एन्टी
even then,
भेन्जेन्स
it
अगेन
seems like they do not want to go with the Valentina pick. And maybe that's
रोमकुमको
just fate.
युजङ
But yeah, I do
एक्समा
understand the reason
एन्टीको
behind that
फोबियस
Lunox drop is going to melt down the
गोल्डन
frontliners.
स्मेरल्डा
He's going to be able to immune the Hayabusa's ult.
अनि
But
गोल्डन के हो
even then, I feel like Valentina was able to provide more
गोल्डन
value.
के हो
But yes,
सिसी
let's
सिसी
respect Bid's choice. He is the mid laner for Godlike. Let's see what he can do with this Lunox pick right
Guys,
here.
let's
But
go
with
game
that, ladies
3,
and gentlemen,
game 4
we have
Apex
IQ
ए
S8UL
Apex
facing
सोल
Godlike.
भर्सेस
It's a
गडलाइक
2-5.
अब
Score
गडलाइकै जित्यो
is
भने फाइनल पुग्छ
2-1,
सोलले जित्यो
and
भने अझै
Godlike are
2-2
on the
हुन्छ
match
स्कोर
point. One more win, and they have booked a seat in the finals. And if IQ S8UL loses tonight,
एउटाको
they
गेमहरू
have
स्ट्रिम
to
हुन्छ र
play
मासराप
the
खै थाहा छैन
elimination
यार
match
मलाई त्यो
tomorrow
गेमहरू स्ट्रिम हुन्छ
on
कि
the
हुँदैन
grand finals day.
That is what, and
त्यो
you do
त्यही
not want
सोध
to
न
be
त्यहाँको
fighting
मान्छेहरूलाई
in an
मलाई त थाहा भएन त्यसको
elimination game
बारेमा
on the day of the grand finals when you were
स्ट्रिम
thinking of
अगाडिको
being in
गेमहरू
the
त
grand finals
हुन्न होला
itself.
अब अहिले
So that
पछि
is a
पछिवाला हुन्छ
huge
कि
milestone for you to cover. But as we can see for now, the drafts, they look very strong. The Hayabusa has an insane amount of pickup
सेप्टेम्बर 9
potential
भर्सेस
on
लक
CC
हाइपरमा हुँदा
as
म्याच
well
भएको
as the
थियो
Joy
नि
once he picks up on the Hunter
कुन
Strike,
चाहिँ
the
त्यो
Endless Battle, and the Sea Halberd
कुनमा
at the
हो
same time.
खै
But Godlike
थाहा भएन यार
Esports,
त्यो
they need to
कुनमा
find
थियो
a way to take
नेपालकै
down the
च्यानल थियो
Eve. Once again, Joy, he is
एनी
very good
जिए
at
हो
that,
कि
and so
के
as you
समथिङ
showed his
त्यस्तै
Yuzong.
लाग्यो
But here we go, game number
गाइज लेट्स गो
4.
गेम 4
Finally,
सोल
after
भर्सेस
an
गडलाइक लेट्स
amazing
गो
2-1 series, 2 in
ड्राफ्ट
favor of
कसको राम्रो छ
Godel,
भन्दा
1 in favor of IQSA2L, and now we will be facing these teams once again against each
ड्राफ्ट त
other.
मलाई यो गडलाइकै राम्रो लाग्यो
With
गाइज
that, we have a game on our hand, ladies and
लेट्स चाहिँ
gentlemen.
कसरी खेल्छ अब
The split
गडलाइकले
is still being shown in a way that you cannot see the game. But the thing is, the way it's being shown, you can see every single member doing what they do, especially in the mid lane.
यसरी हेरेर कस्तो
You can
आँखा
see
दुख्ने क्या
that Bit
ओइ
is
लुनक्स
already
मऱ्यो क्या
trying
फ्लिकर
his
गयो
best to
लुनक्सको
harass. And Jay
अस्ति
kind of
अस्ति पनि
helping the
फ्लिकर
other
गयो
members as
फ्लिकरमा
well.
फ्लिकर
Take a
बेट
look at the junglers
त्यो
this time
त्यो
around.
हाएको
They are the
सेकेन्ड
ones
सिजन सकेको छैन
helping their mid laners.
हाएको
Because
सेकेन्ड सिजन
take a
सकेको
look
छैन
at
उता
Art
देखा
right
न
now.
बफमा
Jay could be in trouble. He's taken down
More
Gorilla,
यार
and it's already a first blood for
अति
Godlike.
खेल्यो यार
And this
आर्टले
is looking a very big start, a very good start. Take a look at Art. He gets away with the
पाँच
kill
पनि
under
ओइ
the tier 1. It is
यो
not
पागल
even
हो यार
1
यो
minute,
हिँड्ला
and he gets a kill under his pocket.
रोमको हेर्न
This is Godlike
ओइ
Esports, but Raven
रेड बम लगिदियो क्या लगिदियो यार
this
रोमकमले
time around. It's
मऱ्यो
not
त
enough
रोमकम
yet.
मऱ्यो
Romcom will be
बीट
touched
बीट
down
पनि
by
मऱ्यो
MT
बीट
as
पनि मऱ्यो बीट पनि मऱ्यो
IQSA2L are fighting
टु
back.
डिप टु डिप
Bit
टु डिप
in danger.
एन्टी द
Bit
गोडेड
the
फोबियस
double
2 किल
There's the
रिकल पनि
recall
दिइसक्यो
as well. Instant slap back coming in from
स्ल्याप ब्याक है स्ल्याप
IQSA2L.
ब्याक रे
They
कसरी भने
punish them with the way that the enemy did as well.
धेरै डिप गयो यार रेड
IQSA2L just
बक्समा
showing
धेरै
what
डिप
they are
भयो
made
त्यो त
of. They are not going to go down without a fight. They are going to retaliate. They are going to hunt you down as well. If you hunt their
Apex
own
slow to
members
that.
down. And with that, the score sits on 3-2, and
Lunox
IQS
4
CDU
पुग्ला र
are leading by 400
4 त
goals.
पुग्छ होला
They
रोम
do
खोले
want to
रिकल
get that
दिइरहेछ
level 4
यता
as well
एक्सपी
before they
ब्याटल
go
हेर्न चाहिँ
further.
मजा आइरहेछ है
That's
दुईटा
exactly what
एक्सपी
they're looking for
खतरनाक
at the
एक्सपी
moment.
लिनरहरू
Into the mid lane as well. The domination not really there. This
मजा
time.
आइरहेछ,
Seems like an even
मजा
matchup.
आइरहेछ।
Asuna or Bait. Neither of them is able to get that clear advantage. But Romcom
Please,
here
यार,
trying
ओए,
to deny
nice
the
यार,
XP
Romcom।
minion and let Anti not reach that level
तर
4.
एन्टी 4 पुग्छ होला यतिकै
It is going to be an
जे
easy fight. Oh, once again getting targeted by
कसले
Van.
पायो
Will
भ्यानले
not
पायो
get
बफ
that blue buff. Van sealed it away. Jay tried to
जे
go
सिसी गोल्ड गयो सिसी गोल्ड गयो
ultimate and he
तर आएपछि 4 पुगेन बल्ल पुग्यो 4
before the turtle. Asuna!
असुनालाई हान्दे यार 1v1
1v1 against Bid. The chaos assault will win it away.
गॉड गॉडलाइक कस्तो बवाल खेल्दा है
That 1v1 is kind of like
त्यो हेर न त्यो
question,
आर्टलाई हेर
because
न
now
यार
everyone will be like, you remember that
Bro,
one
last time
time
meter
when
खेलेछ यार
Bid
Godlike-ले।
defeated Asuna in
Free-
a
free
1v1?
lord, a
That's
free turtle।
exactly what all the Bid fans are going to
यिनीहरूको
say
retreat
now.
थिएन, त्यही
But
पनि
now
free
Van
turtle
has
पायो
just proved himself once again by taking that turtle
जे
down.
मरे फेरि
Jeho!
Oh my
Gets
god,
taken down
bro।
as well, and take a look at Apex is going to get forced
Van-
out.
Van मर्यो,
Don't
Van
help this
मर्यो।
jungler. Ivan on the other hand, Anti, can he get that hammer or slam onto Ivan? Ivan with the outplay, but Anti gets that
Oh
killing
my
spree
god,
and
के भयो
gets
त्यो
that
बटमा
hammer slam. Takes
त्यो
the
भ्यान
jungler
एकले
down.
फेरि मार्न
Ivan
खोजिरहेको
with an
रोमको हेर त्यो
overextension,
एक्सपीलाई त
but now
कस्तो यार
three-man
रिसै
gang on the
उठिरहेछ
bottom side. A shutdown secured here by
ओए रो
Romcom.
ए रोके यो एक्सपीले
Having
ब्याटल
the time of their lives, absolutely onto the
मजा आउँछ चाहिँ एक्स ब्याटल हैन
Anti versus Romcom.
लाइक यस्तै यस्तै प्लेयरहरुको अगेन्स्ट खेल्न मजा हुन्छ के फेरि
Once it's Anti, the next moment it's
के
Romcom.
अड्क्यो त
But that debate never. If this
कति स्पाइसी भइरहेको रहेछ एक्सपी लेनमा चाहिँ
already
ओ नो के भयो कस्तो बेला अड्क्यो यार
targeting down Art, but he's a Hilda and he can run away.
Exactly, Hilda is made to do just that.
Lock
Run
the air,
away
blue
when
buff.
enemy tries and chases you down. Here though, can Van escape? And yes, he does once again. S8UL not able to really try and...
ना यार
Oh my God,
ग्रकलाई त
Van is
कस्तो
too
एपेक्सलाई
greedy
केही
right now
गर्नै
because
दिएको छैन
once
क्या यो
he
गेम
takes
सेट
that
पनि हान्न
small
पाएको
creep
छैन
as
यार
well,
कस्तो
there's
जा
no
भने चाहिँ हिल्लाले
simplifying base that's available. At the same time, Jeho trying to look for trades across the map, but he's not able to find any.
हिल्लालाई
He actually
हिल्लालाई
doesn't-
अल्ट
he
हान्नु
doesn't
पर्ने
even have any
या
kind of damage yet. They need to wait for Asuna to stand up.
हिल्ला मरि नाइस
They are-
नाइस
Oh no no Art! Oh!
Whoa!
Look at that! Art up there! No!
Oh!
Asuna misses the last
ब्रो
moment
कसरी
of
बाच्छ
the
यार
game.
हिल्ला ओ माय
And
गॉड
Art with
म्यान
that
ओ माय
movement
गॉड
speed.
ब्रो
Absolutely
कसरी बाच्छ क्या
going to
त्यत्रो
second
हान्दा नि
that
यार
and
सबले
he ran away. Exactly.
3-4 र अल्ट हान्यो होला
And now, Romcom here, does he want to fight in the place where
Romcom?
he's really comfortable?
Romcom?
With that, Anti still going with the hammer slams.
ओए रोमकोमले मार्छ होला त्यहाँ रोमकोमले देखा ओए मार रोमकोमले ओ
Oh,
माय गॉड
Romcom in a 2v1 takes
2v1
down
मार
Anti
दिया
and
यार।
recalls on his flesh.
Bro,
That is
what
Romcom with
the
the dragon
fuck?
for you. Ladies and
Romcomले
gentlemen,
aura farming
presenting
हाल्दैछ
you
है।
Romcom Godlike.
That
Bro,
is a 2-0
सल्युट छ यार मेरो रोमको
for
लाइक गोटेड
Romcom
एक्सप्लेनर
at
बाबाले हेल्दैछ
this series at MS
दुईचोटी मारेछ है सोलो
And
एन्टीको हिरोमै मार्यो त्यसलाई 1v1
better than this. Anti with a 0-2 for Romcom. So,
एन्टी विथ द
let us
जेरो
know
भन्दियो
down in
यार
the comments who's the EXP standard because hey,
एक्सपी स्ट्यान्डर्डको हो केटा हो भन्दियो त
we can see Godel completely pressurizing IQ S8UL into their own jungle and Jay
नेक्स्ट आइएसएफमा इन्डिया नि होला इन्डिया हुँदैन होला गाइस
time for now.
Exactly, man.
हजुरहरु गडलाइक सोल्सन खेलेको छ गाइस खेलेको छ सोल्नु गडलाइकहरु चाहिँ खेल्न हुन्छ हामी स्क्रिप्ट
Discarding the jungle of Jay right now because they know
सब इन्डियनहरु यस गाइस सबै इन्डियन हो राम्रै खेल्दैछ गडलाइकहरुले 4000 गोल्ड लीड 8 मर्यो नाइस वान तर असुना मर्यो क्या एपेक्स अल्ट हान्यो मर्यो असुना
One HP escape, but Romcom gets in with the Black Dragon. Romcom
Oil.
going for the petrified
कस्तो हाने?
combo as well. But
Anti
will
लाई
they
त
get the
आम्म।
tower? Yes, they do. They're looking for more knock-up
Anti,
coming
anti,
from back
anti.
with that. A lot of
Anti,
damage
the
with that,
goat.
but that's
The goat.
Anti versus the world.
Oh.
When Romcom will shut
एकजना
him
मरेन।
down once again. Jeho could be falling as well. Romcom with the double, and he recalls. The guy is from Philippines. He has shown that he has that
द
Filipino
गाइस फ्रम
blood
फिलिपिन्स
inside him.
है भनिदिसके कास्टरले नै
Romcom from Godlike Esports on that Yuzhong, ladies and gentlemen. You do not underestimate him.
Wait,
6-1.
सेक्सी खेल्दै यार मेरो भाइले
Every single person
कति
from
watching
the side
छ?
of IQ S8UL all by himself.
3000 वाचिङको अगाडि औरा फार्मिङ हाल्दैछ रोमकोमले बप्पाल खेल्दैछ एक्सुअली त
Romcom right now.
कस्तो हानेको यार
God
चोरले
right now because take a look at that name, right? God in that name.
स्यानफोर्डै हो क्या यो जग्गामै हो
One more kin.
8 मर्यो अल डारे रोमकोम आयो भाग
on the
केटा
screen right now. Can he go for that? He's
Romcom
going for
आयो,
3-1 engage with the
anti
Black
मर्यो
Dragon form. One more kill is all he needs. and he will
Apex
have
Apex
the
पनि मर्यो
Godlike on him. Petrified combo
मर्यो
coming in. Godlike right there on the screen. It's Romcom from Godlike with the Godlike already.
ए थाहा
And
भयो
there's
रोमकोम
7 kills
Godlike
in the name of
भनेर
the
मा
ex-billionaire
तीनचोटी
from
भन्छ यार
Team Godlike.
That is
Godlike 3-4
what you do
रोमकोमलाई
not
हानु
want
गएर
to
हो
see, but you
ल्याउँदैन
get to
होला
see Godlike being Godlike at the
ए
moment.
कति Godlike भने
Absolutely
रोके रोकमा
amazing.
Godlike का Godlike
They
दिइरहेछ
went for the break. They came back with
तर
a
यिनीहरूको लागि त
plan.
लाइक
Was the
लास्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट
strategy
होला यार यो म्याच
completely
किनकि दुईटै स्पोन्सर लाइक
busting
टप स्पोन्सर हो क्या लाइक एउटा फर्स्ट भयो अर्को सेकेन्ड हो भनौँ न
at the
इन्डियाको
moment, the
अर्गनाइजेसन
difference is steadily rising towards the 7,000. Map control in favor of Godlike. Gold advantage in favor of Godlike. But
Apex
that
all छैन
danger here. They tectonic charge.
एपेक्स अल थियो नि त्यति बेला
And with that, Fate is trying to shred members down. Jeho looking for the angle with the shadow, does not find it yet. And Fate able to bait out the enemy. And Romcom zoning members out all by himself. But is
Romcom
that
हेर्न
really the
यार
fight
यो
he wants to
Romcom मा
take? Knockup
चोरलाई
comes through. Black Dragon
पछाडिबाट 8 आयो
They're trying to go in for another engage inside the enemy
थ्रो हान्छ गडलाइकले थ्रो हान्छ यो धेरै भयो गडलाइकको धेरै भयो धेरै इन्गेजमेन्ट
Oogie Shadow Kill
धेरै
coming in, they're
भित्र छ यार
fighting inside
गडलाइक
the RWM. The HP getting chunked down.
Then
Asuka's
कसरी
taking a lot of damage. Going in. It's a
Godlike
very prolonged team fight. Romcom with the double. Radiant
Romcom
gets
मर्यो
the knockup, but with that, they're still going in for more. It could be a wipeout
Romcom
here.
मर्यो त।
S8UL, IQ S8UL have been
पागल हाने
wiped
यार
out
Romcom
by Godlike.
यो रोमकोमले हैन 4 वेस माथि गएर रिकल हान्दिन्छ क्या
Godlike's playfield at the moment. And they
ब्रो रोमकोमले सोलो क्यारी हान्यो भन्दा हुन्छ है
of their lives.
एमभीपी सिधै रोमकोमले दियो हुन्छ यो गेमको त
Winning this for themselves, for their fans, for the 13th
ब्रो यार
trophy in their
के हो
name.
यार यो
They've
रोमकोमको
got
गेमले
one more stage left to win in
मलाई
this
हेर्न मजा आइरहेछ कि
right
कस्तो राम्रो खेल्दैछ
now.
यसले
But IQ S8UL, they need to find the traction. They need
3500 को गोल्ड लिड छ एक्सपीमा
back because
Oh
for
my
now,
God, bro.
things are
3500
looking much,
एक्सपीमा
much
त्यस्तो त
harder
युज हो यार
for
भाइ
them.
If you are a Godlike fan and if you do not get 7 kills in a game, what kind of a Godlike fan are you? But like, take a look at there right now. Oogie Shadow
रोमकोम
Kill
यो हैन
there.
फेरि अल्ट हान्न आयो कि
This is
कस्तो
what Romcom arrives. The Black Dragon is here to do the magic. Jeho gets taken down. Everyone getting shredded here.
Hey, man,
Radiant
man,
and Apex
bro.
the only one that will survive. But that mid lane tower is definitely going down.
That inhibitor will fall without
कसरी हान्छ यार
even
यस्तो
a
मजी
lord. Now that is
कस्तो खेलेको यार यो रोमकोमले
but Apex do
सक्यो क्या गेम
well.
रेडियम गायब लुनक्स नि त गायब हान्छ यार स्मेर त्यसलाई
Godlike styling into the base. Another
जे
wave
जन्मियो
will be charging in.
डिफेन्ड भयो नाइस वान नाइस वान नाइस वान नाइस वान
Are very low for now.
अनि केटा हो कमब्याक हान्नु पर्यो 11 की गोल लिड छ यार गडलाइकको
S8UL are really behind right now. They're at the place where they do not want to be. They're 11k goal behind. Exactly at 11 minutes, almost 11 minutes. With that, Jay
ना यार,
tries to
मर
put
गया
up
Jay.
that seal, but the
ए, ए,
shadow
मर्छ
kill,
होइन र
the only thing that
रोमकोम।
he has right now. Romcom be getting taken down, but taking
Jay
out
ult-
Jeho as well. Jeho!
Jay
has
ulti
been
मर्यो।
taken out. The recall spams are coming in. Curtain calls coming in from Fate as well. The
के हो
shred
यार यो
is
गेम
going through the damage, but he does not want to take the fight.
ब्रो
They just want to
पर्फेक्ट
stay
यार यो
composed
जङले
and go
कस्तो
for
बेट
the
हाने यार भर्खर
They do not want to give away even a single more point to the hands of IQ S8UL.
आइकु भनेको खोइ त्यो स्पोन्सर हान्यो गाइस फोनको नाम होइन त्यो आइकु भने फोनको नाम होला ल गाइस जी गाइस गेम सक्यो डिफेन्ड त हुँदैन यार टुक्क हुँदैन असनाको फ्लिकर गयो एक का छैन ओए एकछिन हाने के डिफेन्ड एपेक्सले राम्रो अल्ट हाने एपेक्स असनाले क्यान दे डिफेन्ड गाइस क्यान दे डिफेन्ड यो रोमकोमलाई मारे पहिला यसलाई मारे रोमकोमलाई मार केटा हो रोमकोम मर्यो नाइस 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 सटडाउन भयो असनाले रोमकोमले यो असनाले फ्रिज पेन्ट बनायो ठिक छ बेट हान्नु मिल्छ अब 8400 को गोल्ड बिस्तारै लोड गोल्ड लिड त घट्दैछ
Exactly.
तर
Just two inhibitors
गाह्रो छ क्या
added
दुइटा
on
इनिप
the way.
भइसक्यो अलरेडी
Ensure
सोलको
that Godlike do not have any pressure on the mid lane or the bottom side. The only way that they can win this game right now is just
गाइज
hope
यसपछि
that Godlike
आरएनटिएक्सको
make
गेम छ
mistake. If they
आरएनटी
get
त्यो चाहिँ खै
themselves
गर्दिन
into
होला
that
वाच
setup,
पार्टीमा
IQSA
प्रोबेबली
looking really,
त्यो चाहिँ
really
के हुन्छ
behind. And the only way they can
आरएनटिएक्स
pressure
र
that
अर्को
whole thing
टिमको
is
छ
just
जो
the setup.
जो
Would be the
टिमले
kind of
जित्छ त्यो चाहिँ यो
team fight is the only
सोललाई
option
फेस
that they
गर्छ होला
have.
सोल
The
हार्यो भने
only
चाहिँ
way
अब
that they can do is
अनि फाइनलमा
find
जसले जित्छ
challenging
फाइनल
the
पुग्छ
enemy.
यो गेममा चाहिँ
Right now,
जो
I do
जित्छ
not
फाइनल
think
पुग्छ
Godlike is going to give them an opportunity like
सबभन्दा
that.
बिग टुर्नामेन्ट हो
So it
इन्डियामा
seems really bleak
ल्यान्ड
right now
टुर्नामेन्ट
for S8UL to try and make something happen. But even with that said, we have already said it time and time again. IQ S8UL is the only team that can make a comeback from a situation like this, and that's why you can never count them out.
You do
कमब्याक
not
हान्न
even
सक्ला है
have
केटाहरूले
single
डिफेन्ड त
mistake
हाने
at
यार
this
त्यो डिफेन्ड
stage.
हुँदैन थियो यार
You
त्यो
have not given away a single
नाइस
turret.
डिफेन्ड हाने
IQ
11,000
they
को
are
गोल लिड थियो
falling far, far behind. The goal difference is just gonna rise and rise and rise. There's 40 seconds up to the next Lord, and you will want to contest it and try to reduce the goal difference by just a
को
bit.
नआएछ
If
गाइज
you
लाइक
can't
दिस स्ट्रिम
do
गाइज
that,
लाइक हानौँ
the
सब्सक्राइब
next
हानौँ
Lord
सेयर नि हान्दिउँ
might
केटा हो
just be the deciding factor for this game, because Godlike is too far ahead for S8UL to catch up right now.
तर यार अति खेलेको यार यो जङले मान्नै पर्छ यार
And there's a lot more that they can do. S8UL is not going to be someone that goes down
एपेक्सको
without a
अल्ट
fight.
गयो यार
There's
लर्डको
charge
अगाडि
already wasted here from Apex. Good information.
अब लर्डमा इन्गेज हान्न सक्दैन यार फ्री लर्ड गाइज रेडियमले नै केही गर्न सक्दैन किनकि अभियसली लुनक्सले बर्स्ट हानिदिइहाल्छ
Apex's ultimate is the only center potential that they have, and that can only happen near the walls. Jungle area is where he survives.
लर्डमा जान भ्याउँदैन यार जेलाई चढिसक्यो हिल्डाले
They can do anything. And with that, Lord is
लुन अब जङले अल्ट हाने त
breaking out. Sarah, do you think this Black Dragon will take everyone down?
This is it, Petrify onto 2 right
More than
away.
Romcom.
Will be targeted. Oh, he's getting tongued down though, but it is going to find
Romcom
Bell.
किन
That
मर्दैन हौ
man, Electrify means with the
It's a hit, this guy item.
but he is still going to get taken down by
What
Finn
the
right away.
fuck?
Electrify going all alone against 4 people. He will find the
Are you
killing
kidding
spree,
me,
but he
bro?
will get
के हो
taken
यार
down
यो
as
गेम
well. But Radium falls
टन्ट हान्छ कि टन्ट हान्छ कि हान्दैन गड लाइकले हेरौँ है गाइज नाइस गेम यार वेल प्लेड यार जिजी यार गड लाइक डिजर्भ फाइनलिस्ट डिजर्भ नै हो यार यस्तो गेम चाहिँ त 32 किल्स यार
Godlike secures a 3-1 victory.
And with this, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my
we
God,
have the
bro.
winner for the championship breaking series. IQS8UL versus Team Godlike, and Team Godlike have been declared as the winner. They have booked their spot in the grand finals right next day, and tomorrow they can go with a calm head. But right now, Team IQS8UL
भोलि grand final
have
हो
a
कि
big
पर्सि हो
and tough
पर्सि होला
job at their hands. They
ब्रो
have to
अति
come
मिठो
back
खेले यार
tomorrow and
रोमकम
play 2
गाइज
games
ये
back to
रोमकम
back.
भने जियु
And
जङ
tomorrow
प्लेयर
they start at the
मिठो
elimination
खेले
round.
अति नै
That's why it's going to be a really tough day for them.
कस्तो
But
जङ
Godlike can
खेलेको
finally
यार
breathe
कति वाचिङ
because
आएर
they have broken the curse of being that team that got
के
clean
थियो त
swept.
घटे जस्तो
That is
Bro, like,
what
fucking
you
perfect
get
खेले यार
clean swept
रोमकमले
once,
के
you don't repeat that mistake again,
अति
and
नै
I
खेले
think that is exactly what Godlike
His turtle,
Guys, यो
but
त
Nico gets
छोडिदिउँ अब
blasted immediately by
यो
Wolves.
हेर्दिउँ होइन
TNC gets the
Mythic Steel
retribution
र
in
Aurora
the
Gaming
turtle
guys
just when we thought
यो
it
लास्ट
looked
हेरौँ
great
अनि
for
I'll
Mythic
end the
Seal,
stream
it
guys
looked even better for TNZ.
That's right. I mean,
this
it was
will
a
be my
good
last
try
watch
for
party
Mythic Seal. They
probably
tried to burst down Lunar ASAP, right? Like, they want to make sure that Lunar can't join the team fight. But in doing so, I feel like they threw away
तर probably
too
उतिले
much
जित्छ होला यो पनि
resources
Aurora Gaming
in
I
trying
guess
to chase
Aurora
him
Gaming
down.
is quite
But the
strong
rest
guys
of
right now
Aurora Gaming actually found an opening. And again, that veteran
को
experience.
भन्नु पर्यो कि यिनीहरूले
we
M7
know
यिनीहरूले
and
एउटा
love
जित्नु
from
पर्ने हो क्या
Aurora, one of the
भन्नुपर्दा त
reasons why they just went on that undefeated streak. We're seeing it here, Renmar. You can really feel it.
For sure. Mythic Seal now, their jungle starting to feel really small because that's an entry tsunami slam king flash picked off. And that will be early.
गाइस त्यो ओटाको जात्राको
not
आजको गेम चाहिँ लाइभ हुँदैन रे गाइस
Aurora.
सेप्टेम्बर
If
9
Mythic
बजे
Seal
टिडिपी वाला
cannot find
मैले भर्खर सोधेको
a
हुँदैन भन्यो
mythical pick-off to turn the tides in their favor, Aurora are slowly taking over control in this game. Only 3
लोअर ब्र्याकेट छ कि नै लोअर ब्र्याकेट छ गाइस अब
Which is a lot
प्रोबेबली
faster than I
उताबाट
thought they would,
आरएनटीएक्स
right? Like,
जित्छ होला अनि
this lineup,
आरएनटीएक्स र
we kind
सोल
of
पर्छ
think,
आरएनटीएक्समा
you know
चाहिँ
what,
फेरिमा
our,
क्या विच
our
र
Rays trying
एपेक्सहरूको
to scale up, be more tanky. I don't think we can be aggressive
So this
against
Yuzong
like
just
a
banged the whole
Yuzhong
team.
or a
Yuzongले अति
Esmeralda.
खेलेर
No,
केटा हो
they're doing it.
मलाई
They're doing
अभियसली
everything.
गाइस इन्डियाको मलाई लागिरहेको थियो नम्बर 1 एक्सपी त उ त्यो नै हो भनेर रोमकम आज देखाए पनि के हो कस्तो घुमिरा हो यार प्लिज चल्न यार
Rotation by Rosa. And just like that, Ruby DD caught at the wrong spot. He was overly focused on trying to dominate the lane. And eventually he'll be the one getting picked off by the Farsa and the Lapu Lapu together.
Bora Gaming ले lead गरिरहेको रहेछ फेरि ले कालिया खेलेको कालिया र lane slot TNG को lane slot
who will be taking control for the next 6 to 8 minutes.
अहिले छ केमा हेर्ने
I guess I don't want to blame Mythic
केमा हेर्ने गाइस रोकै म सोच्छु म स्पेक गर्न मिल्छ कि मिल्दैन भनेर स्पेक गर्न मिल्यो भने म यही हेर्छु म लाइभ गर्दिन नि हाम्रो अरोरा ग्लेजरको गेम
Oh, wait a sec. Whoa, the last hit by Kun. Just when you thought you didn't need to retry, it also forced a bit of a purify there. But bro, what was that?
Yeah, and just like that, Ruby DD and King Flash worked together to pick off Lunar up top. So, just like that, actually, now Mythic Seal has changed the story of this game. Just when we thought it was all gloom and doom. Aurora is still getting towers, but Mythic Seal have brought this game a little bit more level towards
नेम नै गोटेड छ रोमकम बब्बा छ फिलिपिनको प्लेयर हो के गाइस फिलिपिन इन्डियन नै हो तर फिलिपिनमा खेलेको रहेछ के केटा फिलिपिनमा बस्थे पहिला obviously फिलिपिनो यस्तो फिलिपिनमा बसेछ
Not bad.
आजकल त लाइभ आउनु न त आजकल गाइस खै लाइभै हल्का
The long game here apparently.
हल्का यस्तै भन्नु
Not be too they're not as aggressive as game 1, that's for sure, right? Despite having a Kaja, which I thought they'd be non-stop using, the moment you get the Divine Judgment, they're playing a lot more conservatively, Renmar.
No.
And I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Entry, Tsunami Slam, Kun, punished. A little bit of revenge from Aurora for him taking away their turtle. And just like that, Aurora have turned everything towards their favor yet again. Mythic Seal have yet to put a scratch on the tower.
खै स्पेकमा बस्न मिल्दैन भन्दै छ है गाइस प्रोबब्ली लाइभ मिल्दैन होला मैले गर्न नि कोटाको जात्राको अब
The traceless to get away from Pagu. TNZ's here, but he's not
सुरु सुरुको गेम यस्तै हो लाइभ हुँदैन पछि पछिको हुन्छ
Aurora will not force anything in the center.
That's right.
So Masarapp gets to add Jenny's brother.
Conservative as well, considering their, what they have right now with the Uranus. Like it's not.
It's in a राम्रो खेल्न Aurora Glazer. जित्छ होला राम्रो खेल्न न.
Like as a trio like this, it does
राम्रो
feel
खेल्न
like
obviously
they can
जितिहाल्छ
take
नि.
out any single or two
TDP
members
राम्रो टिम त हो
of
त.
Seal, so
जित्छ
the
होला.
confidence. Oh!
Another big
TDP र सेप्टेम्बर 9 अब एउटा निस्किहाल्छ अब भनेपछि आज किनकि नकआउट म्याच हो रोरा TDP को टिममा छ रे गाइस
He avoids some stuns, but Lunar flickers forward with the Ionic Edge, taking down the Yisun Shin.
Man, this Uranus can really like catch you by surprise, yeah? Sometimes you don't expect that much of damage to come through, but then again, the flicker
like मैले लाइभ गरे भने चाहिँ त्यही अब उति हुन्छ भन्नु मेरो स्ट्रिम डिले पनि छैन नि त अनि फियर भएन रे त्यही भएर यस्तो मिल्दैन होला भन्दैछ रुलको अगेन्स्ट हो रे गाइस रुलको
That Uranus is not going to be afraid to commit the flicker to get the kill.
It's in a final भेट्नु पर्छ अब डाइरेक्ट इन अपोनेन्ट्स भइहाल्छ नि ल्यान्डमा भेटौँला नि अरोरा ग्लेजर म नि फेरि एक्सपी हो है यसपालि चाहिँ रोम पम्पको जस्तो है फेरि जङ चाहिँ मेरो हेलो वेलकम टु स्ट्रिम है गाइस सबैलाई गाइस दिस विल बी माई लास्ट गेम है लास्ट गेम वाच पार्टी फर्ममा
We'll have to try and dig deep to find an answer.
भोलिबाट छिटो गर्नु त हामीले खेल्न मिल्छ टुर्नामेन्ट अभियसली केटा खेल्न मिलिहाल्छ नि रजिस्टर गर न केटा रजिस्ट्रेसन सकिसक्यो तर अहिले पछि टुर्नामेन्टहरू आउँछ गाइस रजिस्टर गर न अफिसियल टुर्नामेन्टहरू आउँछ रजिस्टर गर सबै टिमहरू रजिस्टर गर यस्तो धेरै टिम हो न अनि पो मजा आउँछ त्यो
again Nico watch out you kind of ate a few Ionic Edge hits there and there you goes tower number 2 on mid just inhibs remaining.
King Flash gets blasted. Boya with the Divine Judgment with not enough damage. King Flash was spotted out by TNZ. Initial damage from the Lancelot. He was able to traceless away, but Pagu went in with the flicker. The Tsunami Slam, the Tidal Strike, the full combo to close the gap. And it was perfect. Speaking of perfect, Aurora.
Tank हो the tank Sumito guys हाम्रो ओटाको जात्रामा
Lord March should mean victory
Myth
for
to कहिले
them,
चिन्छ होला
or at least a
धेरै
big
प्लेयरहरूले
devastating
चिन्दैन
push to take down all of Mythic Seal's towers.
लाइक ऱ्याङ्क
And
खेल्थ्यो
that
भनौँ न
is a
पहिला
big
ऱ्याङ्क
influx
खेल्थ्यो
of gold.
अनि
Look at the gold for
त्यो
Aurora
टुर्नामेन्ट त्यस्तो
Gaming.
खेल्दैन
And
थियो
again, the amount of ground they cover is insane. Mythic Seal, they're really gonna have to dig deep here. You know, dig deep in the seal for something. I don't know what they're gonna find, but they need to use that
Aurora
Kaja, man. I haven't
Gaming.
seen the Kaja be
मिथिक्स
as
म्यानमाको
stalks
टिमलाई
as
कस्तो
I
ढोला
think,
हान्थ्यो यार
again,
यिनीहरूले
Hylos would be. I'm not gonna stop
के भन्ने यार
saying that.
यस्तो
It
कसरी
feels
खेल्न
like the
सक्छ
Hylos is so good. But yeah, they're gonna try to go
Kicker
for it.
हान्यो
Maybe make
Uranusले
something happen. Boy, it didn't even get in time to reach it. Luckily, Aurora actually backed off on the Lord before anything
एकछिन
happened.
what
So
the
they didn't lose out
fuck
too much because of that.
यो गेम छोडाएर यो
Just
गेम
a
छोड
reset. Even look, when Aurora are deciding to
एकछिन के हो यो आएर के हसीले कसरी एक गेम हान्यो ओके यो गेम हेर्नु पर्यो यार टिम स्पिरिटलाई कसरी एक गेम हान्यो यार
2 of their members were taken out.
What
He
the
rushes
fuck?
that Dom ice.
यो हेर्नु के गर्यो यिनीहरूले एकछिन है guys what the
He's just
fuck
been so good
First order-
lately,
first
and,
order
to the
हेरौँ
point where like not only are you also pretty durable
टिम
and you can
स्पिरिट जस्तो
take
टिमलाई
up a lot of
आरआरक्यूले
damage,
एक
but you
हान्यो
can do a hell of a lot of damage.
को
as
हानेको
a
यार टिम
Lapu
स्पिरिटले
Lapu. I'm not sure of too many fighters. Oh, actually, Dyren, look at him go.
Dyren?
This is exactly what I was talking about. He
Boy.
is going to die though. First
किड
blood
बम्बा
going
किन
over the
एडिट
one
खेलेछ
shot.
what the heck bro
And
एक्समा
I
एडिट
just think
खेलेछ
he was
त
getting space for them to go ahead and secure this
Once
turtle.
or
That
still
seemed to be
reaches
the
a
call, but
free-
it's
free
Team Spirit
turtle.
to push RQ off the turtle after the first blood.
Yeah,
kill, so
RQ को
one
त
shot's
same
gonna
lineup
be
होइन
to grab the
same lineup
turtle
रहेछ है
on top of it. Not sure what the play was there for RQ Hoshi, but
हिट अप
what they wanted.
That was a very bad engage for RKO. I think they're planning to utilize
गाइस यो गेम
the Lapu-Lapu
यो गेम हेरौँ यो गेम हेरौँ
ultimate
गाइस
Farsa.
यो गेम
However,
बबालु
the
हुन्छ
Farsa
भनौँ न
ultimate wasn't
टिम स्पिरिट आरआरक्यू होसी
on point in a way that the members of Team Spirit were able to get away. And to be fair, I
कसरी
think they
जित्यो
really
यार
were
आरआरक्यू
able to
होसीले
because
टिम
we already
स्पिरिट
know
जस्तो
that is a
टिममा
backshot. That's an
चाहिँ
easy
के
thing
गर्दो
to
रहेछ
catch
टिम
up.
स्पिरिट
Three
आएर
heroes that are very, very tanky. And on top of that, their
किड
survivors.
बम्बालाई ग्याङ हान्यो
Team Spirit were able to top up
किड
themselves
बम्बा
again.
ओ माय गॉड किड
Despite
बम्बा
Kid Bomba,
ओ किड बम्बा
Path already going to be used.
Kid
Dyren
Bomba!
taking a brunt of the damage. We'll see if he's able
Bro,
to
कसरी बाँच्छ यार
survive
Kid Bomba?
because the AOG landed
Bro,
right on his head.
goated
Dyren
explainer.
now 0-2.
The
Just
goated
when
and
you thought
fattest
he
explainer
potentially had a kill, man. It's that
Oh,
primal wrap
man.
comes in
Hiko?
clutch, but Hiko, oh, he's actually going to be
Hiko
okay. He
go.
survives, but a whole lot of gold going over here to Toy, at least off that
तर हिकोले
turret.
फाइटर कस्तो खेल्छ यो मेटामा यार त्यो कुरा यार
Another
फाइटर
bad
कस्तो खेल्दो
engage
रहेछ
for Dyren. I understand why they went for it. Well, you
आरआरक्यू को
gotta
जङ्गल
remember
खोइ
that
अस्तिको
there's a
आरआरक्यू को
lot
जङ्गल
of
त
pure
सुत्तु दिन्ने हो नि
instinct from
को
Team
हो
Spirit.
र
We
अर्को
just talked about that in the draft where this Ketat Kacha, even after the nerfs, there's always a way for him to help his teammates. AOG.
गाइस सबजनालाई
and
गुड
the
नाइट
distance that you can
गुड
cover
नाइट
with
कि
it
7
is
बजे
just
सुत्छ
so
को हो ग भन्यो
immense.
यार
And then if you factor in the help that you can
फ्लेक्स भएको भए
give
रोमको
with the
चिक्कले
revitalize,
रोम गाइस
which they
सुमितले
did
खेल्छ
to
अहिलेको लागि
that
ओटाक
moment
जात्रामा
was great. Kid Bomba, what a guy though.
सुमित
Kept
उसको
using
आइजेन
himself
के हो
intact.
उसको बुस्टिङ गर्छ
Actually went
ओरिक्स
for
कहिले
the
कुन बुस्टिङ
Black Ice Shield, which is great
जसको धेरै
versus the
र्याङ्क
physical
छ
damage
त्यसकै
of the
त्यो
Lapu-Lapu.
सुमित हो भन्दा बुझ्यो हुन्छ ल र
Typically,
ट्याङ्क
you
खेल्ने
would want to rush the Thunderbolt, but I think he went for a different approach here so that he's going to be
सुमित
able
हो
to
है गाइस
tank
हाम्रो
the
रोमर
initial
चाहिँ
burst
उसको
from the Lapu-Lapu,
आइजियन
which is,
मिराज
I
छ
think
रियल
it's
आइडीमा
pretty
बुस्टिङ
neat
गर्छ
for
धेरै
Kid
अब
Bomba
त्यही
to
कतिजना
itemize this
प्लेयरहरूले
way.
चिन्दैन
Yeah,
गाइस
and he goes
कहिले
Dom
ओरिक्स
ice,
भन्छ
rushes
कहिले
that Dom
खै
ice.
कुन हुन्छ बुस्टिङ चेन्ज भइरहेको
Just
छ
a team player, basically. This Kid Bomba with this Edith. They're
स्ट्रिम
gonna go
हुँदैन
ahead
रे
and
गाइस
blitz this
आजको
turtle,
चाहिँ
quickly doing work with that Primal Wrath. And it's going to be up to Arky Hoshi to kind of make a play somewhere. They don't want this to continue on at this pace because they will get to a point where, once again, this lineup of Team Spirit will just kind of survive through the burst damage that RQ Hoshi does have right now until later on they can transition into hoping that, you know, Toy gets the items that he needs and the Harith is able to make something work. There's the
गाडोकलाई
kick,
के
though,
हानेछ
Feather
मर्छ
Airstrike on
गाडो
both sides happening here. Sawa won't be able to survive that burst, even with the Revitalize, so a good play from RQ Hoshi to make something happen in the mid lane.
Yeah. Throwing everything, but the
Oh.
kitchen sink, they might not
Hey,
have
cool.
Okay, Edo.
ओए मा
Oh, Edok was so, yeah. Edok goes for it. I guess
गुड
he
ट्रेड
wanted
हो नि
to
यार
take out
मार्क्सम्यान
Hiko.
मरेछ
That was a
यार
flicker burn, though, too, from Rins. Was that worth it, Wolf?
I think
Obviously,
a kill on the
bro,
Moskov will always be worth
वर्थ
it for a
इट
life and
वर्थ
maybe
इट
a
नै हो नि यार
flicker.
त्यो अभियसली मार्क्सलाई मारेर
Especially
छ
because the turtle will spawn in 60 seconds anyway, so yeah, you can have plenty of time to
Definitely
recover.
worth
So
it.
finally, Arky Hoshi are able to find good exchanges. Although they have they have
सेप्टेम्बर
utilized
चाहिँ अरोरा
so many
भइरहेको
ultimates
सेप्टेम्बर
to
9 भएर
take
चाहिँ
out
अरोरा
Sawa in the
हुन्छ
game.
गाइस अब
And
खै
it's
8
worth it in
बजीतिर
a way
हुन्छ
that you give
लाइभ
the
गर्न
kill or
मिल्दैन गाइस
assist the
लाइभ गर्न
toy.
मिल्दैन
A
अरे
kill would have been very good for the
अफिसियल
Hive,
च्यानलबाट
but
लाइभ गर्दैन त्यही भएर
the
मिल्दैन होला
reason why
गाइस हेर्न
Arkiyoshi had a little bit of a W in the past few minutes was
Oh,
because of that kill. Sawa that was followed up by a kill to Hiko.
इडोकले कस्तो किक हानेको यार मिठो खेलेछ यार इडोकले
Burn the flicker will be able to survive with the dashes too. There's
Sao.
the unbreakable taunt on Sao, but Edok
हिको ओइ नाइस तर मरे नि हिको फ्लिकर गयो यार हिकोको नाइ यार
forced off with Sutsujin joining the fight. Great response from RQ Hoshi though on
टिम
defense
स्पिडले
there.
हग्दै रहेछ यार
Great response indeed. They're able to get out. They're also burning some of the important flickers out there. I think that was unnecessary for Hiko, but the fact that he avoided the
हिको हिको नआउनु पर्ने यार त्यो हिकोले फार्म मात्रै गरिदिनु हुन्छ बाक्स्याको हेर गुड नि रोकिदिएर
He's
चौले
lost one card up top, which we know is very important nowadays because of the gold
इडोकले
card
कस्तो
being
खेल्दा हो
increased when it comes to its value.
Okay, fight for the turtle.
Parcel order ne, Dairin order ne. Dairin moryo. Sao ni moryo. Toile कत्रो हान्न छ यार हिकोले हान्नै पाएको छैन ओइ किड बम्बा ओ माय गॉड किड बम्बा अति मिठो यार किड बम्बा मिठो खेल्दैछ है किड बम्बाले कुन टुर्नामेन्ट हो ओटाकु जात्रा हो है गाइस ओटाकु जात्रा
Bomba making the waves again. Explosive plays coming off Kid Bomba, but there is another play. Hiko does not have the flicker this time and will go down. You gotta have to look at this Moskov now and think like should be a little bit careful now.
ओइ यसको हेडको माना छैन त
Going under this
Then
armored
बाचा यार
force,
टोईको
trying
प्युरिफाई
to
पनि
get
छैन
sunset lever won't happen.
अकम भ्याउँदैन यार
They're starting to be dropped
किड
down,
बम्बा
and
छैन हिको
Sao
मरिरहेछ
now falls. Once again, RQ Hoshi fighting for what
हिकोले
they
जोतको
can.
खेल्दै रहेछ यो
They'll
गेम
get a couple kills in the last couple of minutes. And they're going to put themselves in a
मोस्को
pretty
अहिलेको मेटा
decent
मोस्को
position.
चल्दैन
Again,
होला यार
if they
किनकि
lose some of
अर्ली
those
गेम जित्नुपर्छ
objectives,
अहिलेको मेटामा
this next lure, the first lure that does come up, it's
Already
almost, you
just
know,
the guys
it's going to
ढुक्को हो
come
क्या
down to
ढुक्को हो
execution on both sides
सेप्टेम्बर
because
हान्नु पर्यो है
goal-wise and economy-wise,
तर ओमेगा
they're
फ्लोको
pretty much
एक्सट्रिम राम्रै
even.
छ यार
And it's been a good job
अब
from
तिनीहरूको
RQ
सेप्टेम्बरले
Hoshi,
जित्यो
kind
भने
of scrapping
ओमेगा
up what
फ्लो
they
कि
could
अब
off of,
उतिले जितायो
a
भन्दा
little
हुन्छ
bit of a rough
लिलिमले
early game.
In terms of execution, Team Spirit has to kind of correct something here because I feel like everybody's looking really good.
आइटम के
Sunset
हो
Lover,
एन्टिक
Sao,
रेडियन्ट छ
Wanted, and
यसको
Kid Bomba, they're
अर्को लाइटनिङ
looking great.
फङ्सन
Kid Bomba was phenomenal, but
रेडियन्ट
Hiko, the amount of
दुईटा
space that
तीनटा
he's
रेडियन्ट छ
given,
त यार
you would
टिम
assume
स्पिडको
that he
साइडमा
has a lot of gold already, but he's died twice
सब भ्यालिड हो
already in this
ह्यारी
game,
थ्रो आउँदैछ नि त
and he's
फार्स
actually trailing behind just a little bit.
होराको
against
लाइनअपमा
this
को छ
Harris.
भन्नु
I
न
think that's
होराको
something that
लाइनअपमा
they have to
गाइस
really
फिक्स
fix
छैन
right now.
अहिले यार केही
But when
पनि
if
फिक्स
Hiko
छैन
plays,
केटा हो फिक्स
because
भइसक्यो अन
Team
आउँछ
Spirit
आउँछ के
eventually they will
हुन्छ
run out
पछि
of
लेट्स सी
when
के
it
हुन्छ
comes to
पछि
their
होइन
core lineup.
अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ
This Moskov needs to
यत्तिकै
be
खेल्दा हो
doing
भनौँ
heavy
न
lifting later on,
चिलमा
and if he cannot farm fast enough,
भर्खर आइसक्यो सक्यो नि त
he
त्यस्तो अनि
can be
त्यही भएर
run
पुरै
over by
फोकस
the
गरेर
Caesar
खेलेको
Chill
छैन
picks
अहिलेको
up the
लागि
Sky Piercer.
चिलमा खेल हो
A
नयाँ सिजन छ
Sky
केटाहरूको ऱ्याङ्क कति
Piercer
पुग्यो त यार म त
for
भर्खर
Lee Sin
दुई तिन
Shin.
गेम जित्यो भनौँ न मैले
They're
त
confident,
एक गेम
man.
हार्यो
I would say
तिन
that's-
चार गेम
that's
जित्यो
confident on how the team fights have been going. They want to build the snacks up here.
हिडक मर्यो
Stacks now.
मर्यो
Edo
मर्यो
in
मर्यो
trouble. Goes down to one shot.
Harry- Harry- Harryको प्युरिफाई गयो
Drop down two.
टिम स्पिडले हेर्न राम्रै खेल्छ कि केटा कसरी हार्यो टिम स्पिड
Double kill for
लाइक
one
लेट गेम त
shot.
झन्
What was
मोस्कोपलाई
that
हान्न
fight?
पाउँछ होइन
RQ Hoshi just losing two.
I don't know if it was by design.
राम्रो
if
खेल्छ
Team
यार
Spirit
रसियाको
actually
टिम
went
भयो नि
for it
कस्तो
that
राम्रो
way,
खेल्छ
but that was beautiful. They utilized their tanky heroes, Wanted as well as Kid Bomba as
आज त
a
ऱ्याङ्क नै
bait.
खेलेको छैन
And
स्टेज
there
मात्र
was
ब्यान
a-
हुन्छ
there was a
इपिक
hero for
लेजेन्डतिर
Decisive
त
almost
सुरुमा
that
त्यस्तै
even
हो गाइस
Hiko was looking like he was under duress, but then the AOG comes in at the perfect timing with the Revitalize on top.
आर्साको
RQ
लिएछ
Hoshi
लिइरहेको
have
रहेछ
Edok
न
and
भ्यालेनले
Darren already very well committed to the team fight. They got baited.
ए म्याच रिजल्ट देखाउनु पर्यो है
Because of
अरोरा
that,
ग्लेजरले
two of their members were taken out. Sutsujin, you gotta make this Sky Piercer work because I think they were not in a position
Sutsujinले
at all to
Sky
pick up that
बनाएको?
Sky Piercer.
वाइएसएसमा
Very interesting. Oh, SOD dropped down.
इन्ट्रेस्टिङ यार
TS just wants
वाइएसएसमा
to hold down
स्काई
the mid lane. They're going to force
बनाउनु
the
त
fight
तर
anyway. And AOG
अरू
won't
आइटम
be
पनि
able to
चाहिन्छ
catch
जसलाई
anyone from Sao. RQ Hoshi had enough space.
तर राम्रो
so
खेल्दैछ सोचिले
looks like a
2-0-3
potential
छ
fight doesn't break out. Team Spirit,
Ido?
though, they'll go ahead and just
Oh
recalibrate
my
the kit
god,
again.
Edok, you
Coming
bastard.
through, and
कस्तो
it's right
पिक
on
अफ
target.
हान्दिएको यार
Tico
स्वरले
falls down. You were just mentioning this.
पर्फेक्ट चाउ गेम प्ले है कति पछि चाउ गेम प्ले देखाएँ यार मैले
Hiko's positioning. Now Sao once again in the mid lane. They're going to go ahead and force the fight again. Revitalize
और
gonna
एक
drop
हो,
down.
Dairin
Sunset
बाच-बाच।
Lover holding on to his own way. The Dragon, but he has no
Kid Bomba ले
space
कस्तो
to
राम्रो
work
खेल्छ
with
यार
to
एडिट
check off himself.
मलाई नि
A
एडिट
feather
खेल्न मन
airstrike
पर्छ
drop down to Sao. little bit of health. He'll get out. The Lord, though, is still working its way up to that tier 2 turret. I'm not sure if TS is going to be able to get much off of this. They do want to join this side of the map.
Change हो रहा lineup मा guys fix छैन अहिले के fix छैन केटा fix भएपछि म इन्फर्म हान्छु नि केटाहरुलाई.
Yeah, the reinforcements come quick, but the turret will go down.
You see the difference for Team Spirit when they don't have Hiko. There's no one to kind of finish off the kills.
Yeah.
But my oh my, the 4 members of Team Spirit are looking good.
Oh my god, equal kick हाने आने छ यार. Equal purify मा खेलेन है equal.
Double kill for Sutsujin. He's making the Sky Piercer work.
Pela mark हाने आने छ यार.
There for him, Sao and Hiko, man. It's
एक killing price Masarapp. Guys मेरो Discord ID बनाएको त छैन.
on these kicks.
Discord server भन्नु न Discord ID चाहिँ छ server छैन.
On the one hand, it's Hiko just playing, positioning himself badly, and on the other, Edok just.
यो त्यो Discord ID मा त्यही एक्टिभ छैन म यतिकै.
So far,
भन्नु.
the deaths that he got.
Sky बनाछ दुई stack भयो 20 भयो 20
the river
stack.
around the mid lane. So he has to really get out of that zone. And you would think like if you
So guys draft चल्दैछ यो draft Team Spirit र RRQ हसीको अनि त्यो draft सकेपछि चाहिँ म गेम लगाउँछु नि लाइभ वाला.
ultimate.
यो चाहिँ फर्स्ट गेम हेरेर हामीले.
There were so many stunts and control.
हिकोको दुईटा तीनटा आइटम त आइज 380 तर प्युरिफाई छैन हिकोको. त्यही भएर चाउले पिक अप हान्न सजिलो हुन्छ.
The Moscow, and right now he's what 1-4. Has a Trinity, so he can actually hit hard, but has the tips.
What's that stand for again?
Anyone wondering, that's a 3-item power.
Stanford, oh
Yeah,
Stanford.
that's right. He's got the tips. But now, you know,
Stanford
Hiko's
को नाम
gotta
क्यों
use,
नहीं देते थे? Tyrell ने Stanford
he's
बंदे
gotta
क्या
use
लाभ
his
लाभ है
positioning in his favor, though, Wolf. I mean, for the most part, like, I get it. You know, you're on this Moskov. If you have the flicker, that's one thing. But if it's down, there's a lot of kind of awareness that he needs dealing with Edok's Cho. And like I said, that's been a big part where his positioning needs to be
What's called it so Sunset Lover ले Sunset Lover के नाम में कस्तो बाबा ले यस्तो नाम हाले त केटीहरु फिदा हुन्छ होला है Sunset Lover नाम है एकैछिनमा Lord Boss oh my god कसको कल हो यस्तो मिठो कल
taking the brunt of the damage. AOG
ए क्याज कसरी पाउँछ के लर्ड यतिकै पाइरा छ यार 50-50 गेममा लर्ड पायो कि गएन हिको स्पिकर
Spirit gives the call to just disengage.
Oh my
and get ready to
god
reset with this
चाउले
Lord.
तर्साइसक्यो
They
हिकोलाई
got a flicker from so you think this might just be the trade? Like, do RQ prioritize picking up the
फेरि
box?
कहाँ लाइभमा पो थिच यार मिस्टेकले
I mean, it's not the box,
बेसिरह्यो
like,
त
they're still-
रिप्ले हेरेर हैन
Because they don't want to just full force themselves
18
into a
मिनेटको गेम
fight
भइसक्यो
around
अरे
this
त्यो
Lord, especially now that it's evolved. Again, with the lineup being this, you know, tankier lineup that Team Spirit has.
कसरी हार्छ
Once again,
हेरौँ
their own version of this rumble, this dance will break through. Hiko's want to be careful with
Count
here.
हान्यो
Conceals
इडोक
was used. Sao now.
इडोक ताकिरहेछ है हिकोलाई ताकिरहेछ इडोकले
Facing off in a stalemate around this Lord. One shot trying to help Sao out. He pops
रिप्लाइज
through a
हाने
firewall,
गाटोकले
so bounce
रिसेट
ball
रिसेट
gonna
हाने
be
रिसेट
down
रिप्लाइज बेट
as they'll clear out that wave, but still it's a
त्यो त
standstill.
टिम फाइटमा एउटा रिसर्च मात्रै भेट भयो त्यही पनि रिप्लाइज क्या गाटोक
Long Lord dance here for RQ.
गाटोको हेल्थ फुल भइसक्यो यार 20%
Team Spirit
हैन
have found their opening to put this
You
Lord
don't-
into half.
Oh, I think they're going to go for it. Dyron jumps in.
डाइरेन
He's going to get the stun out too. This
Eco,
is
eco,
gonna break
eco,
out for
eco.
the Lord. Who's it
नाइ
gonna go
इको
to? It
इकोको
goes
ड्यामेज
over
छैन
Vince.
यार
RQ Hoshi
डाइरेन
shoots
कस्तो
on the
सस्टेन
Lord.
गरेको
Three down, double
ओ
kills
माई
to
गॉड
Sutsujin
डाइरेन ब्रो
already. 8-0-5
कस्तो
swoops
सस्टेन
into
यार
an
त्यो
immortality, and
म
they
त
know Hiko and
डाइरेन
Sunset
र हिकोलाई
Lover
मात्रै हेर्थेँ यार
left alone with an evolved Lord marching up that
सक्यो
top
होला गेम
side.
डाइरेनले
With the full force of
मिठो गरेको रहेछ
RQ
नि त
Hoshi. They see this win
More
inside
if Sunset Lover.
Lover trying to delay that wave as Almond Force dropped down. He
More
flickers
if.
defensively. Hiko trying to clear the wave desperately here.
No
but
kill
he's forced
Sutsujin.
off with the feathered airstrike. And
Eco-
RQ
equally
Hoshi, that's
जोतको
gonna be
हेल्यो
a
है
conceded
केटा
game
इक्वली
one,
जोतको
and
हेल्यो
they'll take it in 20 minutes.
लाइक लेट गेममा नि ड्यामेज पुगेन भने त के काम हो मोस्कोपको हान्ने लेट गेममा
Unfortunately for Team Spirit, they have blown off the lead that they've had.
ओ के हो राम्रो छ त यार
Commanded
यो
the
ठाउँ
first few
ठिकै
minutes
छ
of the
त
game. In
सुरु
the
गेमको लागि त
dash
नट
try,
ब्याड
so
यार
it only took Dyren.
दुबईमा भइरहेछ हैन गेम अफ फ्युचर
But
अबु धाबीमा
it
भइरहेछ
just looks real good for
फेरि
RQ.
चाउले
I
यार
wonder if that is
तर यो
will be
गेम
their
त सक्दैन
chance.
है चाउले
However,
के गर्न
if
सक्दैन
they
है
do
केटा
pick
हेर
that up, they will not have the proper assassins to go with it. So they're considering the Fanny right now. I think the high boost is also good, but the Lancelot is the perfect answer for this one.
आज भोलि होराको कुनै टुर्नामेन्ट छ कि नै छ गाइज ओटाको जात्रामा हामी रस्टर गरेछ ओटाको जात्रा लाइक ल्यान्डमा नि हुन्छ जोइन हाल्नु न र्याङ्क नखेल्यो Masarapp सर भोलिदेखि र्याङ्क खेल्छु होला गाइज आज त खेल्दिनँ अलरेडी 2 घन्टा स्ट्रिम हान्छ कि
But again, Team Spirit, I think that they should ban the Esmeralda.
यस्तो ब्यान्ड स्पिरिटलाई टिम स्पिरिट ट्रु किनकि लापुलाई नि काउन्टर हान्छ ह्यारितलाई नि
Option out of
बाक्सिया
them,
त
and
छ
there isn't really
एन्टीहरूको लागि
not off the top of my head, a better hero to deal with all these shields that they could pick up. But I think even so, if it ends up being just a regular matchup in the gold lane, like the Harith is there, and then maybe we potentially see, you know, the Toy pick up the Granger or something, you know, just something more kind of like a traditional matchup in the gold lane that can work. Again, you rely on RQ Hoshi, even just with those 3 picks they have to start in that first phase. Those are all the tools they need, and I think even with the Lancelot, like the Lancelot, obviously you're going to be able to go ahead and contest objectives, even if you don't have a favorable advantage or space to work with. But the Farsa kind of does that for you, you know. So something that they can definitely consider here. Plus, they're just going to be able to move them around the map pretty quickly. So that's why that Granger is banned out, just for the potential of what I was saying with that matchup we've seen time and time again, the Harith versus the Granger.
Yeah.
Team Spirit versus RQ Hoshi.
There are a lot of choices for the gold lane because you can even go back to the mode where you go for the fighter gold lane.
Hellcourt ban हान्छ यार
For example, go for the carry,
Hellcourt
which
केमा
is
जान्छ र ए Hellcourt
in
एक्सपिरियन्स
this game,
होइन
I would say it's okay for RQ.
Hellcourt Chrome ban
But I
गरेर
do like the odds of the Esmeralda if they do get their hands on it. An XP lane of choice, however, that we should be
फेस
looking
क्याम्प
for
बिचमा
RQ
राख न
is
ड्राफ्टमा
the
देखेन ए
Alice.
त है
Although
साच्चै
the Uranus would be good, Esmeralda will be
Game of
also
Future लाई
good
check
for
दिउँ न
them.
Game
I
of
think that they
Future
also need some real nice
Game of
tank
Future लाई
in the
check
front
दिन्छ
lines
केटा
for RQ because you already have the Cho, which is can be played as a tank, but
अहिले
it's
देखियो
much
स्टार्ट
better if
यो
it is
टुर्नामेन्ट
actually a second engaged type
अब
of guy.
3-4 दिनमा स्टार्ट हुन्छ
Survive
भनौँ न
long
हाम्रो
enough for you to
हाम्रो
engage
अलरेडी टप
as a
10 मा
second-
पुगाएको छ
second
त्यही भएर
lane for
सुरुमा
RQ. No Esmeralda ban,
को
so
टिम छ खेल्दैछ
Uranus, Alice,
नकआउट
and
हुन्छ सुरुमा
Esmeralda is available for RQ. I would
वाउ
be
स्ट्रिमर वेलकम टु द
surprised if this
स्ट्रिम
is
यार बिग
Uranus
ब्ल्याक
or
क्लब
Alice as their first
BBC
as their
आइसक्यो त्यहाँ
bed
स्ट्रिममा
filler pick.
वेलकम है
Uranus,
वेलकम
Alice.
कस्तो हुँदैछ
If it
युकेमा
is
हैन
the Esmeralda,
So-
we're thinking that's gold lane though, right? Like
That
just
could be gold lane.
gold lane Esme, yeah. I've seen that
Yes,
pop up
yeah.
more than XP.
XP.
Yeah.
RQ Hoshi
Oh.
I think,
Hellcourt.
Oh,
like,
चाहिँ हान्छ होला
Counters
Team
open
Spirit ले
too. Like I don't know if they want to pick that up.
Yeah.
यसमै ब्यान हाने
Makes
नि
a lot of
यिनीहरूले
sense, though. Yeah, Esmeralda.
बाक्सिया भएर ब्यान हानेन यार स्पिरिटलाई
It's just the answer. Like it's the answer for the shields.
For sure. Okay, so you're looking for a mid lane. Gadat Kacha is such a given for Team Spirit. Maybe the next best option is the Badang, but the Gadat
बेदाङ
Kacha,
बेदाङ त लिँदैन
I
होला
don't
गाटो
think,
के लिन्छ होला
there
प्रोबेबली
should be some changes. And we also mentioned the
मेजमा
Kiwi.
के छ मेजमा स्टिल जुक्सिन
I guess
ओपन
the
स्टिल
Valentina can work against this
Selena.
Farsa, but at the same time you wanna
सेलन
go
छ
for more damage here.
वर्षको
I think
अगेन्स्टमा
you
के
really
लिएर
feel like but they need physical damage actually because they went Harith and
सेलिना
Baksha.
जुक्सिन
Mm-hmm.
so that is
Selena
actually
Zuxin
not a
still
good
open,
combo
sir.
if you look at
अर्को
it
के
that
लिएर
way.
किमी
It
किमी पनि
might
छ
be
किमी नै लियो
yeah, like I said, the Kimi. The problem here is that they pick up Baksha with the Harith, which is usually not the combo. It's
हेर्दा
almost
त
a
स्पिडले
Harry Potter
लाग्छ
lineup.
स्पिड त त्यही हो स्पिडले
Yeah, a little-
जित्नु पर्ने हो
little
अहिले गेम
magical lineup.
हिकोले हानेन क्या
Pretty much
हिकोले
have,
हानेको चाहिँ
aside
जित्छ होला
from
हिकोले कस्तो
the
Quick
Lapu
kick,
Lapu, of
equally.
course. So that's going to be a big component to their physical
सुचिन
damage.
त अन्डररेटेड जङ्गलर
For RQ Hoshi, this last
सुचिनलाई
pick,
कहिले
he's
काहीँ
gonna go
सबमा
ahead and tell
हालिदिन्छ
us
त
what they
किन
put
हो
in
र
XP lane, unless for some
अन्डररेटेड
reason
भन्छ
this is an
सबमा
XP,
हालिदिन्छ फेरि सुचिनले आरक्यूले
Esmeralda. So they have actually a
Yeah.
couple options that they can go with. I think you just put it in the XP lane.
स्कोर आउनु त
or
मेरो
sorry,
भाइ एक गेम
gold lane
हेर्दिउँ
if you
ए
want
एक
to.
गेम
And
Okay.
then for XP,
ए एक गेम हेरौँ
Okay,
त्यसपछि
so
खाना खान
Uranus.
जान्छु लास्ट गेम हो मेरो
yeah,
वाच
Uranus
पार्टी
probably. Okay, so they're
Oh, they want to go for the Claude. They want to go
so they
greedy
are
this
gonna
time.
go. All right, Toy's gonna go with Claude. You got the XP Dyron for the Esmeralda.
Man, this I think that any last pick for RQ would have worked because I'm already seeing a lot of issues for Team Spirit, and it's not because
ल गाइस ड्रा सक्यो
of
माथि
what
राख्नु
RQ Hoshi picked up, but it's mainly because of what they picked up themselves.
Mm-hmm.
This full magic lineup is gonna struggle. So all you need to do for RQ Oshi is pick up
स्पिरिट 02 नहानुपर्ने हो 02 त खाँदैन होला
Radiant Armor and Oracle.
ल मेरो भाइ फ्री छ भने आउँ त डिस्कर्डमा
Yeah.
छु म
As soon as those some of the magic resist items gets built up here, you're gonna lose a lot of, you know, in a sense, like Team Spirit. I think
I'm
they
out
don't
right
wanna
now.
get to a
Alright,
point where
alright,
they're in a
this way.
20-minute game again against RQ Hoshi
Exotic
here. Also, just because of the fact that, yeah, like even in Esmeralda, like it's with all those shields and just the way that
Team
Esmeralda
Spirit
works,
the goaded team
might
Kid
be a bit
Bomba let's
unkillable,
go
unless they're able to
full
go ahead and
support छ मेरो Kid Bomba
lock it
लाई
down and deal with Esmeralda.
better
But
than
then,
Sanford
you know, you've
the
got a lot of
goated
tools
Kid
here
Bomba
for RQ Hoshi's lineup that they can utilize from the early game all the way to late game, and so
Yeah.
you know, similar
guys start
to,
हुन्छ अब game 2
how
Team
Spirit
Spirit
had
versus
game one, it's
RQ
like
होसी
you've got a
सुरुमा
certain,
RQ
you've got a
होसीले
certain
हानिसक्यो एक
time this lineup is going to
bounce
work for
back हान्न
you,
त Team
and
Spirit
you're
ले
going to be able to go ahead and execute the plan with this lineup, and hopefully they're able to do that,
यो कति टाइम लाग्यो
especially
स्टार्ट
early to
हुन
mid game. They had decent control over it in the last game,
Um,
especially early. You know,
to
early
start
game,
गरेर
they were
हुँदैन
able
यार
to go ahead and. But I think also some of that was just like some of those little minor mistakes that we saw from
ML को
RQ
कति
Hoshi.
इस्यु
For
हुन्छ
example,
यार
where
जुन
Talon
टुर्नामेन्टमा नि
jumped in
इस्यु
on
हुन्छ
the
यार
Lapo
गेम
a
अफ
couple times,
फ्युचरमा नि
little
इस्यु सी
miscalculated
गेम्समा
on
नि
Linz's
इस्यु आइएसएफमा नि
Farsa,
इस्यु
but they made those adjustments
त्यो इन्डियन
really
टुर्नामेन्टमा नि
quickly as the
इस्यु
game
नेपालको
adjusted.
टुर्नामेन्टमा नि इस्यु
Yeah. To be fair, we
कति
have
चाहिँ
not
हो
seen
क्या
RQ
पर्फेक्ट
Hoshi play in an
पर्फेक्ट छ है क्या
international
एमसिएनमा
event
चाहिँ
for a
पर्फेक्ट
long
छ
time.
For a
है
while, yeah.
And even just actually
पज
playing in a
भएको भइ
competitive
गऱ्यो
setting
भने त
has
झ्याउ
been
लागिहाल्छ
awkward.
नि
So
यार
probably
हेर्न
some
पनि
jitter up there for Darren, but the good
एभ्री
thing for
टाइम
a team
पज
as
एभ्री टाइम
experienced as
टेक्निकल
RQ is
इस्यु
it
लाग्छ
only
रहेछ त
takes a snap of a finger and then they're back, as we've seen earlier on. Like
म यता
when it
हुन्छु
turned it
कमेन्ट
on,
अलराइट
Eden was just
अलराइट
on point.
गेमै स्टार्ट
Yeah.
भएको छैन यार कस्तो
Continuously
झ्याउ
won
भइसक्यो
defense
यार
against Team Spirit. Gonna be waiting for the
मोबा
game to
मोबाइल
start once
एमएलबीपी
again, but,
मोबा
I'm really-
मोबाइल
I'm really not feeling it for Team Spirit. If they don't win the early game,
Mhm.
they have so many
पक्कै
problems heading
डेटमै
into
होला
the
है
late
गाइस
game.
केटीसँग घुम्दै होला
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man.
रोयाईको स्वर
While we wait to jump in game here in Team Spirit, hopefully they had enough time to go ahead
राष्ट्रहरूलाई नि झ्याउ
and
भइसक्यो
come up with
के
a,
गेम स्टार्ट हुँदैन के
a
भन्ने
plan
भइरहला
anyway to
M7 in
take
15
out,
days
or
है
take care of
M7
Hiko,
हेर्न
but
मजा
also
आउँछ
just
है
positioning in
पज भयो भने
general.
चाहिँ झ्याउ हुन्छ फेरि
'Cause I feel like as a
M7
whole, like I don't want to just keep saying that it was, you know,
M7
Hiko
मा
that
जित्न
the reason
गाह्रै
why
छ
they
यार
lost game one. It
M7
was
जित्ने टिमहरू चाहिँ
more
खत्रै हो
so
क्या
like
किनकि
as a
त्यत्रो
team,
कम्पिटिसन
they
छ
seem
M7
to
मा
play, which
M6 मा
is
त्यस्तो कम्पिटिसन
kind of
थिएन
funny
नि
because
M7
we
मा
were
चाहिँ लास्टै
talking about leading
कम्पिटिसन
in
छ
this matchup how much synergy Team Spirit's built over
टिम
time. But I
स्प्रिट
feel like
एसआरजी
it,
अनि
it was just
ओनिक
like the
ओनिक
way that RQ
आइडी
Hoshi was playing, or
PLPH
the way
Aura
that they were
गेमिङ
forcing some of the
Aura
fights. Again, I
टर्की
think a big part of that is
फाल्कन
Elix
ए
Cho,
फाल्कन
which they're
टिम
still going to
पऱ्यो
have to
त्यो
deal with. And,
याङ
you know,
बोन
you'll see that
त्यो
with a lot
म्यानमार्कको टिम
of Cho
अनि
specialist
क्याम्बोडियाको
players
टिम
out there, right?
सिएफयु
Like they're really
अति
good
कम्पिटिसन हुन्छ है
at finding those little windows of opportunity to get those
Yeah.
kicks off, but not just that, but also just kind of like
अरू
faking
त त्यस्तो
people
छैन
out.
होला
Like if you
खत्रै
notice some of the
जित्ने
best Cho players you see
चाइनाको टिम
out there
कस्तो छ
globally, it's like that's what they're capable of doing. It's they're able to provide vision, but then at the same time they can actually just with the G
ब्रो
Kundo like combo,
ज्ञान
they're able to go
सोधिरहेको
ahead and like
छ
fake
ओ माई
some people
गड
out
कति टाइम लाग्छ
or
स्टार्ट
set things up even without the kick, you know. And I feel like that's a constant pressure that Team Spirit's always going to have to deal with, and hopefully they've had some time as we wait to jump into the game. I think they're sorting some things out here for our players, but again, the reset has to happen pretty quickly for them to potentially get through a game 3.
गररा गेमिङले 2-0 हान्दैछ त्यो
The Cho
मिथिक
players
सिललाई
psyching
म्यानमाको
up
टिमलाई
opponents, right? So, yeah, that happens a lot. I think that you can feel it from teams that have. I mean, it is effective against players who aren't that experienced. But I wouldn't say Hiko is a team that's not that experienced. He is a young player. though.
हिकोको त्यही हल्का
And
एक्सपिरियन्स
between-
छैन हिको
between
भर्खर
him and
17 वर्ष हो
Ada,
गाइस
for sure
17 हो कि
Ada
कति वर्ष थियो
way more games compared.
लेट्स गो
We'll see.
है लेट्स गो गेम 2
If
टिम
you
स्ट्रिट
were-
भर्सेस
if you
आरक्यू
feel
हो
like
सी
straightforward bets, you would
किडोको
probably be
चाउ है
afraid
फेरि
of the
चाउलियो
Cho,
यसले
which was literally what happened. with
सनसेट
Hiko.
डबलले
Yeah, I
प्युरिफाई
mean,
लिएछ
we've all
है
been there.
हेपेरै
I
खेलिरहेछ
feel like,
फ्लिकर
you know,
लिएछ
and, you know, once you get delayed on one of the traditional marksmen anyway, whether that's a Claude or a Harith here, you're focused on trying to
हिकोको
catch
त
back
प्युरिफाई
up
नै
and
लिन्छ नर्मली
be
ह्यारितमा
that used to your team. So definitely able to go ahead and restart
So,
here.
matchup,
We're now
Kid
in
Bombaलाई
game
हल्का
2
गाह्रो
for this
हुन्छ,
RQ Hoshi, like I
XP मा।
said, with this lineup.
अनि मिड
It'll
लेनमा
be
त
interesting too because
ठिकै नर्मली होला चाउ
pressure-wise,
र
like their
फार्सले चाहिँ
physical
क्लियर हुन्छ
damage
गाटर
is
र किमिलेन
good.
सेम
Magic damage-wise too, early game. So even though we're saying Team Spirit needs to have a better early game to get things
Golden
started
ma upper
off,
end. Herit la
if
hola yaar
they
upper
kind
end.
of
Claude र
bite
Herit
off too
matchup ma ta.
much, RQ Hoshi's damage profile is actually pretty good in the early game.
Ani ko an.
Oof.
ए Claude la hogi kya ho
Going
upper end
toy.
match.
1v1. I'm not sure if this is going to pan
Please
out.
yaar
Here for
Iko.
Hiko.
कस्तो
First
गिराओ
blood.
Iko.
Going to the hands
ए यो
of
बच्चालाई
Toy.
पठाइदिए
That
घर रे.
is not a good start again for Hiko here in game 2.
यस्तो खतरा हाल्दै थियो M6 मा के गरिरहेको छ यार अहिले.
Okay. So as we
फर्स्ट ब्लड खान्छ यार क्लाउड
get
को
through
कसरी
this
खान्छ
game,
फर्स्ट.
early game
yeah.
already, being able to
Oh
go ahead
my
and
God.
start that is, man, Wolf, that first blood already for
Yeah.
Toy.
That was so bad. That's really, really bad because we were already talking about how Team Spirit needs the early game to get going in for them, especially this Harith. And it's if the Purify would have helped
यो
him in
हल्का
that
साइडमा
situation, right?
राखिदिनु त.
This probably wasn't. Oh my God! Even Sawo's
ठिक छ.
recall.
I'm telling you,
That was-
man, Edox Cho.
That was so weird.
अँ.
Oh man,
It's scary
this
to
is
deal with.
looking bad for Team Spirit, dude. I think it's the far side that show that has the priority in the mid lane, but at the same time, Kimin got Gacha. They're not pushovers either.
First order, guys,
This
first
is a very
order.
strong combo, but we'll see how they will.
रिट्री क्या भने त वान शटले.
Dealing with this turtle.
Lens
Quite
roll
low.
भयो.
Decision will be able to secure it. Feathered airstrike.
Oy,
drop
Sao!
down. There's the kick from Edox.
Sao
He
more
does
यार
fall,
इडोकले
though.
कस्तो किक हान्दिएको
There's
यार.
going to be a trade the roam for wall.
Kid bomb को flicker छ.
used up as
र
well.
ब्याक गर
Have
ब्याक
to
गर रिडी.
finalize out, and I think
Good
they're
trade
gonna
for
be happy with
RRQ.
that again.
Hoshi
Objective
already 1
secured
को goal lead छ
for
RRQ को.
Hoshi.
That's already like 1,000 gold lead for and so mainly because they just stopped some of the teleports from Sawo, and the fact that they also took out Hiko, which probably meant that he missed some
सिधै bot गयो.
of the minions.
Invade
in their
भइरहेछ यार
cards,
तर.
which we know for sure that has more value nowadays.
त्यसको मिनियन
40% extra
त्यसको
gold
गोल्ड
from
मिनियन
from the
मरेन
card,
बिचारा लेभल
which,
1 भयो.
you know, if you add
त्यही त
all
तर
that
यसले
together,
अर्ली
that will
जित्नु
mean that
पर्ने
there's
थियो होइन
1,000
र
gold
ह्यारिसले
for
के
RQ
के हो.
Hoshi.
He's getting
And
gapped
that-
here too, man.
रडले
He's
त्यस्तो
level 3.
बिदी त पेल्न नसक्नु
That's
पर्ने हो
right.
फर्स्ट
That
वेभमा.
kind of this 1,000 gold lead from
Oh,
RQ
Edo.
Hoshi has more value to it because it's from the gold.
के हो यो
leader.
इडक त
I
बाउकी
think
रोड हो
Edo's
क्या
gonna get
यसको.
caught out here. He does use the kick.
बाच अरे त्यो
Okay.
इडक.
Jikundo's. Oh, he's
Oh
actually
my
able to get
God.
away. Even
Sao hero
despite
यस्तै हो क्या
being
Sao
caught
hero.
in that side of the jungle, and then 3 members of Team Spirit around. That is just.
आयो औरा फार्मिङ
Hey,
हान्यो
Edo
किक
gets
हान्यो
tough
बाक्सियालाई
on the
ब्याक
jungle.
गयो.
I'll
कस्तो
give
चाहिँ
you
औरा
that.
फार्मिङ
He
हान्यो.
knows the limits,
God.
man.
First 2 picks, Joe, for RQ Hoshi. Edok is showing us how it's
चाउ
done.
खेल्न सक्दैन क्या यो
Using the
के
Will
अरे
the Dragon
टिम स्पिडको रोमरले.
defensively, so
साओले.
that Team Spirit will not be able to get any bonus skill. And they actually spent so much time. And I'm sure that Sitsujin is having a great time because of that.
बफ कस्तो
The
बचाइरहेछ यार.
space that Edok was able to make for his team right now is so important, especially because RQ Hoshi, they're just
इकोको
getting
इको
good
4 लेभल
as
छ.
time
Toy
goes by.
6
The fact
level
that
छ
they're
यार.
leading
My
at
god
4
2 लेभलको
minutes
ग्याप.
with this kind of composition against Team Spirit's weak mid-game and late-game composition, this is
तर
already
डायरीलाई त
looking
मोज भयो
good
त
for
यार.
Indonesia
लापुलाई नै
team.
हान्यो ह्यारिसलाई नै
The
हान्यो.
level gaps
तर
between the
बाक्सियाले चाहिँ
jungle
ल्याङ
and
हान्छ
gold
त्यसले.
lane are quite intense, you know. Again, Hiko just level 5, Toy's nearly level 7. He was maintaining that 2-level lead for a
Sunset
while.
Love ले अझै Blood Wings
Again, the
बनाएको.
junglers, 3-level gap
अनि डायरीले
between the junglers right now. The
ल्याङ
fight for the
हान्दैन.
second turtle. Breaking out, Sao's going to go for the charge, the unbreakable
कस्तो
here on
किक
Riz.
हानेको
Turtle's
यार
gonna
यो
be secured by
इडकले.
Sisujin. Again, Toy with that barrage.
डायरीन पनि
will
बाच्यो.
keep him at bay. Diamond
कस्तो
trying
कुदेको
to
स्प्रिन्ट.
run.
My
Gets
god.
to the turret. He's going to be fine.
ओइ
No one
के हो
dropping
यो
down just yet.
आरआरक्यूले
Toy
त अति खेल्दै
doesn't
हो
have
त.
that blazing to it, but he's got the shots coming through.
Reigns
One
पनि
shot could
मर्यो.
be in trouble
ए
as he
Reigns रे one
falls
shot.
to Toy. Now Kid
उता
Bomber on
इकोलाई
the
मार्दियो.
run. And they're still trying to get away from this. I'm not sure if they're going to
GG
find
भयो
more.
जस्तो केटा हो.
Starting up this purple buff as
आरआरक्यूले
well.
त खेलाइदियो यार यिनीहरूलाई.
Oh.
ना यार अल्टी पनि लाएन.
Getting in front of the back shot. There will be a little bit of a chase here,
What
but
the
Ritz is
heck,
going to be able to get
bro?
out. Edok as well through the wall. And it's looking really, really easy for RQ Hoshi to get out of
खेलाइदियो यार
this defense
RRQ
because
होशीले.
of how well their advantage is.
Yep.
They're surviving for long enough, and
टोयले
also,
फार्म
it's
यत्रो
easier
2 किल
for
पनि
them to
पाइसकेछ अलरेडी.
disengage.
Yeah, they can.
तर इसमें किन
You know,
ब्यान
at
नहाने
this
यार
point,
टिम
this is
स्पिडले.
where turrets start to fall.
अझै ब्लड
They're
विङ्स
able
है
to go ahead and
किमीको.
get things on the map too, and if they can continue on, that's trouble
यत्रो फिड भयो भने त
territory to
बाक्सिया
be
भयो
in,
नि
man.
केही
RQ
प्रब्लम
Hoshi
हुँदैन हो
just
इसमेलाई.
finding the
लास्टै
wins
फिड
where they
भइसक्यो
can here.
8 लेभल्स. आइटम आइसक्यो होला. दुईटा आइटम हुन्छ होला अब. त्यो कास्टरहरू त हरायो त फेरि बिचमा. कास्टरहरु बिना त कस्तो लाइक डिफरेन्ट लाग्ने क्या सुचिजिन बाज यार के गर्दैछ सुचिजिन त अति टिकटक हान्दैन त इडकको फ्लिकर छ इडक मर्यो होला फ्लिकर हान्यो इडकको चाउ चाहिँ लास्टै छ यार तर गोटेड रहेछ चाउ गोटे नै छ यार यसको चाउ चाहिँ इडकको जङ्गल लेभल ग्याप बिचार त्यो के कान्दैछ यार त्यो बाक्सियालाई टटलमा नि यो चाउ हेर नि त्यो डाइरेन हेर न यार डाइरेन हेर नि त्यो डाइरेन ए मरे डाइरेन हे किमीलाई मारेर भाग्छ साझै मलाई बजिया
Okay, everybody's falling down here again. A kick. One shot going to be in trouble as he's focused down in the jungle. Sutsujin gets a
आयो
kill.
कास्टर आयो केटा को नआएछ गाइज मेक श्योर टु लाइक दिस स्ट्रिम गाइज लाइक हान्नु हैन
They continue to
सब्स्क्राइब
put
हान्नु
pressure here for Team Spirit. There we go.
भोलिदेखि रेगुलर है गाइज रेगुलर हुन्छ होला
Second Wolf will join me again. Man,
Stream.
Arkiyoshi not letting up.
Kid
Now in
Bomba!
mid lane, Kid Bomba
No
trying to
more
hold
Kid
down
Bomba
That mid lane. Purple buff going to be worked on here as it's
साओ मरे क्या
taken.
मरे यार नाइ
Once
यार
again,
टिम
Saul
स्पिडले
falling now.
अस्ति जोत
Even
गरे
popping the revitalize, attraction pulse thrown out, but the Thorn Rose gonna keep Susujin alive and a kick defensively. To
Oh my god भन्छ
disengage.
कास्टर ने
Wolf, welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know why Kid Bomba has an orange buff, but I think he just missed it. And there was
किट बमसँग ओरेन्ज बफ छ
4 or 5 seconds where he's just
मै
walking
क्यारी
in
हान्छु
front
क्या
of Arkeyoshi, trying to land
त वान शट
anything,
ट्याङ्की
but the moment
खेल्दैछ
that he
म
has
ओभर
his
ड्यामेज
skills
हान्छ
back
भनेर
on cooldown, Edok just kicked him out of there, and then another disengage from Arkeyoshi. If this game goes on and on like that, eventually this Claude will be unmanageable for Team Spirit as well as this Lancelot. So I understand why Team Spirit are so anxious to get us get a play whatsoever, but Arkeyoshi are just
अनि त्यो
evading.
हान केटा हो हान
Only
RRQ लाई
fighting in their own
हान
terms. I think this is a very
RRQ
smart take from
होसी प्लिज
Arkeyoshi.
यार
Yeah,
जित्नु
very,
पर्यो टिम स्पिड
very
यार
smart
त्यस्तो
takes
हाई
here.
होप छ मलाई टिम
Arkeyoshi not
स्पिड
letting
देखि
up
एम
at all.
सेभेन
That's the main thing.
के
Playing
गर्दैछ
with this
गेम अफ
advantage that they
फ्युचरमा
have here is working out so well for them. And I'm thinking here, man, you know, 5,000 behind what Team Spirit can do to get back themselves into
यो
this game,
हिडक
but
तम्मा कसम
unfortunately with plays like this, again, the way
More
the
air
is setting
Kid
things
Bomba,
up,
don't know
look
when
how
it's been
fast
nice,
Kid
nice.
Bomba gets taken low here.
हेरिजको आइटम आइसकेपछि हान्छ तर यो डाइरेलाई हिरो हुँदैछ स्मेरलाई हेरेर
Arkeyoshi fighting for that space to work with.
पाउँदैन होला यार किनकि जोनिङ खतरा हान्दैछ आरकेओसीले
Still gonna force
साउको
it.
किक फेरि आउँछ होला
They might
एकछिनमा
still have to be careful how they approach the Lord even with this. Masarapp once again jumping in.
के हो यार यो टोय
But he's also just brought
स्काइलर रे हो कि क्या हो
quick as Sutsujin picks up that kill and now going for Sawo,
यार
using that retribution to slow him down as Sawo falls. Kid Bomba could possibly
Vibe
be
boy
next
जस्तो
as Toy just unleashing and there's Enoch again with the flicker G-Kundo combo with the
यो
kick
फार्सा
just
गोल्ड हेर न
unleashing
ओ
and
माय के हो यो फार्सा गोल्ड
again with the flicker G-Kundo combo with the kick to
Perfect हान्दै
follow.
फार्साले यार
Find for Arkeyoshi.
यता नि उता नि मा
Turns once again, and they have found the same ending to that clash. Went in for
दुई
the
किलमा राखिदिरहेछ
initiation
टिम
onto
स्पिड चाहिँ
Arkeyoshi, only to find Sutsujin as well as
Ooh,
Rince
मेरो high hopes.
waiting on the wings. Of course, dealing enough damage. Edok is the icing on the cake. That beautiful flicker, Jeet Kundo, that stomp to actually knock up to
M7
it. Team Spirit.
strat for
Rince
M7
was not failing
खै
at all.
हुन सक्छ
On
त्यो
point
पनि
with
अब
the
खै
follow feathered airstrike,
होला
and then that pickup afterwards, where there was an attempt for Team Spirit to get out, but Rince was just a sniper. Laser
10
focus.
किलमा 10
Laser
मिनेटमा
on
2
point
किल
against
हिको
Team Spirit,
0-3-0
and now that's a 7,000 gold lead
Three,
that
कसो
Team
3
Spirit is
यस्तो
not
हैन 3
equipped to deal with. It will take an uphill climb for Team Spirit to get back to this game.
Yeah, again, it's just a little bit of a tough situation to make work here. I feel like in Team Spirit's situation, just because of the way things have gone, and there it is again.
फेरि किक हान्यो साओले किक हान्यो जसलाई किक हान्यो त्यो मर्यो
Gone in an instant, even as tanky as this is. Sunset Lover to follow, and Arkeyoshi will continue to take what they want, even under the base turret. Shield's gonna pop here. Susujin,
हिकोको ड्यामेज छैन यार
he's gonna have to back off, but they still have the Lord marching up top. They wanted that shield, they got it. Tier 2 in the mid, nearly down here once this waves push in. So down 2 members for another 10 seconds. Team Spirit should still be able to defend this. The Lord charges on into the top turret. Kid Bomba.
के भन्ने यार 16 तो 10 हरको गोल्ड छ
half health or regen back up, but still
कमब्याक हान्न इकोको आइटम चाहिन्छ इकोको फार्मै छैन 11 लेभल छ
Kid Bomba jumping in with the bravest fighter.
Kid Bomba मर्यो
By the time that he
1
can, he
HP
flickers. He's still going to be up though.
ठिक छ यिनी बाँच्यो त यिनी टरेटहरु सबै बाँच्यो माथिको तरफ फुट्न लाग्छ यिनी तोइको
and the disrespect to not ban the Esmeralda. You can see how Kid Bomba is struggling. After a quick combo against Arkeyoshi, already is half HP just because of the passive abilities of this Esmeralda.
Oof, again, fighting for the base turret. Susagen able to take down.
Direct more, मार त्यसलाई Nice. Wait, nice turn, Kid Bomba. Wipe खाएगा. Nice.
Set it all up. You're in the base and a kick from
Fuck you, GG guys.
Looking for the wipeout. It's always only S8UL left.
GG यार, well played RQ. See, prepared by RQ. Game of future को लागि.
S8UL, as a guardian as he is, he won't be able to 1v4. The waves are going to be pushing on in. A feathered airstrike drop down.
That's
a wipeout in RQ.
GG guys, well played RQ. See, nice try, Team Spirit. के छैन M7 छ त स्टिल यो गेम अफ फ्युचर त्यस्तो म्याटर हुँदैन वर्ल्ड च्याम्पियन टाइटल छ नि हैन guys आजको लागि यति नै अब I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys सबैलाई for joining the stream. Probably म भोलि छिटै गर्छु होला भोलि र्याङ्क पनि खेल्छु होला न्यू सिजन आइसक्यो अलरेडी सो आजको लागि guys bye bye take care bye bye guys
for a very long time.